To New York.
Got the number one pick in the NHL draft, but the men that can't seem to stump. Do something dumb, that's an observation. CLT make them need to run.
That's Lawrence Taylor!
Call them every trash, CMT for short. Wonder if we best once you peep the score. Up at the crack of dawn, top stories of the morning. While you're yawning, grab your coffee, rise and shine with 8:80 a.m. This is Drop Time. We provide highlights from your favorite teams. Got Dave and Rick making plenty of picks. It's Rule 76.
Oh, wakey, eggs and bakey.
You stumble right into a dicker.
Right onto a dicker. You're listening to DiPietro and Rothenberg on this Shoresy Victory Thursday. I'm Rick DiPietro.
I feel like Rick is probably good at bowling.
I think Rick is good at bowling.
I have my own balls.
I do, and my own shoes. My co-host, Dave Rothenberg. Not sure what that was. Our amazing producers. Love them. What a romantic birthday date. RJ Santillo.
Maybe you're the reason, with all your darkness of the heart, for the Giants having the number one pick right now, for Edwin Diaz leaving. I think it's you.
Add Pete Alonso to that mix. That might be the nastiest thing he's ever said to Dave. How about the very handsome man doesn't sleep? The weapon, Raymond Santiago.
Right, you want to have this kind of me and you? Do you want to do this with me and you?
What, just go to war?
Yeah, I go to war with you. Big shout out to the companies. Thanks for getting up with us. Every weekday morning you can hear us 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. right here on ESPN in New York. And now you can see us on YouTube and Dave's beautiful skinny face. Number to call, 1-800-919-3776.
Raymond, could you get Dave some rompepecho to get rid of that cough already, bro?
I'm not taking Rumpy Pet Show, okay?
You shut your mouth and you'll take the Rumpy Pecho. Make you feel better. We got an unbelievable show planned for you today.
I put you in NBA talk right now. So
All right, you put me in NBA talk. I run circles around you.
Circles.
Circles.
All right. FanDuel's the number one sportsbook for same game parlays.
Circles.
We're running circles today. All right. Pete Alonso's Baltimore Oriole. That's pretty much all I have to say about that. And it looks like we didn't even make an offer. That's great. Brady Cook's getting first team reps. Week 15 of the NFL kicks off tonight in Tampa with the Bucs. Huge game for the Bucs hosting Kirk Cousins and the Atlanta Falcons. Big story of the day. Let's face it, though. Islanders alumni took down the Shoresy team 14-6 last night at a raucous UBS. That's pretty much it, because guess what? We got an observations at 7:45, which is also as did it happen in Florida. RJ's famous, world famous, some would say, stuff he missed around 9:15-ish. As if Dave doesn't talk too much. But before we get to all that, this was tough yesterday. Dave's just realizing that he's old.
Please help with your witty humor and your old man charm.
Yep.
Old man charm.
Yo, yeah.
And we all know what happens when you get old.
That wasn't low-hanging fruit. It dropped from the tree already.
Lowest hanging fruit.
And what do those bad boys look like?
Are you an apricot or an apricot guy?
Apricot, but that's not the point. People think you're old, and we need to fix it. Maybe what you do is you spice up your marriage a little bit.
You buy the camera, take a picture of your Chumbawamba.
Oh.
And that's how you...
And I introduced Sherry, this is only for naughty stuff.
That's it.
Or...
maybe I get a mustache. I'm a young man.
You have a mustache.
No, but just a mustache.
Try it.
Then you know what we could do? We could change the name of the show.
Young, hip, sports talk with mustaches.
Yeah.
RJ?
Now we're talking.
Yeah, young, hip sports talk with mustaches. That flows right off the tongue.
Right off the tongue.
And there he is, the fun sponge again.
RJ.
Young, hip mustache.
We all grow
No.
mustaches.
No.
Yes.
Yes.
No.
Young, hip
Yes.
mustache men doing
Yeah.
sports.
I'm not trying
Young men with mustaches. Yes. There it is.
No.
And you wonder why Dave did this.
RJ, could you please stand up for me? That happened, 5 seconds before we were supposed to go on the radio?
He is standing.
Wow.
Yeah, well, I was right. And here he is.
I'll wear your granddad's clothes.
The charming granddad of the show, the one and only, running circles, Dave Rothenberg.
Oh, very nice. Very well done. And a man that was burning the candle at both ends last night, right? You played a lot of hockey. Now, luckily for you, last night, very light night in sports. And Rangers barely even played. No Knicks, no NFL, nothing really all that imminent, right? You could have watched Oklahoma City win by 5 million points last night again. They're 24-1, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
They are a monster of a team. So Tim Hasselbeck is not going to join us today, right? You know that. You heard that in the pre-show.
I did hear that in the pre-show. That's why I didn't mention it in the open.
Right, and that's a good job by you. But what do? Oh, I replace him.
Oh, you booked us a guest today.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, well, oh yeah. Who is it?
Oh, Well, I'll let you know when the time is right. This is on a need-to-know basis, and right now you don't need to know.
Wow. Surprise guest. I like it.
Mm-hmm. And I believe RJ knows. RJ, I believe that the surprise guest. Do you not think that Rick will love this guest?
It's one of his favorites.
One of my favorite guests.
Why would you do that, RJ?
Because he doesn't like you now. Because I just played back.
Why would you do that?
Listen, he needs to know a little bit.
He needs to know nothing. Just
Give me a
admit
taste.
that right now you're
Just
like, I shouldn't have said that.
No.
Give me a little taste.
Yeah, he needs to know a little bit.
That's it. Keep me interested.
Because don't you want to tell the people, too, so
No.
they can come back?
No.
What
'cause I
time
don't
is
even
this
have
at?
an exact time
What if
yet.
they have something to do between now and that time? They don't even know what you're talking about.
Then do what you need to do, and if you're around, great. And if not, then you can listen on the podcast later on today. But this person's going to be chock full of information.
Chocked full of it. Oh, I know who it is.
Chock full.
I know who it is.
You don't know who it is.
I know exactly
I'm telling
who it
you,
is.
don't know who it is.
RJ said it's one of my favorites. I mean, he gave me a hint, so I must know who it is.
And I think what you just said is probably more of a hint than what I said. Chock full of information.
Chock full of information.
Yeah, so it's an insider.
Oh, okay.
No.
Maybe.
All right, I don't want to ruin the surprise, so I'm not going to keep throwing things out there. You just let me know when it's getting close.
I'll let you know when it's happening.
Yeah. Kind of like what
Because
Shirley says to you.
I was left in the dark.
About
Right?
what?
I was under the impression that Tim Hasselbeck was joining us this morning.
That's not true.
That's not true.
No.
Oh, in the look
You're
ahead it said
really,
yesterday.
really revealing yourself, yeah.
No, I always
Because he
reveal
doesn't care,
myself.
RJ, because he has no respect for any of us.
Left
I have
in the
respect
dark.
for everybody. You know what? Here's the thing.
You had 20 hours notice.
Well, I didn't. But if you look at that thing, yes.
We're not healing. We're not
It's
healing as a
It's
show.
the look ahead.
Actually, 20 hours of notice.
And he also grades our show. Is it a good show? Was it a funny show?
Yeah, I
Was it a funny show?
saw that. I saw he said like funny show, but then I didn't need to get into the whole thing. You know why? Because I didn't want to read the whole thing because I'm annoyed.
It's the look ahead.
I
as
didn't
in,
need
as
to
as
get
it
into the whole thing.
I didn't need to. It's like the Cliff Notes. A good show, great. Okay, we'll get into Alonso. We'll do a little this, great.
the look ahead, as in Dave sees
I
the
didn't
email
know.
and looks
whether,
ahead
whether
past
or not
the
it
email.
was stated yesterday. I didn't know, so I'm looking at the rundown today, and I see no Tim Hasselbeck. I said, RJ, no Tim Hasselbeck? No. Now I've booked this guest for the 9 o'clock hour. Now I can maneuver this guest into the 8:30 spot if he would like that, or she.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I see
That's
what you
right.
did there. You just do it, or she.
That,
Okay.
or she. You don't know.
Okay, listen.
Mm-hmm.
This is all I want today. I'm excited about the guest. Anytime you come through with a guest and you surprise me, I love it.
Mm-hmm.
What I don't want to have happen today is, because I can already feel this, is there some tension between you and RJ today?
Not on my end.
Well, obviously, because nothing bothers you. You pretty much told him the hour he spends every day of his life putting together the look ahead is like toilet paper to you.
That's not an hour worth of work.
That's a lot of work.
It's
at least
12
40
to
minutes.
17 minutes depending on the day.
No chance.
Yes.
RJ, that's more than 12 to 17 minutes.
There's no way that's an hour.
Well, the look ahead, I would say, is maybe 20 to 30 minutes.
See, it's a long
see?
time.
The rundown in the morning is a legitimate hour.
See?
A full hour?
To read everything that goes into it, yeah, I would say.
Oh, there it is. No Tim Hasselbeck tomorrow. Blah, blah, blah. Great. Okay. So there we go.
blah, blah, blah.
Blah, blah, blah. I don't want to give Tim's, information out.
You're the worst. Seriously.
How am I the worst?
No, you're not the worst. Right now, David Stearns is the worst. You're not the worst.
So let's get into it. 800-919-3776. You're heartbroken about this? You're horrified about this? Where do you stand?
I think a little bit of both. I think both. I mean, not so much heartbroken, just because I think we both have geared ourselves up for this. But to have, back-to-back days where you lose probably the best closer in baseball, right? I mean, I know that position is up and down, and, Edwin Diaz, first year as a Met wasn't very good. But, I mean, going into this offseason, Edwin Diaz was going to be the most coveted relief pitcher on the market. You can make the argument he's the best closer we've ever had. So you lose the best closer you've ever had, and then the guy who's hit the most home runs in the history of your franchise, all in 2 days?
Yeah, I was surprised by Alonso. I mean, I was surprised by Diaz. Like, they clearly wanted Diaz. They made the offer. They made it wasn't the Dodgers offer, but it was still highest
Well, I don't know how
closer
much
in
they
baseball.
really wanted Diaz, though.
Oh, they wanted Diaz.
Well, no, I think they wanted Diaz at that in their terms. Right, knowing that they had Devin Williams.
Maybe. They didn't, and this is the thing that I think there's a disconnect, because people are just so crazed. They didn't want Alonso.
No.
He told you that from the start. So you can just be like the finality of it all. You can be surprised by that. But he didn't want Alonso last year. They didn't meet with Alonso. They didn't make Alonso an offer. So I'm getting all of these tweets and texts from people making fun of it. Like, oh, I thought the Mets had this super wealthy, rich owner. And they guys, you can be bothered that they didn't bring Pete back. They didn't. David Stearns made a statement. Whether you like it or not, he didn't want Pete Alonso to be back. And that cannot be argued.
No, it can't be argued, especially for 5 years. And that's why they didn't make an offer, is because, Pete had a better market this year. And it wasn't going to be another situation where, the owner was going to jump in and the two sides would sit down and they would come up with, a 2-year deal last year where it was 30 with an option. If he has a good year, great for Pete. He can go back into the market. And if he doesn't, he can, he has the security of opting back in. But, yeah, it sounds like 3 years was the max that David Stearns wanted to go to. And Steve Cohen is going to, it appears right now, losing Edwin Diaz and Pete Alonso, that Steve Cohen is going to let David Stearns do his thing.
That's right.
Last year is when he stepped in with Juan Soto, and, he got what he wanted. So now, David Stearns has the opportunity to build the team that he wants. And he better hope he better hope that he wins, because right now, Mets fans do not like David Stearns right now.
No, he is public enemy number one, and here's where I am. I'm upset. The Diaz thing really kind of threw me. The Alonso thing, the finality of it's like, oh man, he was here for so long. He was a really good Met. Of all the years that these guys were here, they didn't do a whole lot of winning. They didn't. And David Stearns came in, and he has a plan, and now we'll see.
Right. Okay, let me ask you a question, though, because I've heard that same thing, and I think we both had mentioned it, right? You won 83 games. So, we also, I think Mets fans, as nostalgic as you want to be and as emotional as you want to be about these decisions, I think that Mets fans are also smart enough to recognize, that the core of the team needed to change. And then you hear all the stuff coming out of the clubhouse, so I don't think people were devastated when Nimmo got traded.
No, I don't think so either.
No, I don't think people would have been devastated if, or will be devastated if and when Jeff McNeil gets moved. But if I would ask you right now, okay, 83 wins, was that because Pete had a bad season?
No, it's not because he had a bad season. Mm-mm.
Was it because Edwin Diaz had a bad season?
No, he had a good season. I think
they both had really good seasons.
Yeah.
So what was the real reason that you won 83 games last year?
I don't know. I mean, listen, the pitching, Stearns, I'd put more on Stearns than on those two guys.
Right.
Here's what's going to happen, okay? There is no way, even you, and I understand why people are down on Stearns, and I'm down on Stearns too. There is no way that there's not a pivot. There's no way that it's going to be they're not going to add pieces. So what I'm going to now do is I'm going to wait. And if we get to the end game, and it's these little minor moves, and it's the Frankie Montoses of the world, and Jeff McNeil's my starting first baseman on opening day, I'm going to unleash a crazed Mets fan. But I have to wait until I see what's going to happen. I can't react all the way through right now.
Well, I'm not disagreeing with you. I said the same thing yesterday. I'm not. Am I upset? Yeah, in the moment, I'm upset.
As am I.
Right, because you become emotionally attached to these players. I get it. And you have to sit back and wait. It's only fair to sit back and wait and see what the next moves are. Just like Yankees fans were devastated for a minute when Juan Soto left and was a New York Met. And they're going to have to deal with Mets fans now talking about how he chose the Mets. And then it was like, okay, now we got to see what Brian Cashman does. And at the time, Devin Williams felt like a great move. Turns out it wasn't that great a move. But then it was, it was Bellinger. It was Gold, all these different things that they did. It was Max Fried. And you can react to those moves. I just don't know. I don't know exactly how we're replacing what we're losing. Because, again, when I just asked you the question, why did we lose? Why did we fall apart last year? It wasn't because of Pete, because Pete had a really good season. Edwin Diaz had a really good season. It was because your GM put together a rotation that was garbage, and then at the deadline made moves that didn't help us at all.
You're 100% right. I couldn't agree with you more. But there's two ways you could attack this today as a fan of this team. You could go crazy, go nuts, or you can say, let me wait and see what you're going to do. And that's the route I'm going to go in.
Yeah, me too. But I'm just saying, like, if Pete Alonso has the season he has last season, right, where, I mean, was he second in Major League Baseball in RBI, which has a lot to do with Juan Soto. I understand that part. And that's the most important thing right now is, like, who are we bringing in to protect Juan Soto? Because he already walks a lot. Can you imagine if he has no protection behind him, how much he's going to walk? Which isn't necessarily why you're paying him $765 million just to walk all the time.
Terrible.
Yeah. So Pete has 38, 272. So average takes a big jump, right? Coming off a season where he hit 240, jumps up to 272. Actually has his best OPS since his rookie year, has his best OPS. 871 OPS. He has that same season, and the pitching staff doesn't fall apart, and they actually do make the playoffs. Is Pete Alonso a Met?
Would it make more sense? Yes. I don't think Stearns likes him.
That's fine, though. I'm just asking, is Pete Alonso, if they make the playoffs and don't embarrass themselves, in what you said may be one of the most epic collapses in history, with the
it was right up there.
If they make the playoffs and don't soil themselves, is Pete Alonso a Met?
If Stearns is allowed to run this exclusively, no. No.
I think that if they made the playoffs, there wouldn't need to be these broad sweeping changes, and Pete Alonso would probably be back, especially knowing he's only making $31 million a year.
I don't know. Maybe
he has
you're right.
the excuse, but he has the ability to do this now. I don't think that Steve Cohen lets him all of a sudden lose Diaz and
Maybe
Pete
you're
Alonso
right.
on a team
maybe
that wins.
If that happens, Steve Cohen is like, come on. We just won 94 games. We went around in the postseason. We lost to the Dodgers. No, we're not moving on from the all-time home run leader in the organization, a fan favorite. But do I think that if he was left to his own devices, that Stearns would move on? I do. I don't think David Stearns ever gave you any inclination that he's a fan of Pete Alonso. I mean, I don't. I've seen nothing to believe that to be true.
I agree and I agree with you. I just think it'd be much harder to do this if you had been a playoff team.
I think you're right. I think if you're Stearns, there's almost some kind of like, of course he didn't want this to happen. It's collapsed. It's embarrassing, and it's on you. I think there's almost some underlying like, okay, well, now I can easily move on from Alonso. Well, let's do that. Like it makes it easier to move on from Alonso.
Right. My only problem with that is it's the decisions that Stearns made that put us in the spot in the first place.
You're going to hate David Stearns, or he's going to get back into your good graces. There's going to be no middle ground here.
No, it doesn't feel like that. I just don't. And the other thing with Pete is he plays every day. So I know he's not a great defensive player. Listen, he's worked his ass off to get better at the position.
But he's still not a good defensive player.
He can scoop the hell out of the baseball, but the other things around first base, he's not great.
I mean, him throwing the baseball, either to home or to second base or flipping it over to first, it's an adventure every single time.
Right, but when you hit consistently 40 home runs, he led the league in doubles last year, and you drive in 126 runs, and you play every day. I don't know how are you replacing that?
You listen, you might very well be right.
Are you bringing in Tucker? Are you bringing in Bellinger?
I mean, you tell if I told you you're gonna make a trade or bring in a big time starting pitcher and you're gonna add either Bellinger or Tucker, are you gonna feel a little differently then?
Yeah, I'll feel differently then, but we have to still. I mean, that's the other thing, though. I mean, are you going to be willing to get as uncomfortable as it sounds like you might need to get one of these starting pitchers? Is it a trade?
Well, let's see. Well, I'll tell you what. If they don't, then you kill them. Right? If the starting rotation adds some, B-level starter, and they add some mid, average, home run guy in the lineup, then we absolutely destroy him. In my mind, maybe I'm wrong, Rick. I don't know. There is no way that this is what the team is going to look like.
No. And I know that. It's because we don't see it, right? It's his plan. It's not our plan. So
Correct.
We don't see it. But until it comes to life, we really won't know how to judge it. All I'm going off of is probably a little of emotion, but also recognizing what happened last season. And now, because of what happened last season, which David Stearns was a huge part of.
Huge. I would say the main reason.
Players are a part of that and everything else, but the players you just got rid of had, like, Edwin Diaz was not a problem. Edwin Diaz had a really good season last year. Pete Alonso had a really good season last year, which is why the Orioles just signed to a 5-year deal for $155. Like $31 million. You paid him $30 last year. And I know 5 years feels uncomfortable, but the Phillies just gave an older player 5 years. That's a DH. Pete Alonso at some point will transition to DH. So how much?
Of course he will.
Right, but how bad
it
will
doesn't
it look?
change the fact that Stearns didn't want him. 1 year, 3 years, 5 years. He didn't want him.
I get it. I know exactly what you're saying. But it's what we were talking about last year is last show was you also need to recognize, if you're David Stearns, that because Steve Cohen is the owner, you also have the ability now to flex your muscles once in a while and use your superpower. So it may be a trade with the Twins, right? Where you get a pitcher and you get a center fielder. I don't know. But then at the same time, all the work you put in to build up your farm system, to make it one of the best farm systems in baseball, now we start losing pieces when you could have just used money, which I thought was going to be like our greatest strength is. Right? Like we don't need to start getting rid of prospects because in free agency, we have so much money that we can spend it. And he has this unwillingness to get uncomfortable and spend money. Now, with certain players like Soto, they get uncomfortable, but that was the owner.
Right.
Yamamoto, it feels like they were going to get uncomfortable, but I mean, there aren't Yamamotos jumping into free agency every year.
No, and it doesn't sound like you had much of a real chance to get him anyway.
So I don't know what the plan is.
Why you're kind of despondent today. I do. It makes sense to me.
I don't know what the plan is, but it better be a good plan. Because right now,
I couldn't agree with you more.
I don't think we'll take one phone call today, maybe one, defending David Stearns today.
Do you hate my take of the wait and see?
No, I'm with you. I can't listen. If I thought that this was it,
oh God,
then you'd go crazy.
I'd go scorched earth today.
Yeah, but this can't be it. Not making the playoffs was disgusting, embarrassing, but it did give him the opportunity now to reshape the team, reshape the core of the team, and he's definitely doing that.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. All right, so we have a lot going on. We have what's his name? Field Yates' mock draft we never got to yesterday, so we'll get to that. I have the heavy favorite now, by the way, to be the Giants' next head coach, according to the gambling sites. We'll get to that. A lot of Met stuff. We got a special guest coming up. NFL Week 15 starts tonight. Ugh. So tonight starts the matchup between you and RJ, right?
Tonight starts the matchup. Yep.
Oh wow.
I know.
Oh boy.
Playoffs.
RJ? What would you say the betting line is on this game?
Well, I could tell you what they have it on ESPN. I don't think either of us have anyone tonight. I don't mean to take.
RJ's got to be a favorite right now.
Take some of the wind out of your sail. So they go by percentages, right? It's close. It's 54-46. Me slightly, but I mean it's a coin
flip.
That's
probably just a home field advantage kind of thing.
Yeah, you're traveling, so they account for that. But yeah.
Plus they got a little locker room, tiny showers. It's going to be tough.
Right, and I'm the awful guy. Sure. I make one little comment which I'm led to, and he goes out on his own.
Led to. No,
he was like Magellan. He goes out all on his own, and he explores that joke.
Listen,
I'm led to the joke.
I wouldn't say you were led to it.
Listen, here's what I can say. My guys, dialed in. I've had a great week of practice so far. What was Rick doing last night? Was he focused on the matchup? Nope. Out in front of cameras, giving interviews, scoring goals. That's fine.
He's glitzy.
Yeah, that's fine.
He's Hollywood.
Listen,
I had to take a short leave from the team. The team's been there.
This is what happens when you have an experience. You haven't been down this road before. He's never been here. He doesn't know how to act.
They're getting accustomed to the conditions. I said, hey, fellas, listen, you're going to go into that stadium, and it's going to feel a little bit small. Okay, that's what my guys do.
It's going to be
and
like
I'm well within
Boston
my right.
Garden.
Hey, I'm well within my right.
You're well within your right. You've probably had to answer a lot of difficult questions as the manager this week. Like, hey, coach, why are we still playing? Isn't our season over usually last week?
I love this.
And I like it because we're battling. We're in the playoffs. This is when it gets real nasty.
This is terrific. All right, so we got all that and more DNR with you on a very busy Thursday right here on ESPN New York.
That's enough football. Never ordinary at Bet365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in New Jersey. T&Cs apply. In-app only.
New York Presbyterian treats more heart patients than any other hospital in New York. From common to complex conditions, our cardiologists and heart surgeons are pioneers in advanced heart care, leading the way in minimally invasive treatments for faster recovery times. Find a doctor at nyp.org/heart. Stay amazing. New York Presbyterian. New York Presbyterian Hospital based on U.S. News and World Report 2025 to 2026 Cardiology, Heart, and Vascular Surgery Rankings.
Hey, it's Michael Kay talking to you about my friends at PC Richard & Son. They're local, family-owned, and I trust them, and you can too. Right now, save on all holiday gifts for everyone on your list. And with their holiday price guarantee, your price is protected. If the price goes lower from now through December 24th, they will match it. You can't beat it. Plus, you get fast and free delivery. PC Richard & Son, the company you could trust for over 116 years. Free delivery excludes Manhattan.
Health surprises can change your life in an instant. You've seen it happen to others, but it doesn't have to be your story. At Princeton Longevity Center, we customize actionable and proactive health plans to maximize your lifespan and take control of your health. Our Cancer Check program combines cutting-edge technology with top medical expertise to keep you ahead of potential risks. With advanced full-body imaging, genetic testing, and multi-cancer detection blood tests, we look for even the earliest signs of problems. Results are analyzed by expert physicians who craft a personalized plan to safeguard your future. You're not just a patient, you're a partner in your health journey, backed by a team committed to helping you live longer, healthier, and more vibrantly. Our programs have saved hundreds of lives and empowered countless others to take control of their health. Be proactive with your health for the ultimate peace of mind. Call 888-8000-PLC or visit PrincetonLongevityCenter.com.
At Jake's 58 Casino Hotel, we're celebrating this holiday season with our $155,000 Slay the Road drawing, including your chance to win a new Land Rover Defender and $10,000 cash. Earn entries all month long, then be here on January 1st between 12 and 3 p.m. when one winner will be drawn every hour to win up to $20,000 cash. At 4 p.m., one lucky winner will win a Land Rover Defender and $10,000 cash at Jake's 58 Casino Hotel.
If gambling is a problem for you or someone you care about, please call the 24-hour toll-free helpline at 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY.
Texting enrolls you into recurring automated text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Man, I love seeing the old gang at these reunions.
Did you see Brian? He's in better shape than he was 25 years ago. How is that even possible?
Yep, I ran into him a few weeks ago and had to ask. He told me he started taking Nugenix Total T2.
The testosterone booster?
Yeah, but it's way more than that now. It also skyrockets your nitric oxide in as little as 3 hours. I started taking it right away and I'm already seeing results.
I was wondering what you were doing. You seriously crushed me in that pickup game last week.
Yep, after 40, energy, strength, drive, it all starts going downhill. But with T2, I feel like my old self again. Stronger, leaner, and my energy is way up. My wife even noticed a difference. They're giving out complimentary bottles right now. Just send them a text.
Text CAR to 321-321 for your complimentary bottle of new Nugenix Total T2. Text now and you'll also get a free bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, our most powerful fat incinerator. That's CAR to 321-321. These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. Product not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
All right, DNR with you, ESPN New York. My love, open the door. Well, they're opening the door and everyone's leaving. That's the problem right now.
I don't feel like they're just opening the door. They just say, don't let the door hit you on the way out.
Well, I mean, listen, you can't deny that they went harder after Diaz than they did Pete. Well,
at least they made him an offer.
Right.
I think they probably recognize that they're not going 5 years.
No.
So
I wonder,
3 maybe.
What do you think? Yeah, what do you think? If Pete got 3, you think the Mets are involved?
More likely.
Yeah, well, no, I know that, but do you think they're involved?
Yeah, maybe.
Because this is clearly Stearns' baby now, right? The owner is not involved. He's saying, okay, and you know what? I wonder if it plays his advantage. If he told Cohen last year, I don't want to do this, I don't want to do that. Let me build it my way. And Steve got involved. It was awful. And then he's like, you know what? Go ahead, you do it.
Right, but if I was Steve, I would say the moves that you told us not to potentially make. Right, we can't pay Juan Soto $765 million. How was Juan Soto's season? Pretty good?
Really good, yeah.
Right, we don't want Pete Alonso back. How was his season?
Really good.
Right, so it wasn't my moves that didn't work. It's your moves that didn't work. Did I tell you to go sign Frankie Montas?
No, the Montas, the Helsley, the Rogers. I mean, the
Cedric Mullins.
Mullins. Cedric Mullins was awful.
Yeah, right. So it's his moves. It wasn't my moves.
Listen, I think it's fair to say that David Stearns right now is, I don't know if, like, job-wise he's on the hot seat, but with the fan base, he's on the hot seat.
Oh, 100%. The problem is, and now, I mean, how often do you want your owner having to step in? You don't, right? I mean, we could be hypocrites to say that Steve Cohen needs to keep jumping in because we keep saying that the great teams.
Right, that's what you don't want. It's the last thing you want.
Right, but fortunately for us, he did last year because, I mean, we ended up with Juan Soto, and we ended up back with Pete Alonso, who had a great year for us. But now it's like I can't do it every season. Every offseason I can't do it. Otherwise, why would I just be Jerry Jones?
Right, especially when it fails.
Yeah, but
I understand that it didn't fail because of them, but it still failed. It's easier to move on from these guys when it does fail.
I know, but the reason why we failed was because of the moves that David Stearns made. Those weren't Steve Cohen moves. Like, it'd be easier if it was like Steve Cohen's moves didn't work out. Like now, hey, David, I apologize. You were right.
I shouldn't have stepped in. Yes.
But the ones you stepped in on are the ones you actually liked. It was all the David Stearns moves that you didn't like.
Right. Yeah, Stearns had an awful
and now everyone's
offseason.
paying the price. Coaching staff gone.
He's 0 for 2 now, his last 2. He had an awful offseason last year, and he had an awful trade deadline.
Yeah.
He's going to go from, oh, my God, Griffin Canning, and let's give Montas the benefit of the doubt, because I'm not the only one that had that viewpoint, to you better figure it out and quick, otherwise we're going to hate you.
Right, you name it. So he's got a lot of work to do. Right now, he is, I don't even know where I would put him, just as far as because when he got here, people were pumped.
Oh,
people were excited.
Ecstatic. They were waiting for him.
Yeah, and now that is almost completely gone.
Yeah, I think if we took 100 calls on what do you think about David Stearns right now, 97 people would be like, I think he stinks.
And the other problem is you lost out to the Orioles. You know what I'm saying? It's like, and again, I'm with you.
Yeah, but
David Stearns didn't want him back.
You were going to lose to somebody. Why does the Orioles matter?
Well, it's just because we wanted him. Like, Mets fans wanted him.
Right. I understand that, but and to make it worse, he lost to the Orioles. Why does I don't understand why the Orioles.
Because the Orioles are, how close are the Orioles to winning? Like, at least with Diaz, you understand. Like, if push comes to shove, as much as you want to believe that Edwin Diaz.
Oh, you're saying that he decided to go to a team that has had no success.
Yeah, the Orioles, now they're just finally spending money. It's like, we were supposed to have all this money, which means that players, and we're in New York, and players would look at us like, hey, that's a place I want to play because we know the owner's going to spend money, and I consistently have a chance to compete for a championship. And we don't, right? I mean, currently we don't. We won 83 games.
Right. No, you don't have anything. But if you're not getting an offer, right? Like, you understand why Diaz did, but you were involved in Diaz. You can't be shocked that he left. And Baltimore, Boston, Angels, whoever, Tigers, didn't matter because you didn't want him anyway.
Yeah, right. I think that, and that's not necessarily how I feel, but I think that plays into some of how Mets fans feel.
I'm sure Mets fans are despondent today. By the way, Orioles made a very similar offer to Schwarber. I heard they went 5-150, and he obviously winds up back in Philly, and then they get involved and they get Pete Alonso. By the way, Yankee fans are like doing a victory lap, and I understand why you would because you don't like the Mets, but just be careful. Have you seen what that Orioles lineup looks like now?
Yeah, I have. They're finally good for them finally spending money. I thought they should have done it sooner, but I mean, wasn't that what we thought? I mean, I thought
when they had the new ownership, they were going to go like this, and they didn't, and then you were confused by it.
I think we even mentioned Soto, right? Like, I mean, no, you're not paying anybody. You didn't bring back Corbin Burns, so you had money to spend. You got this, this incredible young roster with more coming from the minors. It's like, why don't you spend the money now? And they didn't, and now finally, at least they added Pete. But
yeah, and they're not done. Apparently, they're all in on a lot of guys now. That American League East, which was like, hey, Tampa, they're cute and they're scrappy and they find a way, and Baltimore is a joke, and Boston can't get out of their own way. They have stretches and then they can't get out of their own way. And Toronto's Toronto. Good luck, man. That's going to be a massive division.
Well, Tampa's already a problem, right? It doesn't matter. Whatever Tampa does.
Yes, because they have figured out a way to do it on the cheap.
Yeah, they've figured that out.
So they signed Cedric Mullins. That's the one, because he stunk. Nobody was like, oh, Cedric Mullins, how could he go? But the one thing that I was like, oh, really? Because he goes to Tampa, now we'll figure it out.
Yeah, they just signed Steven Matz. They understand how to do it.
They perfected the art of doing it on the cheap.
Right, which is exactly why we're before when the Mets were trying, not the Mets, the Yankees were trying to hey, we can be as smart as Tampa. You don't have to be as smart as Tampa. We don't need to start going with Davy Garcia. We don't need to do that. You're the Yankees. You're not the Rays.
Right.
They have financial issues. You don't. But yeah, I mean, if Kyle Tucker decides he wants to take some of Toronto's money, I mean, you couldn't beat them last year.
Baltimore's lineup, I think, is the best in the division right now. Toronto's the best team in the division right now. Tampa is Tampa, and the Red Sox are making moves.
So good luck in the AL East.
I mean, didn't it feel like to you Yankee fans were happy that he was gone from the Mets and excited that he's in your division now, so you enjoy that? Yeah,
well, I mean, it's I partly get it just because of what happened last season with Juan Soto.
Right.
That's more of it. And then once that wears off, then you're like, oh crap, yep, he signed with the Orioles.
Right, now you got to deal with him.
But it's been a rough couple days for Mets fans.
Oh, it's been awful. And I think it's worse because they lost before they gain. Had it been you lose Pete and you sign Bellinger, you'd be like, oh, okay, all right, I can see the pivot. You're losing, you're not gaining, and then people are going to lose their minds, which I do, in fact, understand.
I mean, the reality, too, is that you lost. I mean, those might be your three most popular players.
Yeah, they might. Yes, I think Soto's up there, too, right? People love him.
Well, now, and then Lindor's. But I'm just saying, as far as, homegrown guys.
And two of them are homegrown.
Nimmo, Pete, and then you got Timmy Trumpets. I mean, that's a lot of fan favorites to lose in the course of an offseason.
Yeah, RJ just told me, he probably put it in the rundown. I didn't see that, but he just told me 24 years of service right out the door with these three. It's a long time.
And the guy who leads your organization in home runs. See ya.
Yeah, in the history, and they made a big thing about it last year. Very, very awkward. I will say that.
I will say this though, and I do like this in the moment right now at 6:37 on December 11th. I don't care for David Stearns, but I do like the idea of having someone in charge that doesn't let emotion dictate decisions.
Yes.
I do like that.
Let's revisit this on February 11th. We will along the way, but let's table it and then give him the leeway and see where we are in 2 months from right now when we're getting ready for pitchers and catchers. All right, we'll break. Phone lines all lit up, 800-919-3776. We'll get to all you guys. We also have to get into, there was a wild college football story from last night we got to get into as well. DNR with you right here on ESPN New York.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You sort through tons of resumes and you get too many so-so applicants. You're just waiting for someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now, there's a place where you can meet them fast. ZipRecruiter.
Need to hire right away. Start your search for strong candidates. The right fit awaits. Build your team. Build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN right now to try it for free, and you're on your way to meeting your match. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. So try it now. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
Hey, it's Alan Hahn. Let me tell you about my friends at Bath Fitter. They remodeled the bath by my pool. They converted a tub into a shower. The result is amazing. Bath Fitter offers all types of custom bath renovations, including their unique PermaFit solution for a watertight fit. It's done in one day, easy to clean, and durable with no demo or mess, and it costs less than a standard replacement, plus a lifetime guarantee. Right now, you get no money down, no payments or interest until 2027. So start designing your bath today at bathfitter.com. There's only one Bath Fitter.
All the way over Barzell, score!
New York Islanders hockey is back at UBS Arena, and it's time to bring the family and make some noise. With more afternoon games this season, the Islanders have special kids-themed games and activities for young fans. Play games pregame at the park and head inside for fun on the concourse and on the ice. Tickets for the 2025-26 season are on sale now. Get your tickets at NewYorkIslanders.com.
New York Lottery's holiday scratch-off games are the perfect gift for everyone on your list.
Like me, your Aunt Jules. I told you I didn't need a gift this year, but I secretly really want one.
Or me, your neighbor Frank. I hope you didn't forget I'm coming to your holiday party tonight.
Or me. Why does no one ever think of the voiceover guy? Anyway, New York Lottery's holiday scratch-off games have more winners and top prizes up to $5,000. Please play responsibly. Must be 18 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-877-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY.
This college football season, show your school spirit every time you pay. Introducing college-branded Venmo debit cards. Rep your team on and off the field with custom school designs that let everyone know who you root for. Whether you're tailgating, grabbing snacks for the watch party, or celebrating a win, you can unlock 15% cash back at ESPN, 1 free year of Perplexity Pro, and more. This college football season, score more with the Venmo debit card. Get yours now in the Venmo app. Learn more at venmo.com/collegecard.
Max cashback varies. Terms apply. The Venmo MasterCard is issued by the Bancorp Bank, N.A.
Too much on your list this season? Get 50% off your first 6 months of payroll at gusto.com/radio. Gusto saves you 2 days every month on payroll, taxes, and compliance. So you can go from making payroll to making gingerbread houses, checking your books to decking the halls, spreadsheets to snow angels. Switch before the end of the year and there's no need to transfer payroll history. Now that's a reason to be merry. Choose a future with Gusto and get more time for what matters. For a limited time, get 50% off your first 6 months at gusto.com/radio.
When equipment breaks down and operations come to a halt, every single second counts. So why is your maintenance team spending 60% of their time doing anything but turning wrenches? MaintainX is the AI-powered maintenance and asset management system that helps your team get back to actually fixing breakdowns. No more searching for manuals. No more hunting down parts. No more drowning in paperwork. With MaintainX, your team can access manuals from anywhere, create new procedures in minutes, and turn voice notes into clear and complete work order feedback. What used to take hours now only takes minutes. Keep your operations moving, not your paperwork. Join over 11,000 maintenance teams that are already fixing more and filing less. Try MaintainX for free today. Go to maintainx.com/AI. That's maintain in the letter x.com/AI.
You live for this. The wins, the losses, the slam dunks, and the buzzer beaters. The dream that this is your team's year. Hope. It's what keeps you coming back. So you represent with anticipation and with pride. Because when everything's on the line, your support means everything. That's why the NBA Store is here to support you. Check out the largest selection of official NBA gear at NBAstore.com. A Fanatics experience.
All right, DNR with you. ESPN New York, as we roll along on a Rick-opened Thursday. The ESPN New York holiday party, it's back. Both the K Show and DHR bringing the holiday cheer to your mother's house in Garden City Park, Long Island, tomorrow. Once again, we're collecting unwrapped toy donations this year to benefit the Garden of Dreams Foundation, which is a great cause. All kicks off 1 o'clock tomorrow at your mother's house. For more information and to purchase VIP access, check out the ESPN New York app, brought to you by Amazon Pickup, Security Dodge, Spiked Aid, made for big city social stamina. 800-919-3776. Let's get to some of the calls. Let's go to Hot Take Johnny. Hot Take, you're on ESPN New York.
Good morning, gentlemen. I asked how you're doing, but you're doing the same as I am. Pretty not too happy today with the Mets.
You're broken, huh?
So I didn't realize that when we had Steve Cohen as the owner, we would have the Wilpons as our GM. That's what it feels like with this team. Outside of Soto, which Cohen stepped in on, that's how Stearns is operated. He wants to find bargain bin deals to fill holes and hope guys play above what they generally are to fill positions. One of my frustrations with this team is each team needs to have like a strength. Last year it was supposed to be our lineup, was overall the best part of our team. This year it doesn't feel like we're headed in that direction. Offense,
well, how do you
doubt they're in on Tucker. They don't want to spend long term.
I understand you're upset. How do you know it doesn't feel like we're heading in that direction? What direction are we heading in?
Well, with all the holes, I think he means with all the holes we have to fill now.
Right now. But, Johnny,
yes.
You can't wait to see what it's going to transform into before you start saying we have the Wilpons as the GM?
Well, what is the strength of what do we think the strength of this team is going to be? It's probably not going to be the lineup. We're not going all in on Tucker and Bellinger, right? I mean, you don't want to spend a ton of money long-term on players.
It would be nice if it was the starting pitching, but, I mean, you have Juan Soto still.
It would be nice, but they know they don't want to spend long-term on good starting pitching. That was available last year, and the Mets did not want to go in on that. The bullpen, Stearns has been horrible at the bullpen. We've seen 2 years of that, right? I mean, he does not know how to build a bullpen. We had the chance if we had signed Diaz. Yesterday I called and said I was okay with the Mets with not giving Diaz. If I knew Alonso wasn't coming back, you go all in on Diaz, pair him with Williams, give him a couple arms, and you have the bullpen as your strength. Now that's up in the air. Like, Stearns has proven he can't build a bullpen in 2 years with the Mets. Starting pitching doesn't seem like he wants to spend on, and now with the lack of bats we have, Tim Healy reported yesterday the Mets internally are considering Goldschmidt and McNeil as your platoons to be your first baseman.
I saw
if
that.
That's your answer when you lose Pete? It doesn't seem like there's any strength the team wants to build on.
I understand why you're so
It's
despondent.
tough to even know, though. I mean,
Well,
I think that's the point
my
that Dave's making. Is you don't have any clear direction right now because all you're doing is losing pieces.
Well, because you don't have a clear direction because you haven't done anything yet.
Right.
All
you're
you've done
worse
is
now.
lost.
You're worse now than you were.
Of course. You how many home runs did you lose? You lost your 3 and 4 batters.
Yeah, and again, I keep going back to the same thing. And maybe this is emotion tied into this. When you look at what happened last season, and you look at the players that you just lost, chose to lose, traded. You end up trading because it's 5 years and not the 3 years of Semien.
Right.
You trade Nimmo, and just so happens Nimmo has a career year home run wise. Right, Pete bounces back with 272, second in RBIs. Plays every single day. One of the most consistent power hitters in all of Major League Baseball. You lose him. Edwin Diaz coming off a really good year. You lose him, and your replacement is Devin Williams, who, as Mets fans, we just watched struggle as a Yankee. Like, that's your answer is Devin Williams?
Yeah, and apparently, and I saw this, it's like, come on, man. A, Diaz's reaction. B, that this wasn't discussed. Like, Diaz was unhappy they brought Devin Williams in. Did you see that?
Again, I said this to you yesterday, and you kept yelling at me about it, but, does he deserve to get a phone call?
Yeah,
probably.
Yes.
Maybe. I think there's some people that said, hey, you're just a player. They decided to make a move. They made a move.
What's the downside? Hey, Edwin, just to let you know, we're going to bring Devin Williams in. The thing I don't understand is, Devin Williams wasn't going to be the closer if Diaz was there.
Right. I'm less talking about that and more talking about, like, how feelings may have changed. Right? So, the idea that he didn't go back to the Mets, and I said to you, well, how much does he really want to be a Met now at that point? Because it's like he probably went into it thinking, I'm going to be a Met, and then all of a sudden certain things happened. Maybe the Devin Williams thing was part of it. Maybe it was, hey, feels like you're trying to play games with me instead of just getting this thing done. And now all of a sudden the Dodgers are a possibility. It's like,
right.
No, I'll go. They have a chance to win a championship again. I'll sign with them. You got to also know how to handle people. And so sometimes these analytic nerds don't understand that there are, like, these are human beings that want to be valued. There's an emotional
aspect to this as well, right?
Right. Like, you got to, you got to play the game a little bit. It's not just a spreadsheet with numbers on it. And I heard a lot of this yesterday, and I don't necessarily disagree with it. Do you think that the Phillies wanted to go 5 years with Kyle Schwarber at his age?
No, but they also wanted him. No, the Diaz one is the one that upsets me. The Alonso one hurts me from, like, an emotional standpoint, but you can't scream and yell that they didn't keep the guy when he didn't want to keep the guy. And I think that's where there's the disconnect. He didn't want him last year. He wouldn't have been on this team last year if it wasn't for the owner.
Okay, he didn't want him last year. And how did it turn out for Pete?
He was great.
Right. So it ends up being like, hey, could you imagine if we didn't have Pete last year?
How many games would you have won? You won 83 anyway. How much worse could it have been?
Worse.
All right, so what?
But the reason why it was 83 was because of the decisions that Stearns made.
I understand that.
Okay, so now he doesn't want him again, and I think a lot of people are saying, well, you didn't want him last year. He has a great season. Second in Major League Baseball in RBIs. 272, 38, led the league in doubles and had the second most RBIs in baseball. And you didn't want him.
Yeah, he didn't want him, which
is
unbelievable.
How you replacing him?
And what he also told you, and people I don't think take defensive stuff all that seriously, Nimmo's an awful defensive outfielder.
That's right.
Horrendous. Okay? Gone. Simeon, really, really good defensive second baseman. Pete, he's worked on it. I get it. He can scoop the ball. I get it. He's a subpar first baseman. Okay? So defensively, that's going to be a big aspect of what they're going to do this offseason.
Great point. What was another spot in that lineup last season that we really struggled with, which is crazy because before the DH came to the National League, we said, well, the Mets would be perfect for
How many
that.
DHs do they have? Yeah.
Yeah, we couldn't find one. Right? Winker gets hurt. It was a mess.
Yep.
Like, does Pete have to play first base every day? No. And then, 2 years into this deal, Pete could have played, could have been DH. Because guess what? People are like, well, Juan Soto. Juan Soto's going to force himself to play at right field. Just to let everyone know, Juan Soto is the most powerful man in the organization. If he wants to play right field, which it sounds like he does, he will play right field.
That's right. Well, it sounds like there was like a conversation of, hey, would you like, can we get you a little DH? He's like, no, I play right field.
Right,
That's what
which he'll continue to do until he decides he doesn't want to. So you are going to need a DH, and that's why everyone said Schwarber. Well, guess what? Schwarber's gone now. So, I mean, again, you can say what you want. There are negatives to Pete. Doesn't run the bases well, not great defensively. But outside of Aaron Judge, I don't know if there's a more consistent power hitter in Major League Baseball.
I'm going to miss him, man. I certainly am.
And you just watch the Phillies extend themselves and get uncomfortable. I'm sure the Yankees weren't thrilled with giving Max Fried 8 years last year, but that's free agency, man. That's how it works.
Sometimes you have to go into the waters that you don't feel great with.
So he's got a lot of proving to do.
A lot.
There are a lot of things that need to be fixed now. I got no real center fielder.
Everything.
I got no left fielder. I got no first baseman. If God forbid he decides that he's going to go with Paul Goldschmidt,
oh my God,
and Jeff McNeil at first base, you may have no one show up.
And you know what the thing is too? He pleaded with the fans.
Yeah,
we need you to show up. We need you to show up, and they showed up in droves last year. And so far, early returns for free agency. This is what you've done. The fan base is going to turn, and they're going to hate this team
after a flop of a deadline too.
A flop of a deadline, an awful season. I mean, I stand by that might be the worst season in 162 games in the history of baseball. With as easy it is to get into the postseason now, and that's what you do. It was putrid. So yeah, he is not in good public favor right now at all.
What would have been smart though is to line your ducks up in a row. Where the second,
you lose now. You're getting your pieces.
Yeah. Well, guess who we just signed?
Right.
Breaking
but here's
news.
The thing. He doesn't care.
Well, no, because he's not going to. But that's not what he's going to do. He's going to play the game. He's going to play out this is what I'm sure he has. He has his his spreadsheet with we've gone through all the numbers, and this is exactly what Pete's worth, and this is exactly what Kyle Tucker's worth, and that's how he's going to play this game. It's just you don't need to play the game that way. You don't.
Well, that he wants to.
Oh, why though?
Because that's the way it's like all those wealthy old people, and they still go to the store and they're like, okay, I'm going to use these coupons, and I'm going to different stores because the meat that I want is less at this store than it is that store. That's who he is.
Right, but that's not who the owner is. Like you just watched your owner.
The owner hired the wrong guy.
You just watched your owner sit down with Juan Soto and give him almost $800 million and then add to it.
Yeah.
Oh, the 765 is not enough. What else could
Can
we
get
give
you? Sweet.
I mean, so we'll see, man. But I got to tell you, like right now, it feels terrible.
Yeah, it feels awful. And on top of it, emotionally, it's tough. Like, not only did you lose Pete Alonso, who was a really good player. I don't want to say great, but a really good player. And I think Edwin Diaz, who at stretches was a great player. There's an emotional aspect to this too, right? Nimmo was drafted by the Mets. Pete was a lifelong Met. Pete is a record holder, and I know the record is unimpressive, but that's what we have. I mean, you can't go back and change history. He's a record holder for this organization, and you're losing all of these pieces, and you're not adding anything. So I understand why the fan base is beside themselves right now.
Yeah, I don't know. Do you think that Cody Bellinger is, I mean, he's probably a better overall baseball player. Do you think that Cody Bellinger is a better player than Pete?
I think overall, yeah.
The versatility of it?
I mean, can he play center field? Very well. Left field,
he can
very
play left
well.
field, he can
First
play
base,
first
very
base.
well. Is he run the bases better? Like pure power? No, absolutely not. But as far as an all-around player, yeah, I think Bellinger is probably a better all-around
You know what's amazing?
baseball player.
You know what's amazing? If I asked you before we got into the offseason, things that you'd like to see happen. And I said, okay, core needs to be, we both agreed the core needs to be changed. Jeff McNeil would have been at the top of the list.
Yeah.
Not sitting here talking about him platooning at first base.
Oh, I'm telling you, just court of public opinion. Could you imagine if you don't get any big-time splashy move in free agency or trade?
Could you imagine if it was another Yankee? Have you seen the list?
And you trot out Goldschmidt and McNeil as your platoon at first base this season?
Did you see the tweet of the list of former Yankees that we've signed since Steve Cohen's become the owner?
You think that's a Mendoza thing? Like what? That's not a Stearns thing.
It's a page long. I'm looking at it right now. Devin Williams, Soto, Montas, Severino, Betances, Bader, Ottavino, Sanchez, David Robertson, Robinson Cano, Cameron Maben. I mean, the list is it's a whole page of players.
This is since when? Since Cohen took over? No, because Cano was before Cohen.
Since he's been, well, I think Cano was on the team. I think when he took over, right? We got
right. Yes,
but since he's been the owner of the team, this is how many former Yankees have been on the team. Plus, not to mention the fact that he had Buck Showalter and Carlos Mendoza.
Right.
I mean, and then you're going to bring in Goldschmidt?
Well, here's the thing: if you bring in Bellinger, he's really good. If you bring in Goldschmidt, why? A year older, more ancient, unathletic. Doesn't really hit. I mean, hits lefties, but doesn't really hit. Ugh, good first baseman defensively, but no. How could you? Now, if you told me you're making a trade for Skubal and you're signing Tucker, not that these are going to happen, and you're signing Tucker and your pivot at first base is platoon those guys, I think that's very different.
I think I find it hard to believe that you're going to lock yourself into long-term deals with Tucker and Skubal.
No, I don't think you will either. I'm just saying, like, you could digest a Goldschmidt-McNeil combination of first base if the other things are remedied. But if you don't remedy the other things in a big way, people are going to freak out about that too.
Oh, of course. I mean, there's a better
rightfully
chance.
So.
There's a better chance you make a trade with the Twins than you do what you just said.
I know they like Joe Ryan. I like Joe Ryan a lot.
Yeah, right. To bring in Joe Ryan and then you put Buxton in center field.
The only thing with Buxton is he's never healthy.
I know, but to get Joe Ryan, do you have to bring? You know what I'm saying? Like that would make that would seem like something that they would do as opposed to locking yourself into a 10-year deal, 2 10-year deals.
I'm not saying they
were
going to. I'm just saying like it would make it worse if it's a Goldschmidt-McNeil combination at first. If you don't at least do things that appease the fan base with other areas,
it's got to be big time moves. Is what it's got to be.
I agree.
It can't be. It can't be Paul Goldschmidt.
Oh God, could you imagine that? I mean, you'd be done. You wouldn't even want to watch this team. You'd go into the opening of 2026 and be like, I don't care. You'd be dead inside.
And that what you said was an important piece of this too is you challenged the fan base, and the fan base showed up. And right now, this does not feel like the appropriate way to repay the fan base.
Don't let them down. Don't let them down. All right, let's break. Come back. We won't let you down. We'll get to all your calls. We got to hear about Rick's night last night. We got football to get to. This is we got an observations. Did it happen in Florida? A very busy show. A lot going on a Thursday in December. DNR with you, ESPN New York. All right, let's see what's happening on the roads today. Here is our dear friend, Debbie Duhane.
Hi, Dave. Hi, Rick. Yeah, tough loss losing Pete Alonso. Good luck to Pete, and good luck to the Mets without him. Guys, let's see what's happening. Good luck on the FDR Drive as well. Northbound bumper to bumper up through the 30s. It's late running construction. Westbound BQE at Meeker Morgan. A collision. Staten Island Expressway eastbound right past 440. A crash over there on 280 East exit 15 in Newark. Accident. Port Jeff Branch. A 20-minute delay on the LIRR. Sponsored by Positive Coaching Alliance. Got issues with youth or high school sports? Positive Coaching Alliance can help. PCA, a national nonprofit, offers more than 1,000 free online resources for youth and high school sports, coaches, parents, students, and administrators. Visit PCADebZone.org. I'm Debbie Duhame, 880 ESPN, New York.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer, providing equal employment, development, and advancement opportunities to all teammates and applicants. To learn more about careers with us, please send an email to talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com. That's talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com.
Health surprises can change your life in an instant. You've seen it happen to others, but it doesn't have to be your story. At Princeton Longevity Center, we customize actionable and proactive health plans to maximize your lifespan and take control of your health. Our Cancer Check program combines cutting-edge technology with top medical expertise to keep you ahead of potential risks. With advanced full-body imaging, genetic testing, and multi-cancer detection blood tests, we look for even the earliest signs of problems. Results are analyzed by expert physicians who craft a personalized plan to safeguard your future. You're not just a patient, you're a partner in your health journey, backed by a team committed to helping you live longer, healthier, and more vibrantly. Our programs have saved hundreds of lives and empowered countless others to take control of their health. Be proactive with your health for the ultimate peace of mind. Call 888-8000-PLC or visit PrincetonLongevityCenter.com.
The Hess truck's back and it's better than ever. Roaring engines this year. Hess race cars are here.
The Hess stock car racers are loaded with lights, sounds, and a powerful racing motor. Only at HessToyTruck.com. Free shipping and batteries included.
At Jake's 58 Casino Hotel, we're celebrating this holiday season with our $155,000 Slay the Road drawing, including your chance to win a new Land Rover Defender and $10,000 cash. Earn entries all month long, then be here on January 1st between 12 and 3 p.m. when one winner will be drawn every hour to win up to $20,000 cash. At 4 p.m., one lucky winner will win a Land Rover Defender and $10,000 cash. At Jake's 58 Casino Hotel. If gambling is a problem for you or someone you care about, please call the 24-hour toll-free helpline at 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY.
For over 100 years, Slomin's has been your trusted partner in comfort. When it comes to home heating oil, we deliver more than just quality fuel. We deliver peace of mind. With price protection, automatic deliveries, 24/7 service, and up to 30 days to pay your invoice. Our dedicated team is just a call away, ensuring you stay warm and comfortable all winter long. Slomin's, New York and New Jersey's largest heating oil provider, proudly serving our community for generations. Give us a call today at 866-GET-HEAT or visit oil.slomans.com.
Discover a driving experience crafted to inspire. At Garden City Mazda, exceptional design and sophisticated performance come together during the Mazda More to Move You sales event. Lease the 2025 Mazda CX-5 for just $229 a month at Garden City Mazda.
This is the story of the one. As the purchasing manager at a manufacturing plant, she knows the only thing more important than having the right safety gear is having it there when you need it. That's why she partners with Grainger for auto reordering, so her team members can count on her to have cut-resistant gloves on hand, and each shift can run safely and efficiently. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Progressive presents Employee of the Month. Small Business Edition. Today's recipient from Terry's Tiny Homes, Terry! Sure, as the only employee of her company, Terry was probably the front runner, but saving money getting personalized discounts with a commercial auto quote from Progressive, well, that gave Terry the edge. Over Terry.
Terry, Terry.
Keep awkwardly
Terry,
chanting your own name, Terry. You deserve it.
Woo!
Be your own Terry. See if you could save in as little as 8 minutes at progressivecommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Discounts not available in all states or situations.
880 ESPN, WHSQ, and WCBS-FM HD2, New York. A Good Karma Brands radio station. This is DiPietro and Rothenberg.
They didn't want Alonso.
David Stearns is smart, has a plan, but there is no doubt that he is putting extra pressure on himself right now.
The finality of it all, you can be surprised by that, but they didn't meet with Alonso. They didn't make Alonso an offer.
With the way things are going right now, it's hard to even envision what will happen next.
To have back-to-back days where you lose probably the best closer in baseball, and then the guy who's hit the most home runs in the history of your franchise, all in 2 days.
David Stearns has taken away the one advantage that Cohen had over everybody else, his fortune.
This is DiPietro and Rothenberg on ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
You can hear just the annoyance, the frustration, and the concern from the Mets fan. Mets fans are lined up now. They want to get into the conversation. 800-919-3776. I want to do that, and then I want to hear about your night last night at UBS. But was it phenomenal?
Yeah, it was great. It was great. I mean, it really was. We won't get into it right now, but it was better than I could have even imagined.
That's awesome. I do want to hear about it, but we have other pressing issues that we have to get to at the moment. All right, Let's go right down the list. Danny, Long Island, who was not overly concerned yesterday. Danny, how you feeling today?
Might just swerve the car into an abutment on the Southern State Parkway. I'm a little bit more concerned as I head to work. But let me just start off by saying the 15 minutes of radio that Ricky just gave us should be put in the Hall of Fame. And, Rick, take the rest of the day off. Because your presentation of the facts coupled with the emotions and the reality was so spot on. You should be on every talk show across the country. Because this isn't just analytics. There's emotions involved. There's people. You make a phone call. How many games would we have won if we didn't have Pete? Simple point, but spectacular. The reason we didn't make the playoffs didn't have nothing to do with Pete. Pete was great. It was the pitching staff. I told this call screener, this is like taking your car.
Hang on a second.
You were there,
Danny.
Joe. You were there, Joe.
No, Danny. You know exactly.
Why do you got to interrupt him? He's flowing, man.
You know why? All right, fine. You know what? Fine. Just disrespect a piece of the show. You're okay with that, Rick? I'm not.
No.
All right. I see people treated incorrectly, and I have to stand up for them. Not. I told this call screener.
RJ, yeah, it could have waited.
Oh, I did this before. I did this on the afternoon show. I forget. I know. Sorry. Let me continue if I may. RJ, I hate to disrespect you. I'm sorry. I didn't mean it. I'm ranting. I'm like Don in the middle of the afternoon show yesterday when that idiot called him up and set him off on a tangent. So anyway. Now you broke the mood.
You know what? If you weren't disrespectful, I would have to break the train of thought.
It's like taking your car into a shop to get a tune-up, and all of a sudden you look at the guy taking the wheels off, and they're doing, well, we didn't need all of this, and it's disappointing. You try to remain calm, but as Ricky said, there's emotion involved. These are our guys. These are our players, and you don't just replace Alonso's production. And I don't know what this guy's doing. He looks like he thinks he's the smartest guy in the room, and it's all about spreadsheets, and it's not. And I don't know what to say to this point. I'm trying to remain calm. You can't complain about the meal till it's served, and then you see what the hell I gave you. Play a dog food or a nice steak. We don't know what we're going to get yet, but we're certainly taking it up a DEFCON level because this guy thinks he's the smartest one in the room, and I think I don't know what Uncle Stevie's doing, but I just have to try to remain calm because then I could do it.
Well, there's
what looks like an opening day.
There's nothing you can do, and you're right, and thanks. And I understand. I think a big piece of this is the emotional aspect of it, is that these are your guys, right? I mean, Pete, Nimmo, they've only played here with the Mets. They were lifelong Mets, and you were just like, all right, goodbye. You traded Nimmo, and they didn't even talk to Pete. There wasn't even a conversation with Pete. Go. You want to go? You get a 5-year deal? That's fine. We're not even going to get involved with you this year.
Yeah, as soon as they felt like it was going to go past, the point.
That was it. They were done.
Of the 3 years, and they weren't willing to do that. So it's like, why would we waste our time? When, again, like, you may feel like it's a waste of time, but I would also say, at least have the common courtesy to treat these guys like they're important to you. They might not be. Listen, there was probably no chance that Pete was coming back as soon as he has the season that he has, but at the very least, make him feel like you're trying to, I think. Like, bring him back. At the very least, do you have to call? Do you have to call Edwin Diaz and let him know you're bringing in Devin Williams? No, you don't have to, but could you? Could you play the game?
I think that's a misstep because they wanted Diaz. You don't make a 366 and not want him.
Right, but not only that though, you want if you're going to play this game where this is what the market is and this is what we like to be, this is what we like to pay, and we don't want to get uncomfortable. Something would have to make that player want to forego some money, you would think, if you're playing this game in free agency, to want to be a New York Met.
Make him feel special.
Right, and it's not winning. It's not winning because you won 83 games. So it has to be the experience, how I'm treated. All those different things are important things.
And what would have been so wrong or off or caused you anything if you would have called Diaz and said, all right, just to let you know, we've signed Devin Williams. We're thrilled about it. Of course we want you. We're going to make you a generous offer. And I think it goes without saying, you're going to be the closer when we bring in Devin Williams. What would the downside of that have been?
There isn't a downside to it. There isn't. Especially if you want to play this game that David Stearns is playing, where he has the number, he has the years, and that's where he wants to be. And he doesn't want to overextend himself. When you can if you want. He's just choosing not to now.
But he doesn't want to.
And I just don't know. Again, I don't know the conversations between him and the ownership and what they're trying to do now. Are we at a point now where it's okay, we spent almost $800 million on Juan Soto, and now we'd like to pull back a little bit, and we don't need to be throwing money all over the place?
Well, if they don't throw money at some of these problems, the fan base, and myself included, are going to freak out. How could you
Who are
not?
they throwing money at, though? You already heard they weren't comfortable with Framber Valdez. They don't want to spend they don't like the amount of years they're going to have to go with one of these top-of-the-market, starting pitchers. I mean, Scooble's going to. I mean, it's going to cost you a ton of prospects.
It's
plus,
going to cost you $400 million.
Right, Kyle Tucker's going to cost you a ton of money. It's free agency, man. This is what happens. You want to shop with the big boys. You're going to have to get uncomfortable and pay more than you want.
Yeah, you put yourself in a position where if you need these guys, they get top of the market money.
Especially with what are you offering them? Like, I could understand if you were the Dodgers and you wanted to play games. Like, hey, fellas, like we won back-to-back
all we do
championships.
is win.
That's it. You want to be a part of it or not?
No, you want to go to the Mets? Go to the Mets and win your 83 games. Or you want to come here and not even be whole and win back-to-back championships. You can decide that in L.A. By the way,
right? Like, I mean that. Like, you built it up to a point where it can kind of almost sell itself. Like, the Mets right now need to sell what they're trying to do here to these players.
Well, and the problem is I don't think anybody knows what they're trying to do.
Fan base sure as hell doesn't.
Breezy in the truck. Breezy, good morning. You're on ESPN New York.
Good morning, fellas. Real quick, Rick, with your DNR stuff, are you going to have Winter Scully in part of that? Because all I see you wearing is baseball cap.
The next step I would like to have winter. I do love a winter hat. Yeah, we're just trying to get it online first. Before we start.
Breezy, before they're worrying about their full product line, they're just trying to get
functional.
Online. They're just trying to get it active.
Yeah. Okay. Now while I'm sitting on hold with you, my wife texted me the receipt for the stuff that she bought me for my birthday, which was a brand new Diaz jersey, a brand new Alonso jersey, and then she also sent a picture of my Gardner jersey and my Quentin Williams jersey in a bin. Now, supporting these teams not expensive. I would like to know how they're going to replace Diaz and Alonso when the guy don't want to spend no money. Stearns don't want to spend no money.
Stop it. Stop with the. I understand you're upset. Now, a couple things. Firstly, and thanks to the call, Breezy, you have your wife, or your wife decides to buy you an Alonso jersey. Come on. Like, that doesn't seem like it's the smartest thing in the world to
Not
do.
great timing. No.
You knew that this could happen.
Yeah.
So, and we're really, the guy's not going to spend money. We're there already.
Yeah. I don't think that's necessarily true, but I think right now you would feel like the feeling is he doesn't want to overextend himself.
Yes. And I think that's more Stearns than it is Cohen.
Yeah, right. But I mean, how often do we really want the owner to have to keep stepping in though? Otherwise, why would you have hired this guy?
Well, especially when you have what's so weird is it's somebody else's money. It's not even your money. Like, so if I have to go a little more with a guy here, a guy there to keep them or get them, who cares?
Right, but I mean, there was a reason why he brought him in, and he has been on record saying that it's not sustainable to spend the amount of money that he was spending. So maybe this is going to be the new
model.
The new model.
Maybe. Patty, Schenectady. Good morning, Patty. How you doing?
I think the word for me is despondent. That's kind of how I'm feeling this morning. I think the optics of this are just terrible, and I understand the baseball side of it, but, to me, Diaz, you're talking about that you weren't willing to pay him $1 million more. And I don't love the joke, but you pay Bobby Bonilla $1 million every year. You couldn't give Edwin Diaz $1 million more. He's at least playing for you still. And then the whole Alonso thing, being your franchise leader in home runs, being a home run guy, it's just an emotional wreck. Now, Dave, I agree with you that in 3 weeks or 4 weeks, if they go out and they spend money on, I don't even want to give a list of names, but this roster looks better in 4 weeks.
Right.
Maybe I'll
if it
feel
looks
a bit
different and you're not horrified by where they are. Yep, I agree.
That to me is something that I do stand by. But this is my opinion as of today on David Stearns, and it just irks me because I feel like yesterday you were talking about this, and he feels so desperate to prove that his way of being a GM is correct. He wants to prove to people that the way he did things in Milwaukee, it can work in New York, and he can bring these guys into the pitching lab and do this and that. And it's at least me, I'm kind of getting sick of it, of your owner wants to spend money. He brought in Alonso for another year when you didn't want to. He was the pushing force on Soto. I get it that you don't want to sign pitchers long term, but if Framber Valdez for 5 years gets you a World Series in the next 3 years and then the 2 years at the end, it does not matter. It doesn't matter.
Yeah,
so
right,
that
Patty,
to me is the
Patty,
hard part.
we're not close to a World Series right now. So I mean, so like you've also put yourself in a spot now with some of the moves that you just made, that bringing in Valdez for 5-6 years or whatever it is, like there's like really, you think there's a chance over the next 3 years we win a World Series?
I mean,
so that the last
hard.
2 years are okay.
I don't think that they're 3 years away, but. Oh, sorry, Rick. I didn't mean to step on you, but I was going to say at the same time, like we're coming off a National League Championship Series 2 years ago,
right? So, but
and then we
that's my point,
our way to an 83-win season,
right? But that's my point, though.
Like,
if that was your thought, last year would have been the year to do it. Like if it's not, it's against what you believe. But now you have the season that you had. You just bring in Juan Soto. Last year would have been the year to get a little like, hey, Max Fried, we don't want to sign you to 8 years, but we are, because we feel like we're right there, and we want to capitalize on what, like, the momentum that we have from last season. We want to take advantage of that. Instead, you go with what you went with, and it failed miserably.
I think what this reminds me of is, like, one quick thing that this reminds me of is, like, this just feels so eerily similar to when they and I'm not saying that it will turn out the same way, but when they let Daniel Murphy walk and they brought in Neil Walker, and they were like, we're going to replace Daniel Murphy with Neil Walker after the NLCS he just had, when the World Series run he just had, and then Daniel Murphy went on to win a batting title with the Nationals. Like, I could see Pete in the middle of that lineup, being top 3 in the American League in home runs. Like, that to me is the part that's like, ugh.
See, Patty, I've already come to grips, and thanks for the call, that Pete's going to, I mean, Pete is a monster home run hitter. Pete is going to hit 35 to 45 home runs. There's no doubt about that in my mind. The thing I'm concerned about now is, how do I pivot? Where do I go losing Pete Alonso, losing Brandon Nimmo, losing that amount of power and middle-of-the-order guys, and what do I morph into? I'm not concerned about what is Pete going to do on Baltimore. I know he's going to be good offensively.
But what you just said is what I'm most concerned about, though. Because, I mean, you said it last year, and now I think that's changed. It has to have changed, is that you trust David Stearns.
It has changed.
Right. But the point Patty just brought up is a great point, is that as far as he was concerned, right, like all his metrics and everything else that he does, goes into these decisions, he was good with leaving, not having Pete Alonso last year. Right? Like, I mean, Pete Alonso had a great season. So his instinct was, I'm good with Pete. We don't need him back. And luckily, the owner steps in and brings Pete back, and
right.
Pete hits 38 home runs, has 100 and almost 30 RBIs.
It was awesome.
And hits 272. So, like, if that was his instinct, is no, we don't need Pete because we don't believe him in what he's going to do. He won't bounce back, right? The only reason you wouldn't bring Pete back is because you didn't think he was going to bounce back from the season that he had previously, which was where he hit 240, had 34 and 88.
He had a terrible season.
He's not worth $30 million. Oh no, because he looked like he was worth $30 million last season, didn't he? So if that was your instinct, now how do I trust you? Not to mention the fact that you got Frankie Montas and Griffin Canning, and we were talking about this pitching lab. Well, where's the pitching lab? Well, you fired the pitching lab.
You fired everybody.
So it wasn't your fault.
When you fire, it's like the Giants. Well, we'll fire Dable, and we'll fire the defensive coordinator, and we'll fire Brian Cox, and we'll fire everybody. Well, at some point, you got to look inward and be like, okay, maybe it's me. So, I mean, it's not as extreme as the Giants, but I don't know. I don't know how you could feel good about David Stearns today.
Right, but at least with the Giants, the whole Saquon Barkley thing, we kind of talked about this yesterday. The Saquon Barkley thing is that Joe Shane didn't value a running back, right? So, I mean, we're not going to put a value on his leadership and all these different things, and we're going to move off Saquon Barkley. At least in that situation, you could put your head on the pillow going, well, Saquon Barkley wouldn't have done that. He wouldn't have run for 2,000 yards with this Giants team.
Well, he wouldn't have, no.
He did it with the Eagles. Yeah, David Stearns tell you that I don't believe in Pete Alonso. I don't want to bring him back. Your owner steps in and brings him back, and he does it for your team, which in reality actually makes you look stupid.
Right. Is a non-baseball guy was right on that move. And the baseball guy really was wrong on that move and was pushed into it.
Yeah, just like, I mean, most of us are like, Frankie Montas, what are you, crazy? Yeah, it's his big deal. Like Frankie Montas, 2 years, not even 1 year. It wasn't a 1 year deal, it's a 2 year deal.
Right. Now, the superpower that you have behind you is that you can just kick that to the side and be done and not have to have Frankie Montas for another season.
Yeah, or at the deadline. Hey, guys, I mean, I don't know about you, but we had Harrison Bader. Seemed like he fit really well in that clubhouse. Maybe we do that for center field.
He's played in New York. He succeeded in New York.
We're going to go Cedric Mullins.
It was a bad move. Listen, there's no doubt that I don't want to say hot seat because I don't think he's on the hot seat, but like people are very aware of David Stearns right now. Let's break. Come back. More your calls. I've locked down a time for the guest. It is going to be 8:30 today, so I want to let you know that. We can tease that and get excited for that. We got to hear about your game. We got to get into the Giants. We got to get into this Michigan story is crazy with the multiple layers to that. So a lot going on. DNR with you right here on ESPN New York.
At Uline, they know firsthand the road to success is an uphill climb. Uline started in the family basement, and through hard work is now North America's most trusted shipping and industrial supplier. They get what it means to have the support of reliable, hardworking partners. So they keep 41,000 items ready to ship. Whether your company is still in a basement office or expanding cross-country, Uline will be there on your road to success. Visit uline.com.
Friends, it's football season, the best time of the year. You should be out there tailgating, cheering on your team, and enjoying every Sunday. But if you're dealing with neck pain, back pain, sciatica, or nerve pain, even getting off the couch can feel like a challenge. You don't have to live like that. There's help. Dr. Jay Shaw at Sandwell Pain is New Jersey's top pain specialist. He's Ivy League trained, double board certified, and is dedicated to helping you get back in the game. Here's what makes the difference. No surgery, no scars, no long recovery, no pain medication. Just precise, non-surgical image-guided procedures that deliver real results. Dr. Shaw treats neck pain, back pain, joint pain, migraines, nerve pain, and sciatica with a plan that's customized for you. Same-day and next-day appointments are available, and with offices in Woodbridge, Livingston, and Inglewood, relief is always close. So don't let pain keep you on the sidelines this season. Visit SandwellPain.com to call, text, or book online. Most major insurances are accepted. That's SandwellPain.com. Relief is closer than you think, and it starts today.
Murray to the net. Score!
The New York Islanders are back in action with a brand new theme night schedule you won't want to miss. Bring your friends out for the holidays and take home a custom holiday replica jersey or arrive early for special bobblehead giveaway nights for Matt Barzell and Bo Horvat.
Barzell for Horvat. Score!
Explore the full theme night schedule at NewYorkIslanders.com.
Texting enrolls you into recurring automated text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Man, I love seeing the old gang at these reunions.
Did you see Brian? He's in better shape than he was 25 years ago. How is that even possible?
Yep, I ran into him a few weeks ago and had to ask. He told me he started taking Nugenix Total T2.
The testosterone booster?
Yeah, but it's way more than that now. It also skyrockets your nitric oxide in as little as 3 hours. I started taking it right away and I'm already seeing results.
I was wondering what you were doing. You seriously crushed me in that pickup game last week.
Yep, after 40, energy, strength, drive, it all starts going downhill. But with T2, I feel like my old self again. Stronger, leaner, and my energy is way up. My wife even noticed a difference. They're giving out complimentary bottles right now. Just send them a text.
Text CAR to 321-321 for your complimentary bottle of new Nugenix Total T2. Text now and you'll also get a free bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, our most powerful fat incinerator. That's CAR to 321-321.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. Product not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Getting more as a My Lowe's Pro Rewards member is easier than ever with the Lowe's app. Download it today and earn 500 points the first time you log in. Plus, your digital wallet helps you scan, save, earn, and access what you need to manage it all in one place. Download the Lowe's app and take advantage of your Pro benefits today. Lowe's, we help, you save. Valid 12/1/25 through 1/7/26. Offer valid for first login per organization only. Loyalty program subject to terms and conditions. Additional restrictions apply. Visit Lowe's.com/terms for more details. Subject to change.
As America's #1 motorcycle insurer, Progressive has your back.
Oh, like replacing my bike in case of an accident?
Progressive's total loss coverage can help with that.
Great. And you also agree with me that my riding club should ride to the aquarium instead of cruising around a mountain, right?
Actually, we just do insurance. We don't vote in riding clubs.
Nice. 2 votes for the turtle exhibit.
To be clear, Progressive has your back for insurance only. So get a quote and see if you can save.
What are you, some kind of turtle hater?
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Covered subject to policy terms, limits, and conditions.
All right, DNR with you, ESPN New York. We roll along on a Thursday. It's cold outside, by the way. And I was told something by Alex which upset me, and then it made sense to me. I said, how we doing? What's going on? He goes, Dad, it's easier when Mom's around. I said, what did I not do? He goes, well, when you're not around, when Mom's not around, I have to take the bus to school. I said, well, I can't help you there. I can't drive you to school. So
yeah, right. But
I think
you
that's
understand
fair.
it.
Yeah, but it's easier when your significant other, who does more of the work, is around.
I think it depends on the relationship. Yeah, but for you especially, it is much easier when Sherry's around.
But I've been great. But now I have to walk the dogs almost exclusively, and I have to wake up earlier to do that. And I got to make sure everything is packed. And like I'm doing the role of two parents right now.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm just saying. I think there are certain people in certain relationships where I think that the adulting, we'll call it, all inclusive.
Why do you always have to be the adult?
Is more of a shared responsibility than in your home.
I was thinking about it yesterday when I got the mail. I was like, Bill. I'm like, oh my God, I don't know, wouldn't even know what to do with these things.
Did I pay them?
I haven't paid a bill. I couldn't even tell you the last time I paid a bill.
Now I'm going to become an adult one of these days. I'm telling you.
You've been coddled.
Yeah, I've been treated nicely.
Yeah, very nicely.
So you would be fine with that? Like you get to the bills, fine, mortgage, no problem, spreadsheets, all that kind of stuff, Quicken.
Nope.
You'd be fine with that.
I don't know if I would use Quicken, but yeah, I'd be good. I'd be solid.
Insurance policies, non-issue.
Non-issue.
Paying online, all that, no problem.
Yep.
RJ, you'd be fine with that too? I mean, Ray
I'm not an adult.
Ray obviously is fine with it because he has no choice. But RJ, no problem.
That's just not nice.
You're on a roll this week. Let me tell you.
What did I say?
My goodness.
You could have just left it at that and moved on.
Well, you don't have someone to rely on.
Yeah, but like the fact that I don't, like it's like, oh well, he doesn't have a choice.
You don't have a choice. If you don't do it, it doesn't get done.
I die.
That's right. I don't want you to die. You guys.
I'm not an adult.
You're very sensitive.
Just how you said it.
It wasn't meant to be mean. How about this? I'll let you know when I'm trying to be a jerk.
Sometimes tone matters.
When with the whole RJ thing yesterday, I was trying to be a jerk. I couldn't help myself because it was so easy. In that instance right there, if it came off the wrong way, I apologize. That was not my intent.
What's the term? Tact? He doesn't have tact?
No, he does not have tact.
That's a Dave Rothenberg apology right there.
Tactful.
Sorry if I offended you.
Yeah.
I wasn't intending to offend you. The fact that you're sensitive is not my fault.
And there it is.
Charmony's soft, this show.
Wow.
All right.
But anyway, RJ, Ange goes away for a week. Is there big trouble?
Listen, I mean, it would certainly be a change, but of all the things you mentioned, yeah, I have my hands in all those things.
So you're paying bills?
Spreadsheets, bills,
Quicken, car repair, all that. You're involved in everything?
No, all of it.
Making dinners, doing dishes, doing laundry, you're check.
Dinners, not as much. All the other things you said, yes. Dinners, I'll be honest, I don't have a lot of involvement. I'm very not capable in the kitchen. But everything else.
Could you make an oatmeal?
Yeah, I can make oatmeal.
Okay. Don't say you make an oatmeal, though, because you're not really making oatmeal. You're taking an instant oatmeal and putting it in the microwave. That's making oatmeal.
Well, of course it is.
No, it isn't.
That's the way I choose
We're
to
not
make
making
oatmeal.
it from scratch, yeah.
No.
Well, no, I'm not like starting to shred oats and stuff.
Yeah, but everything else.
But I'm ripping open packets.
These aren't real things.
I mean, you almost burnt your finger off, though.
But I didn't.
I don't even know if Sherry trusts you to do oatmeal anymore. You almost lost your finger.
Do great things with peanut butter.
Here's the thing for you, though.
I don't even want to know what that means.
Just move past it. Move past it.
Don't even want to know what that means.
If things go so well that Sherry actually returns, because her expectations clearly are like the bar's on the floor, and if she comes back and things go well, are you concerned that as a result...
I'm asked to do more?
No, well, one, you're asked to do more, or two, she's like, you know what? Maybe these work trips that I put off, maybe I can get away a little more, get a little more business done, and because Dave is capable.
Is that what she calls it, business?
Oh, boy.
So is that what you're going with? Oh. That my wife is out there just making love to everybody in Minnesota?
I don't know if what she's doing is called making love, but maybe. I don't know.
I mean, what is wrong with you?
Hey, you
but
want
I guess
to be
a man that would mock his own mother's appearance, nothing should shock me.
I actually said something nasty, too, the other day. I apologize.
Yeah, color me shocked. What did you say the other day?
Oh, nothing. No, because so my sister-in-law has a new baby, and I guess the what you read now is like you're not supposed to like kiss the baby on the face or whatever because there's germs. And my mother, when we had our kids, little babies, like they red lipstick on their face.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, and I was like, well, it's not a big deal because her lips are plastic anyway.
Oh.
It's just terrible, but it's not. I mean, it's not incorrect.
But there could still be germs on plastic lips, no?
Yes, I think it's probably
so you
less
get the worst
likely,
of all of
but-
it.
Yeah, right.
Let's go to Sal in Maspeth. Sal, good morning. You're on ESPN New York. Sal, how you doing, buddy?
Sal's not there. Sal's not there.
Great. All right, good job, Sal. Bye. Kevin in Queens. Kevin, you're next up on ESPN.
Hey, good morning, guys. Yeah, listen, man. Cold yesterday. I didn't think it could get worse. And Pete's gone. Pretty much agree with what everyone's saying. There's just I have no faith in this front office, man. It's like it's just these guys are just lying. This guy's lying to us, Stearns. It's like we won't go more than 3 years on Edwin. He goes for 3 years, right? Like it's like we want to. It's like they want to win now, but build for.
Well, hang on. But how did they lie? You said we won't go more than 3 years. They went 3 years.
I think Pete was probably a better example of that. Like we only want to go 3, but then the Orioles go 5.
I think the fact that we didn't get him. I know it's like, listen, he said all these things. Hefner left, right? Whatever, coach, whatever the reason that he left. But it's like, for the fact that it was like $3 million, and like we know that we are in a win now window, right? I know we have all these young guys, but like the fan base is hungry. Like there's a big market. Like what are we doing? His philosophy just doesn't fit with.
And he told you, right, Kevin?
We were sold.
When he took over the team, he said, "We're going to win a championship within 5 years." So where's that?
Which has passed. Stearns hasn't said that, and I'm glad because it happens. Brody Van Wagen, Brody came in. Like all these New York guys come and they feel like they have to pump their chest up, or they come to New York. I should say New York guys. They come to New York. I know Stearns and Cohen are New York guys, but these guys come to New York and they feel like they have to pump their chest and make these big trades. It's just shut up and do your job and like just bring us to like relevancy, man. Like, I know I'm going to switch topics, but, like, the Knicks with Thibodeau, like, they were in relevancy. They got rid of this guy. It better work with Mike Brown, man. Like, New York fans, like, we're just desperate, and we're, like, New York fans showed up for Steve Cohen yesterday, last in attendance. What do you think is going to happen now?
Yeah, right, but the only difference...
The roster,
here's the thing, though.
Tatis, all these stars.
Right,
like,
okay, hold on a second. Here's the difference, though, and I appreciate the phone call, is you bring up the Knicks. The Knicks made moves to get better, though. Right, like the Knicks, they got to a certain point with Tibbs. They decided, after talking to the players and everything else, that he wasn't maximizing Cat. He wasn't maximizing Mikal Bridges. If we did have a deeper bench, who knows if he plays these guys. So we bring in Mike Brown. They added to their bench. So they got better. Right now, the Mets feel like they're getting worse. Right? Like, I mean, last year, coming off a year where you got all the way to the NLCS, and you bring in Juan Soto. It's a huge win. That feels like it should have been the time where, okay, window's open now. We just brought in Juan Soto. Let's take advantage of the money now, as opposed to, no, let's run it back with my philosophy with Frankie Montas and Griffin Canning and these guys. And it was an epic fail.
Epic fail.
And now what? And now there's no Pete. Now there's no Edwin Diaz. You trade Brandon Nimmo. And I gotta read a report that there's a chance that Paul Goldschmidt and Jeff McNeil are playing first base.
Oh, you will lose the fan base so quickly.
Like, I get it. It worked in Milwaukee, and hopefully at some point, I mean, that happens here. But, I mean, there has to be a marriage between the two philosophies. You got to be able to do both. Like, you got to take what you did in Milwaukee and marry it to Steve Cohen's money.
But in theory, shouldn't that be easy to do? You can do it when you don't have money. Now you have unlimited money behind you. Maybe I'm wrong. I would think that would be the easiest way to succeed in this job.
Right now, at the moment, it doesn't feel like it's
No. I'm not saying he's doing it well. I'm saying I would think that would be the best way. Like, what Tampa does is wildly difficult. But I have that upbringing of, like, I'm going to do things on the cheap and find deals here and deals there. And then whenever I want, I have the money of a massive multi-billionaire behind me to do my thing.
I think it's hard for those people to
get away from that mindset.
To completely get away from that mindset, because I think I think sometimes that does hurt big market teams where they feel like they can just spend money to spend money, and sometimes they end up making bad deals that end up hurting them. Like, where you always feel this pressure to go out and make deals, you can start spending bad money. Right? Like, I mean, do we all think that the Stanton move was a great move? That felt like that was hey, we didn't get Ohtani, let's make a move. No Ohtani, so, like, reactively, let's make a move, and you go and bring in Stanton. Who, again, like, you already had Judge, you bring in Stanton, and now guess what? Having Giancarlo Stanton on your team right now is proven to be a problem because he can only be a DH because of the money. Because of the money you were spending on him, there's no flexibility there. So I get that part of it, but I also, I mean, I also recognize that when you are in this situation and you do have these resources, that free agency means you're going to get that's what it means. You're going to get uncomfortable. If there's players that you want, that means that there are other teams that want that same player, so they're going to do things that are going to make them feel uncomfortable. So you're going to, in return, we heard nothing but great things. Since 2019, the three best power hitters in Major League Baseball are Aaron Judge, Kyle Schwarber, and Pete Alonso. You can't tell me that the Phillies feel good about giving him a 5-year deal. You can't.
No, but they wanted to keep him. I go back to it. I don't think Stearns wanted Alonso no matter what. 2 years, 3 years. I don't think he wanted
forget
him.
Alonso. How about Diaz? You couldn't have gone 5 years with Diaz?
You could. You could do whatever you want.
Right. I know you don't want
You're
to,
not
but you
strapped financially.
If you really wanted him. Now, maybe you didn't really want him, but you did offer him, 3 for $66.
No, I think they really wanted Diaz. Because why would you offer him that kind of deal if you didn't really want him?
Right. So, but that's a better example of what I'm talking about than Pete.
Yes.
Because I think we all understand he didn't want Pete.
Right. I think you're right. I think the Diaz one is more upsetting. Now, I understand the affinity you have for Pete because he was a Mets guy and he was drafted and he's only been here. He's got the home run record. But I think they wanted Diaz and they misplayed that. I think Pete, honestly, I think if you asked him right now, you okay with Pete? He's like, I'm fine with Pete. I never wanted Pete.
But again, what concerns me about that is you didn't want Pete last year. And look at the season Pete had. And you just told me that you think Pete is going to be Pete in Baltimore.
I have no doubt about it.
Right, so if that's the case, why not bring him back? I mean, you got a first baseman who will eventually turn into your DH. I just saw DH get 5 years. Schwarber doesn't play the field, and he's older than Pete.
No. And he got the largest deal in the history of baseball for a designated hitter.
So, I mean, we won't be able to fully react on this until we see what the
You're going to have to wait to see all the puzzle pieces put together is what you're going to have to wait for. All right, let's break. Let's find out about your night last night. We'll get to observations. We'll get it did it happen in Florida? And we got a couple of football topics we got to throw out there as well. Very busy. A lot of good stuff today. DNR with you, ESPN New York.
It's Chuck Devine in Snow Country. Join Cricket Nation for a single line for $35 per month plus free Moto G5G. Smile, you're on Cricket. Terms and restrictions apply. More fresh snow for the mountains yesterday. We've been saying that a lot lately. And Camelback and the Poconos now up to 13 pack powder trails. Shawnee, PA and Mountain Creek, New Jersey both back Friday. We'll have lots of snowmaking between now and Christmas, so plenty of terrain coming for the holidays. Wyndham and the Catskills on 14 trails. Bel Air already 70%, 43 trails covering 14 miles. Gore Mountain on 10 miles of slopes in the Adirondacks, and Whiteface on 50-pack powder trails. Jiminy in the Berkshires up to a dozen slopes day and night. Stratton nearly 40 trails in Vermont. They're going from the top of their gondola, and so is Killington, more than 60 trails and 35 miles. Smuggler's Notch a couple dozen slopes. Opening day for Butternut Thursday. Ski Sundown, Connecticut, and Pico, Vermont Friday.
You don't just ski or ride. You dominate. At Killington, we fuel your adventure. Be the beast. Ski and ride Killington.
Hey, it's Michael Kay, talking to you about my friends at PC Richard & Son. They're local, family-owned, and I trust them, and you can too. Right now, save on all holiday gifts for everyone on your list. And with their holiday price guarantee, your price is protected. If the price goes lower from now through December 24th, they will match it. You can't beat it. Plus, you get fast and free delivery. PC Richard & Son, the company you could trust for over 116 years. Free delivery excludes Manhattan.
The Hess truck's back and it's better than ever. Roaring engines this year. Hess race cars are here.
The Hess stock car racers are loaded with lights, sounds, and a powerful racing motor. Only at HessToyTruck.com. Free shipping and batteries included.
Hey, New York and New Jersey. Commitment issues? No problem. Now you can get unlimited talk, text, and data for $25 a month forever, as in for life. Switch now at boostmobile.com. After 30 gigabytes, you may experience slower speeds. Pay $25 a month as long as you stay on the Boost Mobile Unlimited plan.
Hey, I'm Mike Slater. My dad passed away at the age of 63. It's out of nowhere. Had a stroke. Super hard, obviously, for the whole family, but my dad had life insurance. This is why I have life insurance for my family, for my wife and 4 kids. And the best place to get life insurance is ethos.com, because you can do it in 10 minutes. And there's no medical exam and no blood test, just a few health questions. Get life insurance in 10 minutes so your family is protected. Ethos, ETHOS, ethos.com/play.
On December 12th, Service Titan invites you to celebrate the Day of the Trades, a day we recognize the men and women we depend on to make our lives possible, a day we shine a spotlight on the men and women that work tirelessly to keep society functioning, a day where we look to honor those individuals we couldn't live without. On 12/12 and every day, all of us at Service Titan say thank you to the tradespeople who power the nation. Search Service Titan Power the Nation to learn more.
Hey, I'm Mike Slater. My dad passed away at the age of 63. It's out of nowhere. Had a stroke. Super hard, obviously, for the whole family, but my dad had life insurance. This is why I have life insurance for my family, for my wife and 4 kids. And the best place to get life insurance is ethos.com, because you can do it in 10 minutes. And there's no medical exam and no blood test, just a few health questions. Get life insurance in 10 minutes so your family is protected. Ethos, ETHOS, ethos.com/play.
At Target, great memories start with great prices. Get gingerbread house kits for just $12, plus all the Wonder Shop baking must-haves. Gather the whole fam, grab some gingerbread kits, and start building sweet moments together. Then keep the joy rolling, baking up tasty treats with Wonder Shop that'll make the season a blast. Make unforgettable memories with incredible prices on gingerbread kits and Wonder Shop baking essentials. And step into the holidays, only at Target. Restrictions apply.
ESPN New York is throwing a holiday party you don't want to miss. Join us this Friday at your mother's house in Garden City. We'll be broadcasting the Michael K. Show live from 1 to 3, followed by Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg from 3 to 7, all while supporting a great cause. Bring a toy to benefit the Garden of Dreams Foundation and help make the season brighter for local kids in need. It's the ESPN New York Holiday Party this Friday, brought to you by Spiked Aid, Security Dodge, Amazon Pickup, and ESPN New York.
All right, DNR with you. ESPN New York Game Time brought to you by Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey. When it's game time, that's exactly when it's Tully time. Islanders playing good hockey. They host the Ducks 7 o'clock at UBS, and at the same time, Devils welcome the Lightning to the Rock. And that's Game Time brought to you by Tullamore Dew, the original triple distilled, triple blended, triple cask matured Irish whiskey. Be sure to grab a Tullamore Dew or try the new Tullamore Dew Honey during today's action. Glasses up to enjoying Tullamore Dew responsibly. So you had a night last night. Walk us through it. What was the big alumni game like at the, I almost said Coliseum at UBS?
I got to say this quickly, too, just because you brought up who the Islanders are playing tonight. How incredible the people behind the scenes are for all these teams. So we had the 2 locker rooms. So we weren't, Islanders played tonight, so we weren't in the Islanders locker room. We were in the auxiliary locker rooms. But the Shoresy guys were in the visiting locker room. So that game got done, I don't know, 9-something. Guys stuck around, talked, hung out. They had food for us, beers, the whole thing.
That's nice.
So I can't even imagine when the Shoresy team, with the obligations that they had.
And they're on a big tour, right? They're going around to all the cities playing different alumni teams.
Yeah, I think they're headed to Canada next. But, I mean, that crowd was there to see Shoresy. Right? We did the announcement, like the lineups. Shoresy got a pop, like pop. Like, that was a Shoresy crowd, which is fine, which is great. So I can't even imagine what time they left. The guys that were sticking around had to take Anaheim and put them into the visit. Like, they had to unpack Anaheim.
Oh, so they had to wait for everyone involved in the game last night to be done, cleared out, and then they had to do what they do.
Then they had to do what they do.
Ugh.
So those guys are incredible. But so left, unfortunately, Milo got sick, so he couldn't come to the game. So he was crazy.
But of course Milo got sick.
Right. Just awful timing. So he was devastated. Fortunately, Rocco and Ella went. But traffic was crazy. And they actually, so the traffic comes on. It's like, hey, just so you know, as you head out towards UBS, lots of traffic because of the Shoresy game. I was like, traffic for the Shoresy game?
Really?
Like, how big a deal is this going to be? So we finally get there, walk in, and I was like, is crowd going to be big thing? Lower bowl completely sold out. I was like, really?
So what is that, like 10,000 maybe?
Maybe, probably, but it was packed, man.
Uh-huh.
Like from warm-up. So we went out. They had a great setup for us. Awesome team, too. We had a bunch of guys. Young guys. We had, Matty Martin played. Cal Clutterbuck, who was awesome in the second half yesterday. I saw Matt Molson. Who else? Josh Bailey, Steve Webb, Sean Bates, coach. Trotz was behind the bench. Brian Trottier was behind the bench. Seidenberg, Thomas Grice was in that. Like, we had an awesome team. It was great catching up. We had Robbie Schremp, who unfortunately for Robbie Schremp was born in the wrong generation, because if Robbie Schremp was just getting to the NHL now with the stuff he can do, like, he'd be like the biggest deal. The shootout, he picked the puck up on a stick and starts swinging around like a lacrosse ball.
I love that.
It was unbelievable.
So, all right, so let's cut to the chase. How'd you do?
I scored. I did score.
Nice.
Yeah, which was great. Got done early. A gritty goal in front of the net, and then I promised Rocco and Milo I would do the 6-7. So once I scored, I did the 6-7, and it just so happens that right on that glass where I scored was a bunch of the kids that from the hockey team I coached. So
they
Lucas
went to the
there.
game?
Yeah, so I had Lucas, Sully, and Hawkins were standing right by the glass, and then Nash, who I coached and now is over at Portland with me, he had a sign, the whole thing. So it was unbelievable. It really was a great experience.
And how were you treated? You were treated well, like the royalty you are at that arena?
No, they treated us. They treated us great, man. I mean, we got there. The locker room was all set up. We had beautiful new jerseys, suited and booted, gloves, pants, helmet, all of it. They had a nice spread of food. They had drinks. It was great. It was awesome.
There's some videos floating out there of you lighting a lamp.
Yeah, lighting the lamp. Danny did a great job. I saw him.
So you had your own personal videographer at this event.
I did. Yeah, I saw him before the game. We chatted, and then after warm up we chatted, and then after the game it was great.
Danny deserves a lot of credit because Danny works with us here at GKB, and he took the bull by the horns. He's like, I want to go to this thing. I want to kind of go around with Rick and take video and post it. Like, he deserves a lot of credit.
Ton of credit. Yeah, he did an amazing job. Islanders hooked him up. Ann over there with the Islanders does an amazing job. She took care of him, took care of us, anything we needed. I'm really happy that I did it. It was my first time doing one of those.
How was the Shoresy level of hockey?
They got some good players, man.
Yeah?
I mean, they had two of Teddy Nolan's sons played on the team. We had a fake fight. Well, it was a fake fight, but it was Shrempy took place in it, and as one of the toughest guys. I mean, the guy he fake fought was one of the toughest guys you ever seen, really fight. Crazy tough. I think Patty Wah's son plays on the team.
Yeah, we talked about that the other day, yeah.
So they got some good players. And then we had, I don't think they travel with a goal. I know they don't travel with a goalie. So Islanders emergency goalie Brent, who teaches on Long Island, teaches goalie. He'll work with our goalies. He played net, played really well for them.
Really well. They allowed 14 goals.
It could have been way more than 14.
Really? How bad could it have gotten?
It could have gotten real bad. He played well. I mean, dude, you're talking about, Cal is just retired. Marty's just retired. Bales can still play. We had a bunch of guys that could still play.
Right.
I mean, Hickey played. Bruno Gervais played. We had a legitimate team.
So were you Rick DiPietro, former Islander, or were you Rick DiPietro, oh my God, that's Rick DiPietro, talk show host?
I think it was former Islander still.
So you were more recognized.
I shouldn't say that, though. I shouldn't say that because John Ledecky actually asked me about the radio show.
Really?
Yeah. How's things going with the radio show? And this is 6 to 10. It's it's great. Dave's good. It's a little early, but that's fine. We enjoy it.
I've heard he's a great guy.
Yeah, he was there. He was excited. He was getting the boys fired up. It was awesome. It was a great experience. I'm so happy. And then you start telling the stories and all the different things. It's good to be back in the locker room. That's what I miss the most. That's why I love this show. But it's amazing though. Just how quickly you just jump right back into it.
Were you introduced?
Yeah, we all got introduced. Yeah, we did the whole thing, man.
How did that feel? It must have felt great, right?
I felt pretty cool. Yeah, just standing there at the coolest part was standing there for the national anthems and then looking around because I still play, but you don't play anything like that with all those people watching. It was
you're
cool.
not playing with a full lower bowl.
No. Yeah, it was awesome.
Well, good.
That's my first time skating at UBS, I think.
And did they give out 3 stars?
They
could have used Raymond. Raymond, you could have gone and given out the 3 stars.
They're not going to let a Ranger guy in there.
Well, why not? I've been in there before.
Yeah, but not to announce.
The guy's the definition of a professional.
Yeah, you think I can't be professional? Come on,
I know you
now.
can be professional. I'm going to let you give out 3 stars as a
I bet you would have gotten one. Did they give out 3 stars?
I don't know.
I had no stars. I had no stars to give out yesterday for Rangers. I'm going to give them all to you.
Clutter would have definitely got it. Clutter was, he turned it up in the second half, man. He was just sniping.
You think if the Rangers would have played against Shoresy, they would have scored?
Is it at MSG or not?
Say it's the game, all the same. Just instead of Islander alumni, it's current Ranger team. You think they score?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, they're definitely scoring.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, good for you. I'm happy for you.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
It sounds like a really fun event. Than
It wasn't. You know what it was? It was fun for me. It was more fun because Rocco's never seen me do that.
Yeah, that's got to be the best part of it, right?
Yeah. So he came I guess he told my wife as they were walking down after the game that this was the greatest day of his life.
Oh, how cute is that?
Yeah. So and then he was by the locker room. He was meeting the players. Like he thought it was like the coolest thing ever.
I mean, as great as it is for you, I mean, all you want is for your kids to have great experiences and be happy. And for him to say this is the greatest day of my life.
Yeah,
I mean,
but that's I told you that. Like that's I'm most jealous of guys that have their kids around the locker room when they play, and I never got to do that. So for him, it was the first time, and he thought it was like
really
the
cool.
Coolest thing ever.
So I guess he's feeling better too.
Yeah, like he starts feeling better, and then the other one goes down.
Yeah, welcome
All
parenthood.
his buddies are going. He's talking about it all week. Hey, we'll meet up, and then he's the one.
So all of Milo's friends went, and he couldn't go.
Yeah, like we had a lot of my hockey team went to show support and be a part of it, and then poor Milo couldn't go.
Nah, it sucks.
I know.
That sucks. Let's get to a call or two, and then we'll get to RJ's observations and did it happen in Florida. Ray in Jersey City. Ray, good morning. You're on ESPN New York.
Hey, good morning, guys. That was a great story, Rick. I just want to say something and then just get off real quick. I just wanted to talk about Stearns and what he's doing here. I think we can all agree right now. Everybody's like in a little bit of a panic because we don't know what's going to happen. I guess we'll see. I mean, but I want to touch on what Rick said about the emotional aspect. I think the guys also in the locker room see stuff like this. I see you bring in somebody and then you kind of, I don't want to say belittle the guys, but, I mean, you have the best closer in the game, and you kind of go like, hey, well, maybe, you're not worth it to us. Same thing with
But Ray, here's the thing. It's not, I mean, they made him a good offer. Was it the offer that he hoped maybe? It's not like they gave him 3 years for $27 million.
I get it, but at the end of the day, I mean, what Devin Williams? I mean, it's kind of like even our closer is probably saying like Devin Williams, really? Like, what's going on? You know what I'm saying?
But why?
For $1 million? For $1 million?
I understand that he might be annoyed that he didn't get more money, but why would he? I would, maybe I'm wrong. I would think that Devin Williams would have excited Edwin Diaz. So we have a guy that's going to pitch the eighth inning that hopefully will be a lockdown guy that we've seen pitch at a very high level.
When you look at it and then you see the big picture, you're like, oh, they brought this guy in with all the intent, and then it goes full picture. He saw the full picture at the end of the day. It's like, they're trying. It's almost like the leverage. You know what I mean? And also, I'm just saying, this all can change in a month. I don't know. It just feels really wrong, and I think that right now Soto and Lindor, like they're locked in. But I would say that they're kind of asking themselves at some point, if things don't change or
Juan Soto's not asking himself anything. Juan Soto's not asking himself anything. This is Juan Soto's.
They're paid. They're good.
This is Juan Soto's team, man. I'm more concerned about the relationship between Juan Soto and Francisco Lindor. What would be my bigger concern? Because there was clearly, I don't care what they say, there's too much smoke to not believe that there was something going on in that clubhouse.
Well, I mean, it sounds like Lindor's happy-go-lucky, just fun attitude does not jive with Soto's business-like approach.
At the end of the day, we gotta put our egos away.
I do like an ego. I'm not afraid to admit it.
Who doesn't?
Who doesn't like an ego?
Who doesn't?
Which is probably why you didn't hear much coming out of the Yankees clubhouse, because that's more how they go about their business. Right? Like they were probably looking for a touch of what Lindor brought because they're so businesslike.
Right.
Where they come and they do their job and they show up and they, they're pros and they play and they don't show much emotion. That's who Juan Soto is. Meanwhile, the Mets are OMG and all the different, different gimmicks that they have during the course of a season.
When you're winning, those things are great. Like, oh, look at him. He's smiling, and he's happy, and he has such joy for the game, and OMG, and a concert, right? Like, when you're winning games and you're going to the NLCS, that's great stuff. When you're losing and you fall apart and nobody can get an out, and the manager's being critiqued and the GM's making awful deals, now it's an awful locker room.
All that matters is you win. That's it. That's it. And whatever
I don't care
it
if
takes.
you're friends.
No, it could be a positivity bunny in Philly, whatever it is
that's
that
done,
that
by the way.
helps you.
Bunny's dead.
Yeah,
Bunny's
they
dead.
retired the bunny.
Good. But whatever it is that helps you win, as long as you win. And the Mets did not win enough.
That's
last
exactly right. 100% right. RJ?
Hi.
Well, that was a little slow for you, huh?
Doing the best I can.
Well, just pick on RJ week.
It's been a rough week.
You took massive shots at him earlier today in the show.
Well, that's because we're in a heated battle that starts today. At least I waited till the kickoff of the playoffs.
Yeah, Rick's thing doesn't seem personal. It seems motivated by the matchup.
Oh,
That's
here
it.
we go.
I can separate the two. RJ didn't. I'm open to getting shots taken at me. This is what happens.
Listen, I understand you guys are in a fragile place emotionally. I'm trying to give you some space.
I mean, you act like the Yankees are great shakes right now. What are you guys doing?
The best thing to happen for the Yankees is the Mets.
I haven't said anything about the Yankees.
One, I haven't said anything. Two, your guys pacing right now to be about a 70-win team. So,
oh boy,
yeah, I love when you get feisty like this. Is my favorite.
Legitimately 70 wins right now.
What are you talking about?
Listen, I'm sure they'll make a move.
Yeah, they're going to make a move. That's why I haven't
They're
said
not going to
anything.
make a move. They're going to make a lot of moves.
Your GM, you know what your problem is right now with your team?
Tell us, RJ.
David Stearns is acting like, obviously, as you said, I'm sure he has a plan. I just said to Ray, I think during the last break, I bet you in the next week you get. I wouldn't be surprised if they announce Bellinger in the next couple of days. I feel like that's going to happen.
So the plan's gone.
I think there is a plan. There has to be. But two, he doesn't
Could you
need.
imagine if there wasn't a plan?
It's a plan.
Oh my God.
He doesn't need.
So what's the next move you losing these guys? I don't know.
Well, listen, if you want to believe the conspiracy folks, Cohen's got the casino. Now he's good. He doesn't need to care anymore.
He doesn't need to blend what he used to do with what he does now. Act like Andrew Friedman with the Dodgers. Take the intelligence you bring from Tampa and just go buy everybody. You don't need to blend anything. Take on a new persona.
But that's not who he is.
Well, then you got the wrong guy.
Then you know what, RJ? I'm being serious now. Then you hired the wrong guy.
Yeah, that's
like that.
Yeah.
That you knew that's what he was going to do. I'm sure they discussed it, and I would almost be willing to bet you that Cohen loved that. Wait a minute. So you're not going to spend max money on every position? There's going to be savings and some cost cutting, and only spending at certain positions. Yeah, and you're going to win. I'm in for that.
Yeah, I fully believe that there's the rollout is coming. It has to be. But I don't listen. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't think that you need to bring anything from your former life. Your former life helped you get this job, and you grew up in New York, and you're a Mets fan. So act like it. Unless there really is some kind of monetary limit that we don't know about. That Cohen has gone to him and said, "Listen, you got to get this."
That would be strange, no?
It would be very strange, and I don't believe that. But otherwise, these are just not his style of players. So let's see who his style of players are. We're going to find out.
You want to do the observations?
Yeah.
That's going to happen in Florida segment of the show.
Sure.
Why don't you?
These extra tape on their knob make their knob bigger.
Are knobs.
What was your best sport in school?
By far, tennis.
Oh my God!
Shake
All right.
And this
Can you just put on that Rothenberg guy?
is Knobservations.
That has a nice ring to it. DiPietro and Rothenberg.
Listen, I'm not saying you're going.
That's original. Let's do an open where it just takes massive grenade-type shots at Dave.
It's been the open for months.
It sucks. It's not nice.
Do you want to start an observations the same way for? We should have a counter. It's like the 4th week in a row.
Seriously.
Well, you know what? It's hurtful.
Is it?
Yes.
Is it hurtful?
How many times can you get berated in an open before you just start to lose your composure? We're there.
Apparently, we're there.
We're there.
You have to have feelings to.
Listen,
have them hurt.
I have feelings.
You're having a bad week. I'm sorry.
I'm not having a bad week. I'm having a great week. You're being mean.
I'm being mean.
Very mean.
You did 10 minutes yesterday on how boring I am.
You
That's not
did
my
do
fault.
it, and you had a real nerdy voice when you said it. Real nerdy.
RJ, I think you're the cat's meow. You just keep doing what you're doing.
That's another thing old people say.
Oh, I know. That's why I said it. Because I'm old.
Listen, and
I had this same exact thing I told Rick the other day. I wrote a text to someone. I said, I'll have to take a rain check on that. And the response is, what's a rain check?
I don't think that. I think
I'm very old, man.
I think that's a little crazy. If you say you can
People
make
don't know what a rain check is.
can make fun of you, but to say what's a rain check?
Old, stupid, done man.
You think that anyone under the age of 35 has any idea what a rain check is?
I don't know what it
I think people know.
I don't know what it actually is, but I know what it means.
Okay, so I'll let you know what it is. When you used to go to the grocery store, and you would, be looking for an item that was, say, on sale, and they didn't have any left, they would write a little slip to
It's
allow
called
you
a rain
to
check.
purchase that item, at the next time you were there when they had it for that same price.
The only
That's a rain check.
reason I knew that is because I worked at a grocery store and I had to do that once in a while in high school.
People now, RJ, they don't know what a rain check is.
Huh. That's
go put money in the meter.
I actually didn't know what that was, so now you've taught me something.
This is what I'm an older, sage, wise man with great knowledge, and I can impart it to everyone listening.
And you've done just that. And for the record, because I know you'll take this out of context, I don't think you guys will be a 70-win team. I'm just saying the team you have right now. How many free agents have you lost off last year's roster at the end of the season? Like 11 or something like that? You don't even have a team right now.
RJ, what you've told us pretty
many
much.
of those guys are you like, oh, man, I really wish we had that guy? Cedric Mullins? No.
No, yeah, not a ton.
Helsley, no. RJ, what you've told us pretty much is that you feel like David Stearns is acting like RJ, and we need him to act like PJ.
That's right.
That's what we need.
He's being too fiscally responsible.
Maybe he listens to the show. He hears you and you're, and he's going to take that with him. He needs to act like, as you just mentioned, PJ.
I don't think that's your best work, but I get what you're going for.
He's doing the snoring thing again.
Yeah, that's the part that hurts.
That hurts the
snoring
most.
Because I have great admiration for his content judgment, and if he thinks I'm boring, which he is. I went back and listened to it while it was very funny. You did 8 actual minutes on how boring I am.
It was 8 minutes?
Yeah.
Wow. It's a good bit.
That's not good, though.
I got a text from our buddy Gary.
And he thinks I'm boring, too?
And he goes, that was just great radio.
See, that tells me he probably agrees with you, though. This is not good.
It's not good. But if the shoe fits. By the way, RJ, before you start your observations in DHIF.
That guy.
Can I let you know you're listening to DiPietro and Rothenberg on WHSQ, WCBS FM HD2 in New York.
Tell me, I mean, as the two biggest Mets fans I know, do you have a desire for David Stearns to continue to act like what got him the job?
No.
Yeah, I'm good. You don't need to prove anything to me with working around the margins. Take the margins, duct tape them to a rocket, and send them into outer space. You've been given the portal.
I'm more concerned
to a
about
whole
his
new world.
judgment, though. Like,
yeah,
I'm
me
more
too.
concerned about his
I think that's a
judgment
very
currently.
fair critique.
Listen, I mean, if he announces Bellinger, if that gets announced, I mean, probably at 10:04 because that's usually how this goes.
Of course. Why would it be during the show?
It's right after the show, every single day. But I mean, you'd start to look at it would be that fast. You'd start to look at things differently that quickly. So, patience is important, I guess. Now, I'm not going to just pick on your team because there's been more about the Sonny Gray story, and ESPN.com wrote a story on this. Brian Cashman, who talked about it at the winter meetings. For the Yankees, who've done literally nothing. Literally nothing, by the way, as everyone gets better. Every single other team in the East gets
That's
better.
not true, though. Ryan Yarborough's back.
Yeah. Tim
Hill's back.
Yeah.
Well,
Trent Grisham.
Literally nothing. I wouldn't say that.
Well, I mean, they brought back guys that weren't good enough last year. Trent Grisham, by the way, I'm already mentally preparing for a 18 home run season where he hits 194.
You do realize that it's going to change quickly, like with him. Like, oh, great, Trent Grisham, what a year he had. Great defensive center fielder. When he hits like 229 with 17 home runs, people are going to freak out.
That's what's coming, I would imagine. So, Sonny Gray, apparently the way this went down is he gets to New York, he becomes a Yankee. This is going back 8 years now. And apparently he goes to Cashman at one point during the season of that year after the deadline. And he says, I thought you were going to trade me. This is according to the ESPN.com article. And Cashman goes, I'm out here trying to acquire starting pitching. Why would I trade you when I in fact need more pitching? And I guess Sonny Gray goes, this is according to Cashman, I got to tell you, I never wanted to come here. And that was apparently the first time that Brian Cashman had found out that Sonny Gray, whom he, moved a lot for to get, didn't want to be here. So at that point, Sonny Gray was just crossing off days until he could get out of here. And Cashman was left with the impression, well, we tried to do our homework and figure out as much as we could, but I wish somebody would have told me this sooner. So Aaron Boone was also asked at the winter meeting, very surprised by Sonny Gray's comments.
I mean, a little bit. Anytime, a player comes out and says that, but that's all right. I mean, he's in Boston now. He's not supposed to like us anyway. So that being said, I've always really liked Sonny, got along well with him. So, if you spice up the rivalry a little, there's nothing wrong with that. But I was a little surprised at how deep he went.
All right, Aaron Boone, who very deeply, very rarely goes into the deep context of things like that. Could you tell us any great hated New York back then?
I don't know about hated. I don't know if I would have characterized it like that. You know, I know it wasn't certainly the best stop for him, but one of those probably important steps along what's been a really good career for him.
Yeah, I mean,
Well, he pitched like he didn't like New York.
pitch like you wanted to get out of here.
He was not good here for the Yankees.
Yeah, he certainly was not.
And if you look at his numbers, he's been good pretty much everywhere else he's been.
Yep. St. Louis, Oakland, Minnesota.
Cincinnati.
Yeah. Good for him. Happy for him, really. So Rick found this a couple of days ago. Sent it along to me.
Shocking.
Rick does a lot of work. Rick does a lot of work.
He's always working.
Hang on. Who booked the guest for 8:30 this morning?
No.
Don't
even start with the guest stuff. Don't even start with the guest stuff. You spent the whole summer probably telling us that you're going to get A-list guests every week. That never happened.
Yeah. Is that merch ready to be sold?
Our merch is ready. It's just not ready to be sold yet.
Oh, okay.
I think that's different, though. Like that's the same as, hey, guys, guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to have A-list celebrities like Derek Jeter and this guy and that guy.
Well, in fairness, they did end up on the station.
Yeah, with Gary.
That's right.
Yeah, right.
Well, I didn't say on this show. I said these
I
people.
mean,
will be
our
guests.
biggest guest was Gary co-hosting with us.
Just because you hate Gary, don't blame me.
I love Gary.
Because you guys can't figure out the financial aspect of the whole hat thing.
I think Gary does a terrific job on Saturdays.
Among the best. So
Jerry Jones, I mean, he gets guests.
He does get guests.
By the way, I'd kind of put it off for a while because I had to hit pause because, life happened. There was a lot of football going on. I finally finished the Netflix Cowboys doc. Very good.
I haven't watched a second of that.
Very good. It took me a while to get through because now I got to dive into the Hard Knocks. And I saw going viral yesterday.
Kafka swearing a lot.
Yeah, Mike Kafka swearing a whole bunch.
Wow.
A lot of bleeps. I couldn't get that cleared in time. I wanted to play that, but because HBO will have me put in radio jail.
Just say the F word a lot.
You get that? You got.
Why don't you just play beeps and then you can.
A lot of beeps. Yeah.
That was Kafka.
Kafka, coach swearing, and Marty Schottenheimer wearing shiesties. It's great.
That's what the kids do.
Who says no?
So Pete Golding, he didn't say no. He's the Ole Miss coach because Lane Kiffin's gone. And Pete Golding had some comments about how he plans to handle himself in the big chair now.
The immediate reaction was I got my ass up out of my seat, went straight out the door to try to recruit offensive staff not to get on an airplane. That was my immediate reaction. So I couldn't tell you the years, the money, and I still can't, right? Does that make sense, right? So it's like, hey, man, I got a lot invested in this, just like these players do at this point, right? Let's try to keep as much in the boat as we can and then go find some other ones to put in if we need it, right, to go make a run, all right? But as far as what my responsibility is this team to get guys prepared and went from one side of the ball to an entire group, all right? But kids are kids, right? And the room got a little bigger, but nothing else changed. I'm not changing who I am, right? I ain't changing what the hell I wear. I'm going to yoga. I'm playing pick. I ain't doing anything. Like, I am who I am, right? We're going to roll. We're going to do this thing the right way. I've done it a long time around a lot of good people, right? And we're going to give it our best shot and see what happens.
Yeah.
Right?
Did he kind of say, I'm going to go to yoga and play pick and then stop?
No, pickleball.
He was taking...
That's a direct shot at Lane Kiffin.
Oh, huge shots.
Yeah. College football is insanity right now this very second.
So,
I love it. It's just insanity.
So Lane Kiffin and his rebranding, which worked brilliantly because he, listen.
Well, because he was considered like a Weasley average coach, right?
Well, he had some vices also that he was working through. And in doing so, I don't know if it was earlier this year or last year, posted a picture on I think it was Instagram of him at his hot yoga class, and he's lost weight. And he looks good. Like, he looks like he has, gotten control of some things. And that was just part of the, he was playing pickleball, and he put it out there because college coaches have to kind of live in that world where you're
so much going on.
Yeah, you're very transparent.
Rick, did you see the John Sumrall tweet?
No, I didn't.
He's wearing half a Tulane hat, a Florida hat.
He looks like Two-Face from Batman. Yeah.
What are you doing?
He says, I thought it was a parody account. I'm like, no way, this is real. I got 2 phones, 2 jobs, and 2 hours of sleep.
Yeah.
Hashtag go Gators, hashtag roll wave.
Oh, my God. I mean, talk about not reading the room.
That is the room, though.
No, that's an awful job by
the room.
you.
That's
The room is
now.
insane. The room is insane.
Because
complaining about his 2 sleeps, 2 hours of sleep. He's got 2 jobs.
Yeah, but even what Pete Golding was talking about, it worked. You say that is the room, like, Lane Kiffin's leaving. What a bad guy. Pete Golding convinced 4 different assistant coaches to come back and coach the rest of the way for Ole Miss. See, you say that, but this is kind of a world now where you got to swallow your pride a little bit.
No, I don't really have a major issue at all with him coaching 2 teams. Putting out a photo where you're wearing like a half hat of Tulane and a half hat of Florida
I
is
believe in Harvey
ridiculous.
Dent. Anyone going to reconsider and put their hat back in the ring for the Michigan job?
We got to get this Michigan story, too.
Yeah, I'm not going to cover it here.
I don't know that, yeah.
Listen,
You know,
RJ,
I
please
saw
tell me.
the favorite for the Michigan job is Jesse Minter.
Makes a lot of
RJ
sense.
followed by your guy, Kalen DeBoer's second favorite for that job.
So, I did. You know what's troubling is I've seen it now enough places because I don't think there was zero dialogue between DeBoer and Penn State, and I've always people I trust that whose opinions and reporting I consume have always said that there's a big time coach out there where it would blow your mind, who is open to speaking to other schools because he might not be in the best fit. And they've never said the name, and I'm starting to put together that might be Kalen DeBoer. And that saddens me because I was excited about this. And I still love
I don't think he's done a great job at Alabama.
Great job, no. But they're not.
They missed the playoff last year. They lost 3 games this year. They just got mauled by Georgia.
They're not built.
This is not Alabama right
now. Well, Alabama's not built for this world, unfortunately. What were you going to say, Rick?
No, I was going to say anything of that. I was just going to hope that during the observations today we do mention the Mad Dog shot because I'm just watching the video over and over again here.
Oh, the half-court shot?
Oh, yeah.
It's troubling.
I like the lead up to it also. Like the whole
dribbles?
ball handling work was also special.
I actually like after he releases it and the left knee almost just completely gives out.
I think that's the appropriate response. Is just to totally fold your hand.
I will say this though. I think Mad Dog's like 66 years old.
Yeah, I thought that also.
He looks good.
He looks good, and especially on TV. He looks youthful. He is
He does
youthful.
look youthful.
Well, he's
The chat support.
well, he's a business partner of yours, and when I dropped by the big time Hollywood set,
was he there when you came by?
Yeah, I spoke to him for a moment.
I could watch this video 1,000 times.
It's so good.
He's very much the same person in person as he is on
Oh
TV.
yes,
He is.
He's frenetic. Yes.
Jackson Dart, he spoke for the first time in a while, and he was asked to react to his buddy, who they're very close, he and Lane Kiffin.
Yeah, crazy. I think with Kiff, he kind of does some things that are unexpected. I'm looking forward to, his next opportunity, and me and him just have such a great relationship. And, I know for him that he's going to put his best foot down and do some really great things for that program, and definitely excited for him. I'm also really happy for Ole Miss of, keeping Coach Golding at the helm there. And, I was also just happy that they were able to keep, their offensive staff being able to come back and coach the rest of the playoff. I felt like that'd be kind of just like a disrespect a little bit to not let those guys finish it out. Excited to see their run for a national championship this year.
I'm fascinated to watch Ole Miss. Absolutely fascinated.
Are you rooting for Ole Miss or rooting against Ole Miss?
Rooting
'Cause I don't
for-
think anybody's like, I'll
No,
just
I'm
watch them.
rooting for them.
Yeah, I'm rooting for them too.
Definitely.
Are you as shocked as John is? Are they in the playoffs still?
They're going to keep them in, right?
I think so.
Well, I had John with the take of they're not going to get in, and RJ with the take of they're going to precipitously fall down to like the 10 seed.
I did think they'd bump them a couple spots.
Guys.
Having said all that, that was before they got their play caller back. Because if you just empty out the offensive coaching staff and you're just going to have the equivalent of like a quality control coach call the offense, I had very little faith that was going to go well. But one of the coaches that got back is the guy who calls their plays. So very important. It definitely changed the way I looked at it.
Well, it wouldn't matter who the coach is going to be. They're going to win the first game. And it might not matter who the coach is going to be. They're probably going to lose the second game.
Yeah, that might be true.
Right? So I don't even know that the coaching is going to even impact them all that much.
Might be accurate. Brett Yormark. Familiar with him? Big 12 commissioner?
Sure.
Yep.
I think he used to be...
That's right.
With the
Yes,
Nets, right?
that's correct.
That's the same guy. So he had a microphone the other day, and he was asked about Notre Dame and all the complaining they've been doing.
I don't like how Notre Dame's reacted to it. I think his behavior has been egregious. It's been egregious going after Jim Phillips. When they saved Notre Dame during COVID, we all knew, and it was very transparent, Hunter was very transparent about it, the chair, that as Notre Dame and Miami got closer together, head-to-head would be a factor, okay? BYU lost. They became closer together, head-to-head, and made a difference in that decision. So I think he is totally out of bounds in his approach, and if he was in the room, I'd tell him the same thing.
Yeah, he is Pete Pavak with the AD of Notre Dame.
Right. Now, he's not the only one that feels like that. I heard Feinbaum on with Kay the other day. He went right after Notre Dame.
I've had enough of Notre Dame
Embarrassing what
complaining.
they're doing.
Yeah.
Feinbaum has had some takes lately.
I agree with Paul. I've had enough of Notre Dame's complaining. Join a conference.
Well, but is that
Not a small conference, though.
Right, but is that why, though? Is because you want them, like, I think most people want them to join a conference, so don't complain about it because you're not in a conference. But why, I think their point would be, why now, like, they lost, right? That never changed. They lost to Miami, right? Same strength of schedule, same all those same things. So why all of a sudden now are we going to look at the rankings?
That's why they joined but didn't join the ACC, and I mean it's not a problem
They're
next
in
year
the ACC
because
with everything except football.
Except for football.
They won't
They want
share
the money.
The
Yeah,
money,
want the money.
exactly.
Listen, when they went all the way to the national championship, they're not sharing any of those shares with anybody.
No.
It's ours.
That's why they're the first one. They have their own TV deal. You know, they have no problem accepting the money. Well, this is the downside of that. You're not in a conference, and you can't get that automatic bid.
Not
And you know what else, though?
Yeah.
Schedule a tougher games.
Yeah.
Like, you had, if you consider USC to be a good team, and I'm not even sure they are, you had
They're
3
fine.
tough games. You lost 2 of them.
And two came in the first couple weeks.
Right. It was the first 2 weeks of the season. They were 0-2.
And the hard part about college football is there's no warm up. You can only play.
Right, but
so you're diving right into your most important games of the year, basically.
And that was what? I mean, they lost to Miami in what, week 1?
It was Miami, then Texas A&M. Yep.
Yeah, right. So they lose those 2 games, and they go on a 10-game winning streak. The ACC, though. I mean, Miami's not even in the ACC championship yet. Duke in the ACC championship game.
It's insane.
Point is, if you're Notre Dame, you would have run through that conference and got your automatic bid.
That's right.
Listen to this. Stop me when you have an impressive matchup. Wisconsin, Rice, Michigan State, Purdue, North Carolina, Navy, Miami.
Miami's gone.
Okay. Boston College, SMU, Stanford, Syracuse, and USC. That is next year's Notre Dame schedule. So we might be having this very same conversation.
Well, if they win those games, it won't be a problem. They'll be right in there.
Right. But if you lose to Miami, guess what? We might be right back here having the same conversation.
I have to have a conversation about Wayne Gretzky.
Oh, yeah.
So
I was excited yet dreading this.
So the way that the World Cup was announced, they brought in really a who's who of typical American sports. You had Gretzky there. Aaron Judge was on hand. You had all kinds of people. And the way they did it is a lot of these legendary American sports figures came out on stage and they announced some of the groups. Wayne Gretzky was one of those people. It didn't go great.
The winner, Denmark, North Macedonia, Czechia, Republic of Ireland.
One more time if you missed it.
The winner, Denmark, North Macedonia, Czechia, Republic of Ireland.
North Macedonia.
How did he not know these?
Well, forget about that. Like, not knowing it is bad. You wouldn't have gone over some of the countries with him beforehand to make sure that he did?
Well, that's
know how
what
to
I
pronounce
mean,
them?
Dave. Even if he didn't know, like they could have said, like, "Hey, Wayne, you're clear on how to pronounce these?"
Right. We're a quick tutorial. It's North. What do you think? Macedonia? No, Wayne. North Macedonia. Okay, great. Yeah, it's. They didn't set them up to succeed. Really.
No, it was clunky.
Maybe they did, but then when he got up there, and then he looked back down,
He
and
froze.
He was like, oh.
Macadamia nut.
And he loves macadamia. Who doesn't love a
Macadamia nut.
macadamia nut?
Imagine he just went over. He's like, "Oh, I love macadamia nuts."
Okay, this is where they come from.
Oh, North Macadamia.
North Macedonia.
By the way,
yeah,
how good is the soccer in North Macedonia?
I mean, they're fine.
That they're making the World Cup.
Well, they expanded.
Well, how many are in the field now?
Is it 32, RJ?
It's 48.
48?
Yeah. Well, okay.
Oh, dear God.
Okay.
I think everybody.
Everybody's in. I came across this story.
There was another one he had also.
Yeah, it wasn't great.
You think?
He had, Caraco.
You think
Caraco was bad?
You think Pochettino's rug gets in?
Yes.
As its own
As
seed?
its own team?
Yes.
Going against North Macedonia is the toupee of Chichito.
They have turf issues. He just comes Chichito just so
Yes,
the toupee.
guys, I can fix this. There's a whole chunk of sod out. Not anymore.
So,
and he's sitting on the sideline with the chunk of sod on his head.
Right, he
Marcel
swaps it out.
Chichito.
Mario Panchetta.
It's like Raiders of the Lost Ark. If you're going to take that piece of gold, you have to replace it with something else.
Yes.
So I caught wind of this story and I thought of Rick because he talks about even earlier today, being back in the locker room with the boys, and hockey players have a certain bond with each other. Because I don't know how many other sports you could really do this with. So, the Tkachuk brothers have a podcast. And there was a story floating around about an incident back with Claude Giroux.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yep, so I'll let them take it from here.
I get to the rink and my sticks are taped, clear tape, like not even like a big prank at all. And I'm just coming back and I'm just like, who did that to me? Like somebody's going to get it. Can't do it to the captain. No, I immediately went to G. I grabbed the 3 sticks out of his stall and I sawed like almost like a quarter of the way through on his shaft. So you couldn't see it like grabbing it.
You're
like,
not checking that part of your stick.
And then it's almost like right when I did it, poof, out my brain. And all of a sudden game time happens. And then we have like a power play. Like it almost feels like 5 minutes into the game. All of a sudden breaks his stick, comes back to the bench, and then knocks down a puck, breaks it again. And then it's a 2-on-1, but he changes and he's furious. And he's like, looking at his stick. He's like, ref, grab me those sticks. 2 broken sticks on the ice. And he's like, ref, bring me those sticks. I think somebody f***ed with them. And then right when he said that, I was like, oh my God. And as he's doing that, like our equipment trainer, so on the forward side, I'm like, hey, Johnny, can you come over here for a quick second? G sticks, I cut them. There's a third one. Get rid of it. Get rid of it. Said, hey, G, it was me. I cut your sticks and I totally forgot about it. And then after the game, he's like, you're lucky that we won that game because if not, I was going to kill you.
How can he forget?
That's an appropriate reaction, honestly.
Well, because I actually think I heard the story. So someone else had told the story before they told it on the podcast that he did it thinking that the Giroux was going to use those sticks in practice.
Yeah, it was the day, I should say it was the day before. So Brady Tkachuk did that. I believe it was the day before.
Yeah, he didn't realize he was sawing his game sticks.
Oh, that's really bad.
So then they get on a power play and he breaks 2 of them, and he's like, oh, crap, that was me that did it. Hainsey and I did that to Doug Waite. Doug Waite was skating with us at the U.S. program when he was holding out. When I think he was in Edmonton and he was holding out, so he came and skated with us. And he came into the locker room and was pranking guys. And so me and Hainsey were like, you know what, let's get him back, which was a huge mistake. And we thought we got there earlier than he was there, and we sawed his stick. So I'm sawing it, and Hainsey's got the can of spray paint because we're going to saw where the paint was, and then he was going to repaint over it so you couldn't see it. As I'm mid-sawing, and Hainsey's sitting there with the paint in his hand, little did we realize that Doug was already in the locker room getting dressed.
Standing behind you?
And he walked over to us, and he sees us doing it, and he's like, and we had no idea what to say, and he goes, boys, you just started a war that I can promise you you're not going to win. Because we're going to school. Like, we weren't there, and he was doing nothing. So for the next, week, every time we came into the locker room, it was like Hainsey had icy hot in his helmet. Like, it was just a disaster.
They ever do icy hot in the jockstrap?
Yeah.
They do?
That's happened before, yeah.
Oh, that sounds
That's not great.
That's painful. That is painful. Alrighty, Raymond.
The investigation found he was viewing pornographic material on his personal phone just before the vehicle crash.
Did it happen
What in your mind makes you think that you should get into the back of a cop car? Because we wanted to ride to the next bar.
in Florida?
Do I look like a taxi? No.
Not a taxi. You don't get made fun of there, Dave.
That's nice.
That is nice.
And I've said nothing.
We had a couple guys saran wrap Chris Osgood's car shut.
That's funny.
Nice.
How much
So we
saran
couldn't
did it take to do that?
They went over in the middle of the night and just saran wrapped his whole car shut. So when he woke up in the morning to go to practice, he couldn't get in the
They
car.
ever fill the car with something?
Yep, that's happened. Popcorn or packing peanuts. We had a guy move someone's car to a different
LeBron
spot.
do that to his son.
We've had tires taken off.
Taken off?
Yeah.
That's deep.
One guy went to the skate sharpening machine and took a prong of a key off, so the key would go into
It
the
wouldn't
ignition,
work in the guy's car?
but it wouldn't work on the car.
That's funny.
When have guys gone too far?
I was like,
yeah, that's definitely guys take it too far. That's happened before. You just got to know what guys to do it with. Like if you prank Snowy,
You prank the wrong guy, then
Yeah.
you're in big trouble. Yeah.
like a big mistake. Like someone pranked Snowy early in his career, and he took the guy's fancy dress shoes and I think he sawed him in half and then nailed him to the floor.
Nice.
Yeah, so it can get crazy.
Oh yeah.
I was like Chris Osgood's helmet.
Yeah, I tried one of those.
I think I've seen a picture of that.
Yeah.
So, this takes us to a place and a liquor store owner.
Oh, nice.
So, a liquor store owner comes in the morning, or I guess more of an afternoon business, and notices upon walking in that there's a bunch of broken bottles on a shelf. And instantly you'd realize, well, somebody's been in here. Or something. kind of survey the land, walking around. Obviously doesn't find anyone. And eventually, the owner makes her way to the bathroom. And passed out on the floor.
I have seen this. I already know where this is going. I've seen this.
And highly inebriated.
I can't play either.
You've seen this?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
I think this one was pretty rampant on social media
Yeah,
last week.
I tried to get to it as fast as possible. Well, anyways, Rick, I'm not sure if you've seen it, but I'll continue anyways.
I have not seen it.
It's not a person, but a highly inebriated raccoon.
Oh.
So upon thinking that, oh boy, I need to call the police because...
On the hutch, raccoon.
Oh.
Boom.
That did happen. That's not good.
It was not good.
That was during the summer, wasn't it?
I felt awful.
So,
and then this animal's like, did you stop? Yeah, I'm going to pull over on a highway and stop.
Well, I think it's more of just like a sympathy thing.
Yeah, right. Like, oh, I just killed a raccoon.
Dave.
That raccoon may have been looking to have a good time. Go get drunk.
Yeah.
You ruined his night.
There weren't other ladies there.
So the officials that came in, what they had to do was they had to, cage the raccoon, wait for the raccoon to sober up, and then they sent it back into the wild.
Did they give him like coffee and toast?
They sent him back into the wild with a hangover.
Yeah.
Imagine you get into the drunk tank and you get into the drunk tank and there's a drunk raccoon in the drunk tank with you.
Oh my god!
I would not feel comfortable with that.
What are you in for? I cased a liquor shop.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm only talking to Rick here. Did this happen in Florida?
It sounds very Floridian. I gotta be honest. Almost too Floridian. It's the first time I think I've ever gone by myself.
I mean, I think it's unfair. I know the answer. I can't play.
Thanks, Tips. I'm going to go not Florida. I don't feel great about it, but I'm going to go not Florida.
You're going to go not Florida. Well, You're correct. Well done.
Yes.
Happened in Virginia.
Let's go.
That's a good job.
I don't need you.
Got to watch out for those Virginia raccoons. Drunks.
You think this guy's checking into AA this week?
I got to tell you, like I always when I'm
My name
driving.
is Rocky. Hi, Rocky.
Rocky the raccoon.
Yeah.
I've never seen an actual like deer be hit. Like I've almost hit a deer.
I hit a deer.
Yeah, like I almost hit a buck like 2 weeks ago. I saw like last week was the first time I've ever seen the deer be in the road, like just hit, like seconds before it got hit, or seconds after it got hit. Like that was the first time ever the other day. Because I was wondering, like, who hits all these deer?
You didn't see the hit. You just saw the aftermath.
You saw it get hit and die potentially.
No, I don't need. No, yeah, I saw it. It was just laying. Yeah, I was going to die, but yeah, it was traumatizing.
Wait. So what I'm learning is,
terrible.
Dave, you're a real menace on the streets with these poor animals.
You're a killer.
No, they get in my way. I can't help it. What am I supposed to do?
Not hit them.
Try to avoid it.
Okay, let me go into other cars. The deer was horrible. The deer was late at night coming back from the station. I'm on the highway, going like 70. Bam!
Peter's about to call the studio.
Maybe you got to scale it back.
No, they're not.
You got to scale it back speed wise.
Slow down a little bit.
The speed limit is 70.
Dave calling the animal population.
Yeah, you're like the opposite of Ace Ventura.
And he left all his blood and guts in my grill. It was terrible.
It's a terrible inconvenience for you.
It was. The car had to go into the shop. It was like $7,000 worth of damage.
Yeah, deer do a lot of damage. Big animals.
Yeah, they will mess up a car.
Only you guys would blame me.
I'm not blaming
you.
you.
The deer runs across the road at midnight, and it's my fault.
I will say this: they are not smart animals.
I bet you Rick, with his cat-like reflexes, he would have avoided it.
I promise you, he wouldn't have. And it probably would have hurt him too. Probably would have pulled a groin.
Goodness, you are out of control.
Deal?
Are you okay?
I'm fine. I booked a guest, and I will make that guest wait for nobody. He or she will join us next, right here on ESPN New York. All right, let's see what's happening on the roads. Here she is, the great Debbie Duhame.
Good morning, Dave Rothenberg, and my favorite goalie, Rick DiPietro. Rick, I'm glad you enjoyed the game last night at UBS Arena. Right now we're seeing volume on the Cross Island northbound getting up toward Hempstead Turnpike, getting out toward UBS Arena. More volume northbound side of the Cross Island, getting up and out toward the LIE. Watch for slowdowns on the Van Wyck in both directions by Liberty Avenue. Over on 287 North Exit 2 in Edison, a collision. And on the outbound Gowanus at 86th Street, a collision blocking 2 lanes. Hey, it's another gridlock alert day, sponsored by Mothers Against against drunk driving for victims of drunk and drug driving. Your grief is unique, but you're not alone. You always have a place at MAD. Call the 24-hour victim helpline, 877-MAD-HELP, or visit mad.org. I'm Debbie Duhaime, 880 ESPN, New York.
It's Chuck Devine in Snow Country. Are you looking to hire? ZipRecruiter finds the best candidate for your job fast. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ziprecruiter.com/free. More fresh snow for the mountains yesterday. We've been saying that a lot lately, and Camelback and the Poconos now up to 13 pack powder trails. Shawnee, PA and Mountain Creek, New Jersey both back Friday. We'll have lots of snowmaking between now and Christmas, so plenty of terrain coming for the holidays. Wyndham and the Catskills on 14 trails. Bel Air already 70%, 43 trails covering 14 miles. Gore Mountain on 10 miles of slopes in the Adirondacks, and Whiteface on 50-pack powder trails. Jiminy in the Berkshires up to a dozen slopes day and night. Stratton nearly 40 trails in Vermont. They're going from the top of their gondola, and so is Killington, more than 60 trails and 35 miles. Smuggler's Notch a couple dozen slopes. Opening day for Butternut Thursday. Ski Sundown, Connecticut, and Pico, Vermont Friday.
You don't just ski or ride, you dominate. At Killington, we fuel your adventure. Be the beast. Ski and ride Killington.
Listen up, New York. It's football season, and you should be out there enjoying every play, every tailgate, every moment. But if you're dealing with neck pain, back pain, joint pain, or sciatica, even getting off the couch can feel like a challenge. That's where Dr. Jay Shaw at Sandwell Pain comes in. He's one of New Jersey's top pain specialists, Ivy League trained, double board certified, and dedicated to getting you back in the game. Here's the difference. No surgery, no scars, no long recovery, no pain medication. Just precise, non-surgical, image-guided procedures that get real results. Dr. Shaw treats everything from neck pain, back pain, migraines, nerve pain, and chronic joint pain. And he builds a custom game plan that's right for you. Same day or next day appointments are available with offices in Woodbridge, Livingston, and Inglewood. And yes, most major insurances are accepted. So don't let pain keep you on the sidelines this season. Go to SandwellPain.com to call, text, or book online. Relief is closer than you think, and it starts today.
At Jake's 58 Casino Hotel, we're celebrating this holiday season with our $155,000 Slay the Road drawing, including your chance to win a new Land Rover Defender and $10,000 cash. Earn entries all month long, then be here on January 1st between 12 and 3 p.m. when one winner will be drawn every hour to win up to $20,000 cash. At 4 p.m., one lucky winner will win a Land Rover Defender and $10,000 cash at Jake's 58 Casino Hotel. If gambling is a problem for you or someone you care about, please call the 24-hour toll-free helpline at 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY.
New York Lottery's holiday scratch-off games are the perfect gift for everyone on your list.
Like me, your Aunt Jules. I told you I didn't need a gift this year, but I secretly really want one.
Or me, your neighbor Frank. I hope you didn't forget I'm coming to your holiday party tonight.
Or me. Why does no one ever think of the voiceover guy? Anyway, New York Lottery's holiday scratch-off games have more winners and top prizes up to $5,000. Please play responsibly. Must be 18 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-877-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY.
Texting enrolls you into recurring automated text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Man, I love seeing the old gang at these reunions. Did you see Brian? He's in better shape than he was 25 years ago. How is that even possible? Yep, I ran into him a few weeks ago and had to ask. He told me he started taking Nugenix Total T2. The testosterone booster? Yeah, but it's way more than that now. It also skyrockets your nitric oxide in as little as 3 hours. I started taking it right away and I'm already seeing results. I was wondering what you were doing. You seriously crushed me in that pickup game last week. Yep, after 40, energy, strength, drive, it all starts going downhill. But with T2, I feel like my old self again. Stronger, leaner, and my energy is way up. My wife even noticed a difference. They're giving out complimentary bottles right now. Just send them a text.
Text CAR to 321-321 for your complimentary bottle of new Nugenix Total T2. Text now and you'll also get a free bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, our most powerful fat incinerator. That's CAR to 321-321. These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. Product not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
All right, DNR with you, ESPN New York. A lot going on. Got to get to the Michigan story. We will get to the Giants and the odds, and we got to get to that mock draft from Field Yates as well. But I promised you a guest that you will be thrilled with, and I believe I've delivered. Let's bring in, Rick, you ready for this? The great
Buster Olney.
Buster Olney. Yep. Yes. How good is that?
It's great.
Yep. Let's bring him on. Hi, Buster. How are you? We've missed you.
Oh, man, miss you guys, too, especially at times like this, right?
Yeah, I'm
glad
sure.
I'm going to talk to you about times like this because it not only do we talk about potential baseball moves, but it always feels like a therapy session. When we're talking about the Mets with what they're not doing, or talking about the Yankees with what they're not doing, it's fascinating. And I echo. I think what Steve Cohen, put out a statement yesterday. It's early in the offseason. I think that's right, but I cannot think of a person in baseball, not a player, not an executive, under more pressure as we move forward than David Stearns.
All right.
I mean, there is so much. He has to get this right.
So walk us through it. What's happening? Like, I get it. He didn't want Alonso. That's pretty obvious. Did he want Diaz and get kind of played in this scenario? And how surprised are you that we're here a couple days into the start of these winter meetings?
So I think that to this point, what has happened for the Mets are all things that they were prepared to have happen. Obviously you trade Brandon Nimmo, which is in following up what Stearns said in that press conference right after the end of the season when he talked about run prevention, right? That was our first clue with what they're doing. And then in the Pete Alonso conversation, in the Edwin Diaz conversation, what jumped out to agents was the Mets, what they were getting was, we're not going beyond 3 years. We're not talking about contracts of more than 3 years, to the point that agents are wondering, okay, is that a rule now for this winter? As the Mets move forward, do they not want to just, do anything more than 3 years? That obviously cost them Pete. But I agree with you, Dave. I think they were fully prepared to have that happen last year. And so when the Orioles come in and, some desperation, some panic, and give a 5-year contract to Pete, then the Mets weren't going to chase that. And when the Dodgers got involved, from what I understand, once the Mets signaled an unwillingness to go from 3 to 4 years, that was it. Then Edwin Diaz was like, okay, let's go to L.A. The money difference wasn't that big, but it was the Mets' unwillingness to go to fourth year. And I think the Mets were fully prepared for that. One thing that was sort of missed when Devin Williams did his first press availability after signing with the Mets was someone asked him about his role. He goes, all we ever talked about was the closer role. That was the only thing we ever discussed. And so I think that tells you the Mets knew that this was a possibility, and now the question becomes, what happens as they move forward?
It sounds like more than the possibility, though, Buster. All you're talking about with Devin Williams is him being the closer, it sounds like that actually, is the preferred outcome, is that Devin Williams is David Stearns' closer and Diaz heads to the Dodgers.
For less money, right? Look, I think if they had gotten, and I heard you describe before, I was watching a clip of you guys just a little while ago, and I think you described it. I think the Mets were comfortable bringing back Diaz if it was at their price. And if it wasn't their price, they're moving on. That's what happened with Pete Alonso. If it's at our price, sure. If not, we're moving on. And so I'm fascinated, and I think we're going to be hearing the name Terry Skubal a whole lot as we move forward.
But Buster, just quickly before Dave asks his next question, here's what concerns me about that, though, is that first and foremost is, can David Stearns marry what he did in Milwaukee to now all of a sudden having Steve Cohen's money? The second part of this is that they won 83 games. You called it maybe the most epic collapse of all time. It was that bad. But it wasn't because Edwin Diaz had a bad season, and it wasn't because Alonso had a bad season. They both had really good seasons. The reason why the season was 83 wins and a disaster was because of the decisions that David Stearns made. That's what makes me most nervous about this.
And look, I think David would be the first one to say that's absolutely a fair assessment. I think what happened is that David did not want to get tied to contracts that he that potentially could restrict other things that they were doing. I don't think he wanted to, to have. And by the way, he wasn't alone in this. People with other teams yesterday were going, man, that's a lot of money to pay Pete Alonso if you're the Baltimore Orioles. It feels good today, but in 2029, 2030, based on the metrics, where's he going to be? We'll just have to wait and see. But I think from David's perspective, as he moves forward, it's going to be, okay, we didn't spend the $20 million a year, $22 million a year on Edwin Diaz. We didn't spend the money on Pete Alonso. So what are we going to do instead of that? And I think there's no question. He's got some things in mind, and I'm really curious to see if he can pull it off.
Wow. So walk us through. So what could be next? Could it be Bellinger? Could it be Tucker? You just mentioned Skubal. Give us your thoughts of, I know we don't know, But what
Right.
are some possible outcomes here for the Mets?
So the thing that the 3-year thing, the fact that was sort of a mantra in their talks with both Diaz and Alonso is making agents wonder, okay, is that sort of a steadfast rule we're going to have for the Mets going forward? And not only, is that, an issue shaping the Mets in 2026, but there are some questions among the agents, like, is that the Mets preparing for the possibility of this labor situation, not wanting money on the books, maybe putting themselves in a better position if, in fact, we have some form of a salary cap going forward? Is that what's going on here? Because obviously, if you hold to that, if you're telling agents, for Cody Bellinger, Scott Boras, or Kyle Tucker, who's represented by Excel, Casey Close, you're out. Like, you're not going to sign either one of those two guys if it's a 3-year deal. Now, the Mets could try to do the same thing with Tucker that maybe the Dodgers are going to, which is to say, we'll pay you like crazy. We'll give you huge dollars, but more in a short-term deal, 3 or 4 years. I don't know which of those they might actually do as we go forward. I think Skubal is the one to watch because here's the thing. I think the Tigers are in a position where their choice is pretty stark with the guy who's considered to be the best pitcher on the planet. Do you keep him for 1 year to try to compete in 2026 in a mediocre American League Central, or do you say, you know what, he's not going to re-sign here. He's represented by Scott Boras. He's going to make $400 million in free agency. So let's flip that 1 year of control and get 3 or 4 young players who are going to help us going forward, and can help us compete not only in 26 but 27, 28, and 29. You talk with folks with other teams. They think, without a doubt, the Mets are lined up better than any other team to do that because they've got young major league pitching. They can offer a Jonah Tong. They can offer Sproat. They've got Brett Beatty. They've got other guys. That is the one I'm really fascinated by. Yeah, the Mets could talk about Ranger Suarez, who's one of the best free agents. They could talk about Framber Valdez. But Tarek Skubal is the biggest difference maker available in the marketplace for 2026. And what I'm hearing is the Tigers they're weighing these two options. Keep him, trade him, get his value for him now.
Buster, do you think if Skubal does get traded, say to the Mets, that he would entertain just doing an extension now, or is he, because he's a Scott Boras guy, going to wait? Because they brought this up the other day, like with not knowing what's going to happen with the CBA. Do you try to get a deal done before there could potentially be a salary cap?
I think you try to get a deal done. That's what they did with Francisco Lindor. It was the same dynamic. Year before he hits free agency, they trade for him. They sign him to the $341 million contract, and away they go. But Scott Boras' history is he doesn't let that happen. Like he absolutely believes he wants to get players into the open market so he can have situations like he had with Juan Soto, and he could get all these big market teams bidding against each other and driving the number up. I doubt that would happen. But let's face it, even if they don't sign Skubal, they bring him in for 2026, they compete next year. I think their hope would be that Skubal would be comfortable in the marketplace. And how many teams are going to outbid the Mets if Steve Cohen decides he wants the player? The same question would apply that we had when Juan Soto was a free agent.
As you can imagine, Mets fans are apoplectic, and Buster Olney with us here on a Thursday morning, ESPN New York. Have you, I'm not asking you about public opinion, have you, Buster Olney, lost any faith in David Stearns right now?
Well, I haven't lost faith in him in terms of being someone who's really good at what he does. And first off, I mean, who am I? I'm a dopey sports writer.
No,
right?
You matter.
But I
don't kid yourself.
But
I
talk to people with other teams who deal with him, and they think Stearns is really good at his job. Now, the question that you laid out, Dave, before is exactly the right question to ask, which is, is Stearns, can he meld what he did in Milwaukee with what he can do with the Mets because of their bigger payroll? This is something that Andrew Friedman, who runs the Dodgers, did very well. He went from the the Tampa Bay Rays to the Dodgers, and not only have they picked up bargain basement guys, and maximize their value like Max Muncy, Chris Taylor, players like that, but they've also flexed their financial muscles. Shohei Ohtani, Mookie Betts making that trade. And on the other hand, Chaim Bloom went from Tampa Bay, went to the Red Sox. He didn't do that, right? The Red Sox never really spent under him. So it could go either way with David. And I do think, and I've heard this from agents, heard this from executives of other teams, that's the big litmus test at this point. Can he marry the two-way of doing things and make it work with the Mets? That's an unknown at this point.
Well, if he's sticking to just 3-year deals, he's not going to get anyone that the Mets are looking at for just 3 years. So, I mean, he's going to have to get over that little hurdle. Other side of this, Yankees. Buster, what are you hearing about them? Is there a chance Bellinger goes back? Because right now the Yankees phone calls we take are a little bit nervous as to what this team is going to look like in the upcoming season.
Yeah, and I mean that's legitimate. And look, I think when Hal Steinbrenner came out during the recent owner meetings and talked about payroll level and what his preferred number is, I think that was him preparing the fan base for the possibility that they will not be big players in this market, that they're not going to be out there, adding the $200 million player. Now, I think they'll do stuff. I mean, we have this ridiculously huge pool of relief pitchers, over 100 unsigned free agents. At some point, the Yankees are going to fish in those waters. I think once some of the prices come down, there's opportunity there. You've seen them linked to guys like Freddie Peralta, the Milwaukee Brewers. He's only making $8 million, for the upcoming season. They're going to chase Bellinger, but only to a degree. I think they're interested in bringing him back, but I think there's an anticipation in the organization that they might get outbid, right? There might be some other team that comes in, as happened with the Orioles and Pete Alonso, where they just get blown out of the water. And some team says, and I'm picking a number out of the air, we're going to give Cody Bellinger $225 million. If that happens, I don't think the Yankees are going to chase it. They're going to try to make it work and bet on the fact that the rotation could be really great.
And they're not going to pivot, because I've heard this, well, if we don't get Bellinger, now we get Tucker. Like, they're not going to pivot to lose out on Bellinger to now go after another massively priced guy, right?
Right. Well, look, and they're getting linked to Tucker because, agents do their thing, but I have not picked up any, huge enthusiasm, and maybe they're hiding it, but I have not picked up any huge enthusiasm Yankees-Tucker match, just because they are really top-heavy with their payroll. With Garrett Cole and Aaron Judge, who although Judge right now looks like a bargain. Giancarlo Stanton in his last years. And I think the Yankees are one of the teams that might be reacting to this labor uncertainty, where they feel like, well, we don't really know what's going to happen, so let's just wait and see, what turns out there before we take on big commitments.
So, Buster, let me ask you this. The people you talk to, if Brian Cashman knew that Hal was going to come out with, hey, slow down, we're not making that much money, we want to be around a certain number. They're already at close to $280 million. Why? The draft pick's not that important. Why offer Grisham the qualifying offer for $22 million then?
I think all along that the Yankees viewed that as being like a perfect situation. You got a productive player who, let's face it, if Grisham was a free agent, he probably, and there hadn't been a qualifying offer, he probably gets something in the range of 15 to 16, 17 million dollars. I think the Yankees' perspective was, look, it's a one-year deal. The old saying, there's no such thing as a bad one-year deal. I think they'd rather overpay on a one-year deal than put out, a $200 million commitment. And so I remember, early in the offseason when people were wondering about that, I'm like, oh, yeah, they're going to pick that up. Like, they want him to come back to give them some protection as they try to transition to some of these youngsters in the outfield.
Realistically, and I know you got to run and we got to run as well, is there a chance that opening day for the Yankees, it's Dominguez, Grisham, and Judge in the outfield?
I don't think so. I think they'll get another outfielder. I just don't know who that's going to be yet. I think it has to flesh out a little bit, but I think they'll add another veteran outfielder. And maybe it is Cody Bellinger. Maybe his price is something that they're willing to do in the end. But if they don't sign him, I think they're going to get some other veteran.
All right. You are the best. We appreciate you. Happy holidays if we don't talk to you in the next couple of weeks, and we'll definitely get together with you soon. We appreciate it, Buster.
All right.
He had more to say, and you cut him right off.
Wow.
You're back. What did you want to say? Oh, now he's gone. Great. God, no, he could have given you codes to something very important. You don't know what he was going to say.
I doubt it was going to be Codes. I apologize. Usually he's quick on the draw, so I was trying to get him so that RJ could thank him.
How dare you, Raymond? How dare you? Man does us a favor.
Did us a great favor. It was a great spot.
You hang up on him.
I didn't hang up on him.
Well,
I did not, in fact, hang up on him.
He put him on hold.
Yeah.
All right. Well, listen, you got to live with that. Let's take a break. We'll come back. A little bit of the NFL, college football, Mets. I'll tell you, the Mets are the best thing to happen to the Yankees as well. DNR with you on a busy, busy Thursday right here on ESPN New York.
Hey, it's Michael Kay talking to you about my friends at PC Richard & Son. They're local, family-owned, and I trust them, and you can too. Right now, save on all holiday gifts for everyone on your list. And with their holiday price guarantee, your price is protected. If the price goes lower from now through December 24th, they will match it. You can't beat it. Plus, you get fast and free delivery. PC Richard & Son, the company you could trust for over 116 years. Free delivery excludes Manhattan.
Health surprises can change your life in an instant. You've seen it happen to others, but it doesn't have to be your story. At Princeton Longevity Center, we customize actionable and proactive health plans to maximize your lifespan and take control of your health. Our Cancer Check program combines cutting-edge technology with top medical expertise to keep you ahead of potential risks. With advanced full-body imaging, genetic testing, and multi-cancer detection blood tests, we look for even the earliest signs of problems. Results are analyzed by expert physicians who craft a personalized plan to safeguard your future. You're not just a patient, you're a partner in your health journey, backed by a team committed to helping you live longer, healthier, and more vibrantly. Our programs have saved hundreds of lives and empowered countless others to take control of their health. Be proactive with your health for the ultimate peace of mind. Call 888-8000-PLC or visit PrincetonLongevityCenter.com.
Whether you're shopping, gaming, or streaming this holiday season, don't take slow for an answer. Get Optimum Fiber for the fastest, most reliable, and most consistent internet speeds, starting at $25 a month. Call 888-4OPTIMUM or visit Optimum.com to switch. Act now and get Netflix, a 5-year price lock, and $100 back, all on us. Call 888-4.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in New Jersey. T&Cs apply.
A Progressive Home and Auto Bundle can protect you round the clock, but we can't protect you from those painful moments in sports.
Oh, I can't believe we blew a 5-touchdown lead.
Sure, but you got to feel like they were going to win for almost the entire game.
But I was about to buy playoff tickets.
So you were prepared for a good time. That's pretty nice.
It's the worst loss any team has ever had.
And you got to witness history.
Okay, we're done here.
Well, at least your home and auto are protected with a bundle from Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
This one's for the flavor fanatics. Sour Apple 5-Hour Energy Shots don't mess around. They bring the bite. Tart, tangy, and packed with tasty caffeine, this little 2-ounce bottle punches above its weight. With 0 sugar and as much caffeine as a 12-ounce premium cup of coffee, it's the kind of pick-me-up that keeps your taste buds happy without the crash. And it doesn't stop at Sour Apple. There are 17 bold flavors waiting for you to discover. Pick one up in store or stock up online at 5hourenergy.com or on Amazon today.
ESPN New York is throwing a holiday party you don't want to miss. Join us this Friday at your mother's house in Garden City. We'll be broadcasting the Michael Kay Show live from 1 to 3, followed by Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg from 3 to 7, all while supporting a great cause. Bring a toy to benefit the Garden of Dreams Foundation and help make the season brighter for local kids in need. It's the ESPN New York Holiday Party this Friday, brought to you by Spiked Aid, Security Dodge, Amazon Pickup, and ESPN New York.
All right, DNR with you, ESPN New York. What a nice spot from Buster Olney. The only regret I have, Rick, is that it didn't go on for another 10 minutes because I had a lot more questions to ask.
A lot more questions, and I'm surprised you didn't mention, like, hey, Buster, when's this Peter Luger thing happen?
You know what? He did me a favor. I reached out as a friend. I asked him to come on. I thought it would be bad form to ask. I think that's where he was probably going when Ray hung up on him.
Maybe, or some codes that you mentioned.
Right.
Yeah.
Either one. So yesterday with you guys, I said, do you care to guess who the betting favorite, and not only the betting favorite right now, by the way, the prohibitive, and who knows what it means, but the prohibitive betting favorite to be the Giants' next head coach is? You guessed who?
I guess Shula.
And Ray, you and RJ both guessed McCarthy, is
Correct.
that right?
Correct.
And I told you you're all wrong. Well,
Interesting.
You both got the guys that are tied for second. Shula and McCarthy are tied for second. Would you like to revisit who this could potentially be? By the way, at minus 200, like better than 200. Even money.
Wow.
And I'm interested to get, I'll just tell you, to get your take on this, Marcus Freeman.
I thought we weren't doing college.
Is the maybe they're not. But all of a sudden, like, odds have changed dramatically all across the board. Marcus Freeman is the heavy favorite to be the Giants' next head coach.
What is this based on?
This does make sense because Pete Bavacqua, when he was doing his little media tour, he did make it a point to go out of his way to say that it is part of his job description is to make sure that Marcus Freeman feels valued every step of the way as the head coach of Notre Dame. So it makes sense that he would say that because someone's knocking on the door. He was talking to the Giants then.
Right.
That would make sense.
And the Giants have a history of a very close-knit relationship with Notre Dame. So I don't know if you add it up. I mean, but it's not like it's, he's plus 450 and then McCarthy and Shula are plus 500. He's 1-2. He's minus 200, Rick. McCarthy and Shula are 5-1.
Yeah, I just thought that the last report that we had heard, and I don't know who it was from, I don't know if it was Shefty or whoever it was from, said that the Giants would prefer to not hire, because his name came up early in the process.
Yes, it did. And then it kind of got squashed.
Yeah, that they weren't going to go college. But, they're looking for a leader of men. Everything you hear about Marcus Freeman, we had him on the show. I think we both got that same impression, as that this guy could command a room. I just don't know if I'm a Giants fan, if I'm willing to take that chance at this stage of Jackson Dart's development. Like, going into year 2 is so important.
It is. I'll be upfront with you and honest with you. If they were to hire Marcus Freeman, I'd be very happy about that. And I don't know that that's the right way to feel. I just think this guy's a winner. I think he's a leader. And we spoke with him, and I was wowed by him.
I was wowed by him too, but you're the same guy that was wowed by Adam Gase.
Yeah, and you were too.
He was a good conversational guy. I mean, it was a good conversation we had. His eyes, man, his eyes.
I know. By the way, you want to hear something funny on these odds? And this comes from sportsbetting.ag, which apparently is a legitimate site. Guess who checks in at the same as Eli Manning at 66-1?
No idea.
Bill Belichick. Yeah.
I want to know the story behind what happened with him and the Giants.
Belichick?
Yeah.
It's gone south.
How?
I have to do a little more digging with that, but the relationship between the Giants and Belichick is not good.
You think Belichick's setting in Jordan to have them fix the Adobe?
I mean, maybe you could kill two birds with one stone. He comes in, fixes the team, then the computer folk come in, and she starts doing Excel spreadsheets and all sorts of stuff.
You just go click, 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 click on the delete button.
That's it. Click, 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 click.
You just click. It's so easy. Even an idiot could do it.
Hey, look at Bill's website. It's gorgeous.
It could be the worst website on the internet.
And then
so
you could watch her do some adult cheerleading, which is nice.
That's great. It's all working out really well. They went 4-8 in North Carolina. They're worse this year than they were last year.
Well, it takes time. They bring in 70 new. They brought in 70 new players.
A lot of new players, and they do have a good class coming in next year. So, all right, we'll table that for now. Get back to the Mets. Want to get to the Michigan story and another Giants topic, which involves the Jets as well. A lot to do. Busy 9:00 hour. D&R with you right here on ESPN New York.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 1-877-CARS for Kids to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now, 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS. That's cars with a K to donate your car today.
1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS. Donate your car today.
Hurry! It's your last chance to donate for 2025. Last chance! Donate now for a 2025 tax deduction.
New York Presbyterian treats more heart patients than any other hospital in New York. From common to complex conditions, our cardiologists and heart surgeons are pioneers in advanced heart care, leading the way in minimally invasive treatments for faster recovery times. Find a doctor at nyp.org/heart. Stay amazing. New York Presbyterian. New York Presbyterian Hospital based on U.S. News and World Report 2025 to 2026 Cardiology, Heart, and Vascular Surgery Rankings.
There are small risks in life, like giving a kid a football to play with in the house.
Whoa, watch out for the... Okay.
And then there are big gambles, like giving a kid a lottery ticket. Never gift a lottery ticket to a person under 18. Learn more about how to gift responsibly during the holidays at playresponsiblyny.com. Please gift responsibly. Must be 18 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY.
Some stages celebrate. This one tests everything. Every drive, every approach, every putt. Pressure builds. Resilience matters. And history waits for the bold. In June, the 2026 U.S. Open Championship returns to the Hamptons at the iconic Shinnecock Hills Golf Club. Experience the world's best golfers competing on one of the sport's most storied stages. Don't just watch greatness, experience it live at the 126th U.S. Open. Daily tickets are available now on SeatGeek.
Hey, New York and New Jersey, commitment issues? No problem. Now you can get unlimited talk, text, and data for $25 a month forever, as in for life. Switch now at boostmobile.com. After 30 gigabytes, you may experience slower speeds. Pay $25 a month as long as you stay on the Boost Mobile Unlimited plan.
This college football moment is brought to you by ServPro.
College football teams have moments they recovered from and made it like it never even happened. Like on September 24, 2016, when Tulsa found themselves down 31-0 to Fresno State. With 10 minutes left in the second quarter, Tulsa fought back to tie the game at 41. And then won 48-41 in double overtime.
ServPro. Like it never even happened.
Some people just know you can save money on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Like you know to check the weather first, before wearing face paint to the game.
Bro, your Go Cats is dripping into your nachos.
Oh, and now paint is in my eyes.
Interception! Did you see that?
No! Yeah, checking first is smart. So check Allstate first and see what you could save. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Potential savings vary, including based on how you buy, subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate North American Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Hey, this is Mika Zibanejad.
Hey, this is Adam Fox. Catch every Rangers game right here on 880 ESPN.
WHSQ and WCBS-FM HD2, New York. This is DiPietro and Rothenberg.
They didn't want to lose.
David Stearns is smart, has a plan, but there is no doubt that he is putting extra pressure on himself right now.
The finality of it all, you can be surprised by that, but they didn't meet with Alonso. They didn't make Alonso an offer.
To have back-to-back days where you lose probably the best closer in baseball, and then the guy who's hit the most home runs in the history of your franchise, all in 2 days.
I cannot think of a person in baseball, not a player, not an executive, under more pressure as we move forward than David Stearns.
This is DiPietro and Rothenberg.
He has to get this right.
On ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
All right, here we go. Big 9 o'clock hour. DNR with you right here on ESPN New York. So, I mean, Buster couldn't be more accurate, right? That there's more pressure on David Stearns probably than anybody in all of sports right now. Because you've let really good pieces get away and you've done nothing. And I think there's the disconnect. If the Mets were making signings as they were losing guys at the same time, I don't think fans would feel so hopeless right now.
Yeah, well, you want to know what the plan is. And, of course, we're not going to know his plan until he starts to execute his plan. But
Correct.
so far not great, especially on the heels of what happened with the rotation that we all thought could potentially be a problem. Turns out we were right. It was a problem. Turns out that most of us, outside of you and maybe some others that had, just trust David Stearns, Frankie Montas, not a great idea. Turns out we were right. not the guy that keeps telling us that he's smarter than everyone else. Turns out we were right. And again, I mean, the moves that they made last offseason were Steve Cohen moves that worked out. They weren't David Stearns moves that worked out. And the other thing I don't like is that if all of a sudden now we're stuck at this, hey, we don't feel comfortable going more than 3 years, how are you getting any of the guys that you want?
The only way you possibly could is if you make a massive investment for 3 years. That's the that's the only chance.
Yeah, but
if you're willing to go above and beyond what anybody else would do for a 3-year deal.
Right, but they didn't go above and beyond for Edwin Diaz because on a 3-year deal, the Dodgers went $1 million more.
Yes.
We're not willing to go a 4th year? That's how this works, David. And then he brings up Hahn Bloom, who didn't work. Wasn't able to mesh the two worlds.
That's right. I don't understand. What puzzles me is doing what he did in Milwaukee, that seems really hard. Doing it on a shoestring budget and finding diamonds in the rough and drafting well and developing them, and you can't make mistakes. What he's trying to do here, and maybe I'm wrong, it feels so much easier. Okay, pull out the occasional guy here and here, but at the end of the day, if you need to spend massive money on somebody, go spend massive money on somebody.
It seems like it would be easier. But I also recognize that, sometimes it also can be harder because there is always the expectation that we need to go out and spend. And because there's that expectation that we need to always be shopping, in the Nordstroms of the world, that you can make mistakes doing that. And you can overextend yourself. But because Steve Cohen is your owner, I think you can also, find ways to spend the money to get out of those situations. Although the Yankees really haven't done that. Right? The Yankees finally just got back to a World Series. That's been a long time for the Yankees.
Right.
And they're out there spending money. Okay, because you can spend good money, you can spend bad money. I just think that if you identify this is who we want, if you really wanted Edwin Diaz, then you should go to a 4th year.
Or you should have just gone 3 for 75. If you went 3 for 75 and he took 3 for 69, then you know what? He clearly preferred to go there. Something about the Mets annoyed him, and I don't think you'd have the same pushback. The fact that you were that close, there's so much money on your side of the fence, and you were that close financially and didn't go up and above that number, that's what annoys me about this.
The other thing I would say, too, as far as the Tarek Skubal thing is concerned, if you bring in Tarek Skubal and trade whatever it's going to take, which would be,
it's going to take a lot.
Whatever, and there's no guarantee that he's coming back. He's going to be a free agent. He's going to do what Juan Soto did. Bringing in Tarek Skubal for this upcoming season, where does that put you?
It excites the crap out of me, to be honest with you.
I know it excites you, but where does that put you, though? Does that
this 1 year? I can't sit here. It's like you have the outline of the puzzle put together, and you say, "What do you think about the puzzle?" I can't see the puzzle. I don't know.
Right, but it's not going to be Tucker. Maybe
it could be Bellinger.
Maybe. But I'm just saying, if it's just Skubal and then whatever else they get, not big names, whatever big piece around it.
No. If it's Skubal and now you're going to kind of find pieces, the Goldschmidts of the world and fourth outfield. No, I'll freak out. But if it's Skubal and Bellinger and a trade for this, no. I reserve the right to change how I feel right now. And right now I feel very upset. I would be surprised if we got to 2 months from now and you still felt very upset. But we'll see.
I just don't know how you go from what we've gone through, where it's Pete's not worth 5, so he ends up in Baltimore. Edwin Diaz isn't worth a 4th year, so he goes to the Dodgers. That all
you
of a sudden
did hear him say though about Alonso that a lot of teams were kind of ooh, 5 years, that kind of money for Alonso.
Yeah, that's fine, and that may be the case. Right, but for the next 3 years, is Pete Alonso going to be really good for the Orioles? Probably.
He might be good for 5 years. I don't have the answer to that.
Right, but you also just saw the Phillies give an older player a 5-year deal.
Okay, but we don't know that that's going to work out well either. Listen,
that's what happens though in free agency.
I know you kind of get backed into a corner where you have to make yourself uncomfortable.
The deal at the end when you go into free agency to get the best available players in free agency, usually the last couple of years of those deals aren't going to be good because of how baseball works. Most guys that hit free agency are 30 or 31, unless there's a Juan Soto where all of a sudden now you throw all that out the window and you give a 15-year deal. But for the most part, even the CC Sabathia stuff was hey, as long as we win a championship, we'll eat the last couple of years. Because we understand, like Max Fried, are years 7 and 8 going to be good? I don't know, but as long as years 5, 1 through 6,
you got to win though
take it.
in those first 4, 5, 6 years to make 7 and 8 okay to not be good.
Right, but
and that's the situation you're having with Garrett Cole right now. Is he pitched well, but you didn't win, and now you're going to be paying him a fortune of money. And what I mean, coming off of obviously massive surgery, what are you going to get?
But that's the risk that you run when you're one of these teams that has the ability to go spend in free agency, is that some of these deals might not age well. But if
I
want
would say most deals don't age well.
But yeah, right. The long-term ones don't. But if you want the player, you got to do it. In a perfect world, every GM would just like to sign players to 3-year deals. That would be awesome.
Could have signed. The thing that's frustrating to me in this scenario is Pete. I have the attachment to him. I get it. They didn't want him. They didn't want to go 5 years. All of it. Diaz, they did, and Diaz signed a 3-year deal. Pete signed a 5-year deal. You weren't willing to do that. Diaz signed the 3-year deal that you were willing to do, and you still lost out on him.
Right, but that's if you really wanted him. The way Buster made it sound like is that, yeah, if he signs for what we want, we'll take it. But if he doesn't, we're more than happy just having Devin Williams. Like, if you really wanted Edwin Diaz, you would have Edwin Diaz right now.
Yeah.
So, I mean, how much do they really want him? My holdup right now is...
Then why make any offer? Then why go 3 for 66? Like, that's a pretty sizable offer.
Optics. Because this is what we feel good with. Hey, will we take him back? Yeah, we'll take him back. But if we don't, we got Devin Williams. We're fine. We'll figure it out. My issue is more like, do I trust his judgment? I think the part of like what RJ was talking about, what's happening with the Dodgers. Guy comes from Tampa and then now has the ability to go spend money, and it's exactly what he's doing. And they've won back-to-back World Series.
Right. I don't want to hear about, hey, look, I'm able to find diamonds in the rough. Just go onto the green, man.
Well, but it's nice to find those diamonds in other places.
Yeah, of course it is.
I identify this guy, like Edwin Diaz is available. Good, we'll take him. Right, like this guy's, you know what I mean? Like we're not afraid to do that. I'm more concerned about like his judgment in some of these decisions that he's making. Right, like if it was up to him, Juan Soto wouldn't be here. We agree with that?
That was an owner decision, yes.
Right. Last year, if it was up to him, would Pete Alonso have been back?
No.
2 of your best players. Like that, what would this team have been without Pete Alonso last year? How many times who was protecting Juan Soto if Pete doesn't come back? Who?
I don't know what they would have pivoted to.
So again, the moves he made at the deadline, the moves he made before the season.
Yeah, that's my bigger issue. My bigger issue is that the deadline. Like you went all. I mean, we were so. You got Helsley. This guy's a stud. Well, you also have to, and this is the problem. You never look to see what's kind of beneath the surface, right? Like, okay, here's his numbers. Here's what he does. Can he pitch in New York? Can he pitch in a setup role? And the answer to both of those, was definitively no. He cannot. He was awful. And then he had the audacity to come out to Hell's Bells. I mean, God, I almost said a terrible thing. I mean, unbelievable.
They're trying to make him feel comfortable.
Great. You're pitching to a 90 ERA and you're coming out to Hell's Bells.
You're not going to make it here, man. Like if you're steadfast on this is just how I do things, you're going to be hard pressed to make it. Like, hey, it's going to be 3 years. This is what the numbers say, and this is what we feel comfortable with. So if the guy says no, then we're fine. We'll move on to our next opportunity.
I would love to know how much of this. And by the way, phone lines are open, guys. 800-919-3776 to get involved in the conversation. I would love to know how much of this is with this massive lockout looming over our heads. It has to impact it somewhat, no?
I mean, it's not impacting the Dodgers. I mean, Baltimore felt pretty good about going to spend what it took to bring in Pete for 5 years.
I wouldn't be surprised if you looked at that Pete deal in 3 years like, that's not a good deal.
Okay. I mean, listen, the Schwarber deal might not be a good deal in 3 years. But, I mean, you're going to have to bring someone in. You're going to have to find a way to replace that production.
Obviously.
It's not going to be Paul Goldschmidt and Jeff McNeil.
Unless you're upgrading other positions.
How, though?
Listen, let's wait and see.
If we're just throwing around 3-year deals, you're not going to get Bellinger on a 3-year deal. You're not going to get Tucker on a 3-year deal. This is the time for those guys.
Yeah. Well, Tucker's younger, but Bellinger's, I think, 30.
Coming off a really good season. So,
good season.
Is he going to wait around? Oh, yeah, I'll do 3 more And then what is he going to get after that? 3?
No, I would think he would want to make this his big splash deal.
And then the Yankees on the other side of this thing. I mean, if that's going to be the truth, where Hal said what he said just to get you ready, like to brace you for, hey, it's going to be a real slow offseason, Yankees fans are going to lose their minds.
Lose their minds. I mean, the Mets fans are losing their minds because it's happening right before our eyes, right? Like the last 2 days, you lost guys, but you don't know exactly what they're going to do, and I think you reserve judgment. If the Yankees if they lose Bellinger and they don't make any kind of decision to move on to another big player, they're going to lose their minds. Raymond's already lost his mind.
Well, they're not going, hey, we lost out on Bellinger, we're going to go get Tucker. That's not happening.
I don't know how you feel. From my perspective, there is no way Kyle Tucker is a Yankee. No chance.
It doesn't feel like it, no.
No. Bellinger, I think you have a decent chance. There's no way you're going to get Tucker.
Well, if you're not going to be willing to pay Bellinger 30, you're going to pay Tucker 40?
No.
I mean, could you imagine paying Tucker the same money that Judge makes, too, by the way? You got Aaron Judge making $40 million right now. I mean, you talk about just stepping in it. Right? I mean, Cashman offers him it was almost a disrespectful contract. And luckily, Hal stepped in. And now you're sitting here laughing because you got him on a 9-year, $360 million deal. That looks like the best deal in baseball right now.
It is. I think of the value you're getting for that guy.
I mean, it's incredible. And yet we're sitting here talking about, hey, not so fast. I'm not making that much money. Hal, stop it, please.
Yeah, but you know what?
You got the best player in baseball.
Either he's playing the game and he wants to lower expectations and then they're going to do, sign guys, or he's telling you that this is what we're going to do and they do it and then fans completely lose their minds.
Right, but why even open yourself up to get criticized to lower expectations unless this is what it's going to be?
I mean, you just assume we're making money. Oh, that's dangerous.
Oh, just go spend money. You don't have to set the get people like, hey, you know what I'll do? I'll pretend like I'm not going to spend any money, and then we'll spend money. No, just go spend money then. Well, why take the slings and arrows of the week following that press conference getting killed? Just go spend money. Both of these teams right now, man.
I know. Mets is even worse because they're losing. Like if and when the Yankees lose Bellinger, then we'll have those days for the Yankees. But right now the Mets are losing their guys, so people are freaking out, and rightfully so. Brian in Center Reach. Brian, good morning. You're on ESPN New York.
Hey, guys. Thanks for taking the call.
You got it.
Yeah, I mean, as a Mets fan, it sucks to lose Alonso and Diaz. I don't really hate the Nimmo trade, and I'm curious to see what Stearns does for the rest of the season. I think it's going to be mostly pitching. I think it's going to be starting pitching either in signs or trades, and I think he's going to run with a lot of the young kids that the Mets have in the farm system. Either bringing up Jet Williams, maybe platooning Vientos at first with someone else, and then I think if they do make a swing for a bat, it's going to be Bellinger. But I think it's going to be seeing what you have in a lot of the young kids, which I don't think is going to make a lot of Met fans happy. But I think it's going to be that, and making a deal for like a Scooble or making a trade, for another starting pitching, because that's what they desperately needed last year.
You know what the interesting thing is, though? I've heard people describe the Mets situation as similar to the Giants situation when Joe Shane and Brian Dable took over, and they had the immediate success. And rather than recognize that this is fool's gold,
right,
they kind of doubled down on it. My issue with that is that's not like they went out and brought in Soto. You got to the NLCS,
and everyone wanted Minaya. I don't want to hear like, oh, I can't believe they brought back Minaya. I mean, you tried to convince him to come back when you ran into him.
No, you brought in Soto, but then instead of like, okay, we got Soto, that's the first big, huge piece. Now let's make sure that we get, especially rotation-wise, the appropriate pieces to make sure that we're taking advantage of this almost $800 million investment. You went cheap on that side of it. And again, it keeps going back to David Stearns. It wasn't that Pete had a bad season. Pete had a great season.
He did have
Diaz had a great season. I mean, Brandon Nimmo had a career high in home runs. It was David Stearns' decisions that led to the 83 wins. So, the idea of just sitting here and trusting him right now seems crazy.
Well, what are your other choices? You can crush him.
No, I have no choice. I have no choice.
Right.
So, we just got to let this thing play out, and hopefully at the end of the offseason, we feel good about it. But right now, that's hard to believe that's going to happen.
I agree with you. Right now, it's a very difficult pill to swallow because you're losing guys, right? Like Nimmo trade, you're like, I don't like it. And then,
you're losing your favorite guys.
Right. Well, that's the problem, too, is you have an emotional attachment to these guys.
That are coming off really good seasons, though. Like, Pete came off a really good season.
A really good season.
Edwin came off a really good season, and you're replacing him with a guy that I know it's your guy, but we just saw your guy not pitch well in New York. Like, that doesn't factor into your decision? Edwin's done it. He's gone through the complete gamut of it. Good, bad, he stinks, crying, like all of it.
It moves so quick here, man. It's amazing. I mean, this guy was, Canyon of heroes after they went to the NLCS in his first year as GM.
You saw it happen to Dable and Shane.
And now we're a year in, and fans are apoplectic. And I understand why over this.
None of his decisions have worked.
No.
They haven't. I mean, be honest.
I mean, you'd have to give me a full list of them, but no, the Montas didn't work. The trade deadline didn't work. Mullins didn't work. No, most of them
didn't work. I mean, you name it, didn't work. We would have had no Pete last year if it was up to him.
Right. Wanting to move on from Pete would have been a mistake last season.
So, okay, I mean, prove me wrong, but right now I don't have real good vibes about what's going to happen.
Well, you're gonna have to be patient because it's the only choice you have.
Easier said than done.
Don is opposed to what you're saying. Don kind of holds out hope here.
Don who?
Don LaGreca.
How could he is he just saying that because he wants to take the other side of it? Like, how could you possibly be hopeful right now, especially after just talking to Buster, where the conversations around the winter meetings is that there's some thought that maybe this is just what the Mets are going to do?
If this is what the Mets are going to do, even the most optimistic and biggest fan of David Stearns would have to lose their minds over it.
Right? Hey, we're only real comfortable giving 3-year deals away. Well, who are you going to bring in for? You're not going to get the guys that we're talking about for 3 years.
No. If that's your mindset, then you're going to have to make trades for guys.
Yeah, it's going to have to be, which wouldn't be the worst case scenario either. But again, it kind of is counterintuitive to what you're trying, what you could do, because you have all this money.
It just doesn't make sense, though.
I can protect. Here's the thing. Okay, I'll give you a perfect example. And the reason why I asked you the Skubal question is, if Skubal's going to do what Soto did, right, and he's definitely going to free agency, do I need to trade for him now? No, I don't, because if he goes to free agency, I have the ability to outbid everybody, just like I did with Soto. So I didn't have to give up what it took to get Juan Soto like the Yankees did. I can wait, because the reality of my situation right now, that the pieces I've lost, is even bringing in Tarek Skubal for 1 year is not going to make me better than the Dodgers. I'm not going to win a World Series. So rather than trade you Sprout and Tong and whatever else, I can develop those guys, wait a year for Skubal, sign him to whatever he wants, and now I got McClain, and I got Skubal, and I got Sprout, and I got all the people. That's my superpower.
Or what you can do is sign him for just money, have Sprout, have Tong, and then trade them for other pieces that you might need.
That's what I'm saying, though. That's your superpower. Accept it. That's what you can do. You have the ability to do that. I don't have to be crazy creative now and the smartest guy in the room. I can take all that stuff and use it to the best of my ability while also using all this money I have. Which, if you wanted Edwin Diaz, and this is the one that really pisses me off, because you made a pretty fair offer initially, go the 4th year, man. That's it. Don't even think about it. If that's what we're squabbling over, if that was the room to move, just make that offer. Even if you think the best he's going to get is 3 years, make your offer 4.
Right. Or make it 3 for more. There's no way anyone will come in at 3 for $75. There's no chance.
Right. If 22 was the highest, okay.
You're eating $17 million for Frankie Montas. You couldn't go to 3 for $75 for this guy?
Or just a 4th year, 75, whatever you want to call it.
Right. Any of those ways. And if he says, you know what, I don't want it, I want to go to the Dodgers, okay.
Fine.
Okay. Then you made an offer better than the Dodgers. He just preferred L.A.
Yeah, or just say to him, too, when you pick up the phone, rather than doing like this, hey, 3 for 66, but we got room, is, hey, Edwin, you want us, we want you. 3 for 75.
Well, I hate that. Even like your own negotiations, right? And I'm talking about even at the radio station. It's like, okay, we're going to start here. Well, why would you start there? Just give me the offer you can give.
Right, but what happened, though? I'm glad you brought that up. What happens when they start there? How does it make you feel?
It makes you feel crappy.
Yeah, bleep these guys. Bleep them. They said they want me. Well, why would you give me that number first if you really wanted me?
Or they start with like we're going to start here. Well, why would you? Give me the offer that you can afford to give, and say this is what we can do, and take it or leave it.
That's it. That's how as just the person, right? Like the emotion attached to it is, if you show me how much you want me. Don't play games with me. You can't tell me I'm important to you and then offer me that. But that's how analytics works, though, man. You know exactly how it works.
Right.
The personal side is taken out of it. It's just the player and on a spreadsheet.
But there's no hot streak. People don't have emotions. None of it. That is ridiculous.
No, that's how it works. These are the numbers. This is what he's worth. 3 years, 66.
I mean, you don't just walk into a test and either based on your knowledge, like you could have not slept the night before. You could be in a fight with your girlfriend. You might be focused on, I have to leave campus, right after the test, so I got to rush through it. Like, there's so many personal things that get involved that the analytics do not take into account, and it drives me crazy.
But you've been through it. I'm glad you brought that up because you've been through it. I mean, that's a real experience for you.
It is a real experience.
And the conversations we have after that aren't great conversations, are they? Like, you don't feel great about it.
No, you can be upset by that.
And it turns you off. And then I would imagine if you got a similar offer from somewhere else and they made you feel like we really wanted you, you'd really consider that other offer. You absolutely would.
It's possible.
Especially if the other offer was, oh, hey, by the way, we just won back-to-back World Series.
Right.
By the way, we're the best.
You have the best chance to win with us. RJ?
Hi.
How you doing?
Good.
You ready?
Yes.
Let's go.
Now.
Walk-up three-pointer. He got it!
See ya!
Score! Put it in the box!
The you missed.
Oh, already a lot to get to, but very big leading story. The setting, UBS Arena. Islanders alumni beat the Sudbury Bulldogs 14-6. This one really as one-sided as it gets, but standing out in the score sheet. You know him, you love him. Rick DiPietro led the way, a goal, 2 assists. Even hit the 6-7 celebration, which even older folks like Dave understand.
I understood what he was doing when he did that.
Which is great.
Older gentleman.
Yep, Sudbury.
But here's the thing. He did that celebration for a child.
For his kid.
For his child.
Yeah.
Right. But maybe the old Rothenberg is young because Rocco and I celebrate the same way.
I scored. Gritty goal in front of the net, and then I promised Rocco and Milo I would do the 6-7. So once I scored, I did the 6-7.
You did it.
Yeah, sure did. Here was, and we had boots on the ground. Our reporter on the game, Danny, interviewed DiPietro after the game.
Feel good, man. Boys kicked it in high gear in the second period. Good first one. Then shootout got us going, and then Cal Clutterbuck just took over.
How's the body feeling after playing forward tonight?
Feels pretty good. We'll see how Thursday Open goes.
It went great.
Hockey players never
stay open goes.
Hockey players never stop being hockey players.
Yeah.
I love it.
He was in full form, and I love it. We'll see how the Thursday Open goes.
There was some concern about Thursday Open.
The conversation in the dressing room. Come on, guys. Straightforward. Play our game. Pucks to the net. Let's go.
We did. Because the first period was close. No. Come on, fellas. Let's put it on now.
There's some talk, just what I'm hearing, that Sudbury's considering a coaching change after the 14-6 loss.
200-foot game. Let's go.
Yep, puck's in. Don't turn anything over to the
Not
line.
relieve Sanguinet of his duties. I love Sanguinet.
Elsewhere around the league, Spencer Knight made 21 saves for the Blackhawks, 3-0 win against the Rangers, who struggled to score on the road again. The Thunder blew the Suns NBA Cup. They are officially on pace with the 73-win Warriors with a 24-1.
It's got to be better than on pace.
No, that's how they started also.
Right, but that's not on. They're not on pace.
Well, you're talking the season-long pace, but as far as what they did through 25.
So they're on pace with what they did, but their pace is better than 73-9.
But what they did verbatim is the same.
Okay, semantics. He's just trying to be a donkey.
No, I'm not trying to be a donkey. I'm just clearing it up for those that are confused.
Thank you. I appreciate that. They're 24-1, which is exactly
they're a wagon.
Yeah, exactly.
They don't even have to play their guys. Like Shea, I think played like 26 minutes last night.
Grayson Allen also was ejected in this game for shoving Chet Holmgren, so it's still in there. He can clean up his game for a little bit, but it's still in there. Steph Curry, off that thigh injury, expected to return tomorrow against the Wolves, and Mavs center Derek Lively II needs season-ending foot surgery. By the way, we were wondering on
It's
Phillip
really
Rivers.
working out for the Mavs.
It's not going well. I like Lively, but that's not great. We were wondering if Phillip Rivers has a real chance to start for the Colts. Apparently he does.
I told you this yesterday.
Apparently he does. Well, the Colts confirmed that, so you had some inside information.
Riley Leonard was a full participant in practice yesterday, too.
Yep, and even still.
Could you imagine if Leonard is healthy and they still choose Rivers?
It sounds like they're thinking about it.
Yeah, it sounds like they are. Michigan, they need a new football coach, Sharon Moore. I don't think it's likely to say he threw his entire life away, so this is being called an inappropriate relationship with a staff member, and that led to Sharon Moore being arrested as a suspect in an alleged assault. Not a good day for Moore. Biff Poggi is their new interim coach. Michigan Biff Poggi.
Yeah. He was the interim coach a couple years ago, I think.
Okay, interesting.
Have you seen this Biff character?
He's
I sent you guys a message.
Yeah.
He's very
tell
interesting.
you what he's about.
Did you send me Biff?
He did. Michigan plays Texas in the Cheez-It Citrus Bowl, if that's of interest to you.
Oh, that's Biff.
That's Biff. He's a big man.
Coffee ice cream.
That's correct.
Yep. Some quarterback information. Tell you about Jaden Daniels. Been ruled out against the Giants this week. Commanders say he has a chance to play in Week 16. Tyrod Taylor with a groin injury. Justin Fields with that knee. They both missed practice for the Jets. So, rookie Brady Cook got all the first-team reps. Aaron Glad wouldn't say if it's Cook's job. We know how he's
God forbid.
But sounds like he's in line to play as of now. Jets also re-signed Adrian Martinez to the practice squad, who was released by the 49ers.
So they're making moves.
This is very preseason.
What do you guys think the
game
spread on
three-esque.
the Jets-Jacksonville game is?
So Ray told me, and it's jarring.
It's insane.
What is it, Dave?
Is it over 13?
It's 13.
Wow, you're good.
That is next to Jacksonville to see a minus 13.5. It's jarring. Cardinals running back Trey Benson, by the way, not coming off
13.5 period is jarring.
Oh boy. MLB Rule 5 draft yesterday. Yankees made a selection for the first time since 2011. They selected right-handed pitcher Cade Winquist from the St. Louis Cardinals. And congrats to one of our own, Joe Buck. He's getting the Ford C. Frick Award from the Baseball Hall of Fame for excellence in broadcasting.
Good for him.
Which is a big deal in that.
That is a big deal.
That's it.
That's nice.
Also, stuff you missed. Did you see the report from Jordan Renan as to why Brian Cox is no longer with the
seating disagreement?
David and I were talking about that during the break,
on the
actually.
plane back, yeah.
Okay, two things.
You guys are a disaster.
Two things, though. Like, Brian Cox, we all know what that guy's about. Like, A, the person arguing with him about the plane seating, like, is that person nervous? And B, is the person who has to fire him nervous?
Yes,
because
yeah, probably yes.
Yes to both.
I was reading yesterday. Apparently, he was a Dable guy, so people were fearful that this could come to fruition, and in fact, it did. But you're right. I mean, dysfunction leads to dysfunction.
It's a crazy person.
Let's break, come back, and we haven't talked about it really other than odds and ends today. The Michigan situation. It's a big deal. And then we'll get to all your calls on everything going on that we've talked about. DNR with you. Very busy Thursday, ESPN New York. All right, let's see what's happening on the roads on this busy Thursday and say have a great day to the great Debbie Duhane.
Hi, Dave. Hi, Rick. Yeah, tough morning after losing Pete Alonso to Baltimore. Tough morning on the roads as well, guys. We've got delays as you head over to the Bruckner West at White Plains Road. A disabled truck in the way there. Staten Island Expressway eastbound at Richmond Ave, a collision. Over on the Wauton North at Old Country Road, it's an accident being cleared. Troubles right now as you head over to Route 4 eastbound in Teaneck with an accident being cleared. It's another gridlock alert day. Windy as well, so no tandem tractor trailers at the Verrazano. Sponsored by Positive Coaching Alliance. Got issues with youth or high school sports? Positive Coaching Alliance can help. PCA, a national nonprofit, offers more than 1,000 free online resources for youth and high school sports coaches, parents, students, and administrators. Visit PCADevZone.org. I'm Debbie Duhame, 880 ESPN, New York.
Hey, it's Michael Kay talking to you about my friends at PC Richard & Son. They're local, family-owned, and I trust them, and you can too. Right now, save on all holiday gifts for everyone on your list. And with their holiday price guarantee, your price is protected. If the price goes lower from now through December 24th, they will match it. You can't beat it. Plus, you get fast and free delivery. PC Richard & Son, the company you could trust for over 116 years. Free delivery excludes Manhattan.
Brees Hall, the I-back, at the 5-yard line. Handoff, Brees Hall finds a crease, runs left. He's into the end zone for a Jet touchdown. Jets fans, come out to MetLife Stadium for a Week 17 divisional matchup. See the New York Jets host the New England Patriots Sunday, December 28th at 1 p.m. Presented by Ticketmaster. Lock in your seats now at nyjets.com/tickets. Once again, that's nyjets.com/tickets.
Discover a driving experience crafted to inspire. At Garden City Mazda, exceptional design and sophisticated performance come together during the Mazda More to Move You sales event. Lease the 2025 Mazda CX-5 for just $229 a month at Garden City Mazda.
Every aspect of your business will operate better and faster with artificial intelligence. AI is a race, and companies that act first will win. Thrive Managed AI is your advantage over all your competitors. Thrive partners with you on a smart, secure AI strategy for your business. Then they deploy and manage it for you. Be first and win the race with Thrive Managed AI. Start with a complimentary strategy consultation at thrivenextgen.com/ESPN. That's thrivenextgen.com/ESPN.
There are small risks in life, like giving a kid a football to play with in the house.
Whoa, watch out for the... Okay.
And then there are big gambles, like giving a kid a lottery ticket. Never gift a lottery ticket to a person under 18. Learn more about how to gift responsibly during the holidays at playresponsiblyny.com. Please gift responsibly. Must be 18 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY.
If you've been injured on a construction site, then you need a lawyer who knows New York's unique labor laws. At the Parisman Firm, they have decades of experience handling construction accident cases and a proven track record of delivering huge results. Their team has already recovered nearly $1 billion for hardworking New Yorkers. From scaffold accidents to slip and falls and equipment failures, they've got your back. Call the Parisman Firm now at 718-WORKERS. That's right, 718-WORKERS, because your case is their cause. Get the justice you deserve today.
Your ambition just met its match with Robinhood. Trade stocks and ETFs, options, futures, and crypto all on one platform. Get started today at Robinhood.com/yourmoney. Your money, your move. All investments involve risk, including loss of principal. Options, futures, and crypto trading carry significant risk and may not suit all investors. Securities offered through Robinhood Financial LLC, member SIPC. Futures trading is offered by Robinhood Derivatives LLC, not FDIC or SIPC protected. Crypto offered through Robinhood Crypto LLC, NMLS ID 1702840, not FDIC or SIPC protected. Portfolio management offered by Robinhood Strategies, an SEC registered advisor.
The holidays are rolling in, and if men in your life are struggling with their holiday wish list, tell them to add Manscaped to make gift-giving easy, fun, and completely stress-free this year. From the beard hedger to the lawnmower trimmer, Manscaped's precision tools keep you looking sharp, feeling confident, and ready for every event and celebration all season long. These aren't just stocking stuffers, they're upgrades for your daily routine. And right now at Target, you can save 20% on the Lawnmower 4 and 3 kits, Handyman, and the beard hedger. Hurry up, supplies won't last long.
All right, now DNR with you, ESPN New York. Game time brought to you by Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey. When it's game time, it's Tully time. Islanders home against the Ducks, 7 o'clock tonight. Also 7 o'clock, Devils welcome the Lightning to the Rock. And that's game time brought to you by Tullamore Dew, the original triple distilled, triple blended, triple cask matured Irish whiskey. Be sure to grab a Tullamore Dew or try the new Tullamore Dew Honey during today's action. Glasses up to enjoying Tullamore Dew responsibly. And, of course, we have the start of Week 15 in the NFL tonight as well, and which should be a thriller, the Falcons and the Bucs. So I'm driving back with Alex yesterday. He gets an alert on his phone. Michigan has fired Sherrone Moore. I'm like, oh, that's interesting because they didn't have a terrible season, and last year they weren't awful, and, you know, replacing Jim Harbaugh. And then I think to myself, and I said to him, I go, there's probably more to it. And then you get home, we got home, and he got fired for inappropriate relationship with a staff member. So that's obviously a concern. And then he, I guess, completely lost it and wound up getting arrested last night. And there's all sorts of stories, you know, circulating out there, and I don't want to get into that, but he's being investigated for an alleged assault. And he was brought into jail and he was booked. So what an awful story for him, for Michigan, for all of it.
Yeah, awful story. I don't know. The more I read about it and more stuff gets posted, I don't know how much Michigan knew before now making this decision. Like, I mean, was this something that now, I don't want to say an excuse to make the move, but it seems like the more you see, this wasn't something that he was necessarily hiding very well.
No, not at all. And with the staff member as well.
Yeah,
which
right.
Makes it, you know, now it becomes a fire. It just turns out you go from like a sleazebag to now it becomes fireable.
Right, it's the cause that you need now to fire him if you want to make that move.
Right. I guess the question is, and again, we'll never know, and it's not exactly a classy thing to ask, but if Michigan football was great, if they were in the college football playoff, are they firing him for the same reasons?
I don't know. I can't answer that question because I wasn't in those rooms. But, I mean, he did beat Ohio State last year.
Right.
And this year they lost to Ohio State and not in the college football playoff. Was this potentially a reason to kind of move on and they took advantage of it?
It's not I mean, it wouldn't be a wild theory.
It's not crazy, but I mean, then all of a sudden now you see how this impacts this guy's life. I mean, he's got a wife and 3 kids. And
but okay, you could say that, but he did this to himself.
Oh, of course he did. No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying like how the whole thing now he's gone from, I mean, being the head coach of Michigan, which is one of the best jobs in college football, to now having his life completely fall apart, where he ends up in jail. Like, I mean, we just talk about how quickly things change. With like David Stearns was a hero to now, Mets fans don't trust him. You went from beating Ohio State last year, the head coach of the University of Michigan.
The world moves fast, man.
Holy moly!
I mean, but and again, I mean, if they're looking for a reason to do it, you feel like that's kind of a creepy way to go about it. But he did this to himself.
Well, but especially if they knew, that's what makes it. That's what would make it really creepy.
Right. Is if they knew and they waited till they knew it was going to be really bad, and then all of a sudden, no, this is unacceptable. Now this is the out. We can. So they fired him with cause.
Yeah.
So now, I mean, what happens with the contract? Do they have to even pay that out?
They don't pay it out.
Right. So, yeah. I mean, and my question remains, and we'll never know, if they're undefeated and they're the 2 team in the country right now, is he still employed by Michigan?
You'd probably say yes.
I would think, but that's just speculation. Best job in college football?
Is it the best job in college football?
Yeah.
No.
It's top 5, right?
Yeah, I think it's up there, yeah. I mean, listen, you're talking about a coach leaving Alabama to go to Michigan, potentially.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the problem is, and the blessing if you're a fan of Michigan, they have more money than so many of these teams. They have way more money than Alabama.
Yeah, right. I mean, Alabama in this current college football climate isn't the same. Just because of the amount of money that needs to be spent to keep these players. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of pressure that comes along with this job, obviously, right? When you're going to spend the amount of money you are on players, listen, the amount of money they spent on their quarterback, and now knowing every year that, like, Ohio State, man, they win the national championship, and their fans aren't happy because they didn't beat Michigan.
They wanted him fired.
Like, knowing that every year you have to, like, as good as your team could be, if God forbid you lose to Ohio State, the fan base is going to go crazy. That's a pretty tough thing to deal with every year.
But what a great job. I mean, you have alumni in every city all over the country. You have a tradition and a history which is maybe unmatched by almost every team. You're in a power conference. You have a ton of money. And he doesn't get the credit. I know college basketball is not the same, but look at what Dusty May has done with Michigan basketball. 2 years ago, Juwan Howard was the coach. They were 8-24. Last year, he leads them back into the tournament. This year, you could argue they're the best team in college basketball. It moves quick.
Well, that is one of the positive things about where college sports is at, is that you can turn it around quickly.
Right.
I look at Indiana, right? I mean, did you expect Indiana to do this? No one expected Indiana to be this good, but it can happen fast. It's a great job. You're not wrong. I lived there for a couple of years. Got a chance to go to a bunch of those games. Like, one of the coolest atmospheres I've ever been a part of. So, but there are like crazy expectations when you take that job.
Always. And Sherrone Moore he'll be pushed to the side. You're on the heels of Jim Harbaugh and him winning a national championship.
Yeah, but at least you're not directly after Harbaugh.
Right. No, that's a blessing. Like, it's like Mike Vrabel, right? You don't want to be the guy that replaces the guy.
Right.
You want to be the guy that replaces the guy.
I would think that Jesse Minter would be interested in this job. No?
Yeah, I think he's the favorite right now.
Is it him or DeBoer is the favorite?
No, Minter's the favorite. I think I saw like he's plus 250. DeBoer's like plus 275. So they're like almost co-favorites.
Yeah.
You think Wink Martindale gets a look at this or no?
No. I think those are probably the DeBoer and Minter would be the top of my list.
Yeah. Who would interest you more?
Minter.
Why?
More
success?
Because he's been there.
Never been a head coach, though, right?
I understand that, but I get what you're saying.
I'm not like challenging you. I'm just asking.
No, because he's been there, took that jump to the next level, has had success. He's going to get an NFL job, right? He's going to be a head coach in the NFL. So if I get the chance to do that, to get him before he takes that step to becoming a head coach in the NFL,
right. What's more attractive?
I would take the Michigan job.
Michigan job over. I mean, because you
if you have success,
job, you succeed there. You could be there for the rest of your life.
Right. And how often is that Michigan job going to open up?
Not often. And that is a plum college job.
I can take that now, have success, and guess what? I've already coached in the NFL. Right. I wasn't a head coach, but now I have the head coaching experience I need. I've had success as a coordinator in the NFL. I'll get an NFL job if I want it.
Because it's no longer is it you're a young guy, you get a head coaching job at a school, and you're there for the next 40 years. It's let me have success at that college job. And then once I do, and I've sowed those oats, now let me move on.
Right.
And now let me take on the challenge of the NFL.
And you get the best of both. Right. I mean, it's seriously I was always interested to know if the New England Patriots job didn't open up, if Vrabel would have taken the Ohio State job had it opened up. Because knowing that he would always
so.
Yeah, knowing that job doesn't open up a lot. And
no, that's oh my God, they have so much money.
I take the Ohio State job. I can always go to the NFL if I want.
Right. It's a closer line than it used to be. It used to be like, college is so different than the NFL. Now it's kind of blurred. All right,
it's like an NFL team now. You got to have a GM. I mean, it's
right. You have to have a GM. You do 5 stars. You go right to the NFL. They're making money. Like the whole thing. There's a lot of similarities. Let's break. Come back. A lot of calls to get to. We'll get to as many as we can. DNR with you. Busy day right here on ESPN New York.
The holidays are here, and Amazon Pickup is your MVP of package pickup. Need that perfect gift like a brand new jersey for the big game? With Amazon Pickup, you can grab your order from secure Amazon lockers or counters near you on your schedule at no extra cost. It's fast, it's easy, and it keeps your holiday surprises tucked safely away. So whether you're running from work or heading to the holiday party, Amazon Pickup makes holiday shopping worry-free. Find your nearest Amazon Pickup location at amazon.com/pickupmvp. That's amazon.com/pickupmvp.
When equipment breaks down and operations come to a halt, every single second counts. So why is your maintenance team spending 60% of their time doing anything but turning wrenches? MaintainX is the AI-powered maintenance and asset management system that helps your team get back to actually fixing breakdowns. No more searching for manuals. No more hunting down parts. No more drowning in paperwork. With MaintainX, your team can access manuals from anywhere, create new procedures in minutes, and turn voice notes into clear and complete work order feedback. What used to take hours now only takes minutes. Keep your operations moving, not your paperwork. Join over 11,000 maintenance teams that are already fixing more and filing less. Try MaintainX for free today. Go to maintainx.com/AI. That's maintain and the letter x.com/AI.
1 in every 6 men is likely to be diagnosed with prostate cancer in his lifetime. That's why New York Presbyterian wants to remind men over 50 to book a prostate cancer screening. A simple blood test is all it takes. It could save your life. Screenings are available across New York City and Westchester at locations near you. Schedule your annual prostate cancer screening today at nyp.org/cancer screening. Stay amazing. New York Presbyterian.
Listen up, football fans. It's never ordinary at Bet365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in New Jersey. T&Cs apply. In-app only.
Some people just know you can save money on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Like to check if they're going for it on 4th down before going to the concession stand.
Yeah, give me 3 hot dogs, 2 jumbo touchdown, baby! What?
Hey, buddy, you want cheese with those? Yeah, checking first is smart.
No.
So check Allstate first and see what you could save. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Potential savings vary, including based on how you buy, subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate North American Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
The NBA is happening Christmas Day. 5 games, 1 unforgettable lineup.
That's what Christmas is all about.
McNuggets for breakfast, breakaways for dessert. It's the holiday tradition.
Christmas is our day.
With star power from across the globe.
The stars, they are going to be out.
The best gift, you don't even have to unwrap it.
We want to say Merry Christmas and Happy New Year!
NBA Christmas Day begins at noon Eastern on ABC and ESPN.
You live for this. The wins, the losses, the slam dunks, and the buzzer beaters. The dream that this is your team's year. Hope. It's what keeps you coming back. So you represent with anticipation and with pride. Because when everything's on the line, your support means everything. That's why the NBA Store is here to support you. Check out the largest selection of official NBA gear at NBAstore.com. A Fanatics experience.
All right, DNR with you, ESPN New York. We roll along here on a busy, action-packed. We could do a 6-hour show today, 8-hour show today, 10 hours today. How long do you think you could last for today?
I could last all day.
All day?
Yeah, it's just, didn't sleep much, but doesn't matter.
Do you think a day like today, if I said we have to go till 7 o'clock tonight, do the full entire day, you could do it?
Will we have beverages?
I don't know
Not
about
those
that.
kind of beverages.
I don't need alcoholic beverages. I just mean like in general. Like,
I don't know.
Like coffee, all those fun things.
Yeah, I have to assume water and like soda, tea, coffee would be available to you, yes.
Easy. No problem. No problem. No problem. I mean, we could do I think this show, us four, could do as long as we had to. Because we don't have to just talk sports. We can talk all sorts of things.
No, we can do anything.
You guys could fight. You and RJ could be mean to each other. Raymond and I would go to war. Talk about his torture rack. I mean, there's so many things we could get into.
We could. Movies, TV, cinema. I'm
just name
finishing up the morning show.
How is it?
It's fine.
Yeah, not your favorite?
It's fine. Acting is good. There's some big-time actors.
Oh, it's good acting, of course, yeah.
Yeah, but it's fine. It's not great. Anybody taking the game tonight? I'm not. You taking it?
I'm not, no.
RJ, Ray, either of you guys involved?
Absolutely not.
I'm too scared. After last
At least you admitted
week. After last week, yeah. It's just everything's ruined.
It's a huge
4.5
game.
It's 4.5 now?
Yeah.
This is a huge game for the Bucs.
It's good if you're into the uniforms. You love that.
What do you got tonight?
The creamsicle uniforms versus the red helmets for Atlanta. And they're both going to be color, so it's going to be great.
So it's going to be the like pewter uniforms with the
No, the creamsicle jersey versus the black Atlanta jersey with the red helmet.
Oh, I do like. It was like the Rangers game last night.
Yeah,
I like that. That'll be nice.
You got
watch
that.
The game.
It may not be great football, but it'll look nice.
It'll look good. It'll be aesthetic.
Sounds like Mike Evans could play tonight, maybe.
Oh no, it sounds like he's going to play tonight.
He's going to play tonight.
Yeah, he's active now, and it sounds like he's going to.
What does he have to do to hit 1,000? How many yards does he have this year?
He played like 2 games.
I don't think he's going to get to 1,000, Raymond.
He'd have to go crazy to get to 1,000.
I was rooting for him.
There are some monster spreads this week.
Yeah, I don't like a lot of the games. I got to tell you.
The Jets 13.5.
The Eagles.
Phillies 11.5. San Francisco's 12.5. Seattle's up to 14 now.
I don't want to give away that Philly 11.5 is wow.
You're taking the 11.5 points.
It sounds like Kenny Pickett is going to play in that game.
Yeah, he's taking the 11.
No,
I could feel it.
No way.
Yeah. I don't think Vegas is going to win. Don't get me wrong.
He's taking the 11.5.
There is no way
Philly.
that you're hemorrhaging right now that you're going to bank on taking the Raiders. No,
I'm not totally dismissing it. That's all I'm saying.
Oh yeah.
Well, we'll find out. All right, let's get to some of these calls. Let's quickly go down the line as best we can. Leon Albany. Leon, ESPN New York. Go ahead.
Hey, what's up, David and Rick? I'm going to make this short and sweet. I hate David Stearns. Screw him.
Wow.
Yeah, well, I understand.
Okay. I don't think he's alone right now. I think there are a lot of people that feel that way.
Then you kill him.
That was Dave at the beginning of the show.
I didn't mean physically kill him.
I understand.
That's not what it sounded like.
No, you're gonna give it to law enforcement. I'm gonna get in big trouble.
I'll give more context than 3 stars.
Okay. Edgar Bloomingdale. Good morning, Edgar.
Good morning. I'll make it short and sweet too. Yanks gotta sign Bellinger for that Trent Grish mess up. His glove saved a couple of games last year. Great glove. He's got to get signed. That's it. Good day, gentlemen.
Good day. Yeah, the Yankees, the thing that concerns me is if they don't go Bellinger, where do they pivot to? I don't think it's in the same stratosphere as a Bellinger.
No, it's not. No, yeah, especially. I mean, if the Mets take Bellinger from the Yankees,
yeah, they would be very upset by that.
Oof,
very upset. Jacob in Virginia. Hi, Jake. How are you?
Hey, how's it going, guys? Can you hear me?
What's on your mind? Go ahead.
All right, I'm sorry about that. I'm actually in the car right now, so I apologize.
All right, let's go.
So this is a
It's fine.
question mainly for Rick and Dave. So Rick, from a professional, sports player in the past or athlete, I'm pro Marcus Freeman, okay, and I'm agreeing with Dave with this. And I know there were some reservations on your side, Rick. Now, we've done the Pat Schumer thing. We've done the Dable thing, the offensive-minded coach. Let's get a guy that can develop a quarterback. We've already danced that dance, okay? It's not worked out in the past. Marcus Freeman is a builder of men, and also I think the sports psychology of the athlete of today is a lot different than what it was in the 80s, 90s, and even in the early 2000s. I think some of these guys are having a hard time relating to the head coaches because of their messaging and maybe how they're relaying the message. And I think that if we bring in like a Tomlin or we bring in potentially like a coach of that stature, I think it's going to be hard for them to relate and to get the execution out of the athletes. I would love to hear your mindset.
right?
on
So
that,
you feel like after what is this 19 seasons that Mike Tomlin's been in Pittsburgh and he has never had a record worse than 500, that he's having a hard time relating to players.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah,
it's ridiculous.
You had me before you said that.
And by the way, he starts out the call with, like, I'd like to ask a question to Rick and Dave. Like, yeah, obviously, both of us are sitting here. All right. Raymond? Ray?
Yeah.
How you doing?
Great.
You think you can follow that up?
It'll be tough, but I'll try.
All right, 3 stars.
Today's 3 stars. Number 3.
Well, first of all, great job yesterday, Rick.
I scored. Gritty goal in front of the net, and then I promised Rocco and Milo I would do the 6-7. So once I scored, I did the 6-7.
That's appreciated. Great job in the alumni game, beating the Shoresy boys. I'm sure it was good, clean, and family-friendly hockey.
Number 2.
Oh, yeah. I played this drop earlier.
If they don't, then you kill him.
Now, you're talking about David Stearns. Now, not physically kill him, but it's interesting in light of things that happen later in the show because you show no remorse for killing.
What I'm learning is
terrible.
Dave, you're a real menace on the streets with these poor animals.
You're a killer.
No, they get in my way. I can't help it.
No, you can't help what the animals do.
The deer runs across the road at midnight, and it's my fault.
I will say this. They are not smart animals.
I bet you Rick, with his cat-like reflexes, he would have avoided it.
I promise you wouldn't have. And it probably would have hurt him, too. Probably would have pulled a groin.
Oh, look, nastiness there. Again.
Number 1.
And that's the theme of the week, really.
Yeah, you're traveling, so they account for that.
Plus, they got, the little locker room, tiny showers. It's going to be tough.
Right, and I'm the awful guy.
Yeah,
Sure.
big fantasy matchup of RJ and Rick this week.
My guys, dialed in. I've had a great week of practice so far. What was Rick doing last night? Was he focused on the matchup? Nope. Out in front of cameras, giving interviews, scoring goals. That's fine.
And anyway, let's get an update on the now Sherry-less Rothenberg household.
How we doing? What's going on? He goes, Dad, it's easier when Mom's around.
Listen, adulting is hard.
RJ, you'd be fine with that, too? Ray obviously is fine with it because he has no choice. But RJ, no problem?
Well, that was mean.
If you don't do it, it doesn't get done.
I die. I felt the way about it.
Charmony's soft, this show.
Yeah, but then you talk about soft and sensitive and all that stuff, but then this is you later on.
That's original. Let's do an open where it just takes massive grenade-type shots at Dave.
It's been the open for months.
It sucks.
Yeah, you've been complaining about it for a while. But you know what? At least now you can make oatmeal.
I'm not starting to shred oats and stuff.
Yeah, but everything else.
But I'm ripping open packets.
Good for you. Good for you. One more day in the week, boys. Let's make it a good one.
There you go. And Sherry comes back. Thank God. It's Rule 76.
No excuse, Blake champion. It's DiPietro Rothenberg. And
hopefully the Mets don't have anyone stolen away before we come back on tomorrow.
And right here at ESPN New York and on YouTube.
Do great things with peanut butter.
We are proud to serve our country, to serve our local communities, to wear the uniform